Okay, did I get everything? Okay. Hi. Today we're just mapping because I have to get this done as well. Because apparently, Silver made plans and I was like, oh, okay, well, it looks like I have to get this done. So, yeah. Um, where is Twitter? Because I need to check something real quick before I start. Hi, hello, how are all of you? Twitter. Then I need to go DMs. He says he wants that. Okay. Let me start with the video as well.
Caution. Kane on games, game development caution.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tim.
Okay,
Today
okay.
I want to talk about something that,
And this is the guy, the creator of Fallout.
for lack of a better phrase, I'm going to call game development caution.
Okay.
Before I start, I'm going to tell you 3 different stories. They're a little different, but then I'll tell you what I'm thinking about.
All right.
Back when we made Fallout, towards the end, when we were really trying to get it out, we had 2 whiteboards. One whiteboard had a list of features or content that weren't done yet that really needed to get in.
Okay.
And the other whiteboard had a list of what the 10 most egregious bugs were. And next to each one of these on these 2 different whiteboards were listed the person who was assigned to it. We did it in a whiteboard like this so that people could come in the morning and look at
See
it.
what they
This
need to
predated
do. Yeah.
Jira or Confluence or anything like that. They could come in, look at the whiteboard, and go, "Oh, I see something I need to jump on." Worked fine.
Sure.
I don't think I heard any complaint
Great.
about it.
Yeah,
Let's
I could see
see.
that.
People
1,
liked getting
2,
stuff
3,
off of that.
4,
If they
5,
saw something, I was
6,
like, I'm on
7,
that today.
8, 9, 10, 11,
Try doing the exact same
12,
thing 10 years
13,
later
14, 15, 16, 17,
at
18,
Carbon.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Overwhelmingly,
So he wants 24
people
cases.
said,
Hi, Mr. Presto.
no, do not do that. I will quit if you do that.
I was just gonna work on Rob's
If I
map,
see
but
my
I
name
got
on
a
that
DM last
whiteboard,
night
I will
from
quit.
Silver, so I
I
have
said,
to
well, what if we
adjust
don't put
stuff.
people's names next to
So
it? I'll still
24,
quit.
2, I have 2, then 1, 2, 3,
Why
4,
is everybody that
5,
makes video
6,
games a bitch?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12,
What is this?
24. Okay,
People will know it's me.
so I got the right amount to the least, so that's good.
Story 2. When we make
So
I
that,
think this is
with
like
that,
a larger
now
problem
I have
with
to.
nobody wanting to ever take accountability for anything ever. Nobody ever wants to be assigned accountability for something, and it's such a huge problem. It's a problem with people in their personal lives. It's a problem
Have a
clearly with
scalar.
professional products. It's bad. The bitch generation, yeah. Yeah, it's actually nothing unique about game developers, right? It's just
You might just
people
have
in
the best
general.
taste in avatar
In the Outer
making. I
Worlds,
quite regularly follow Rob
I
stream, but I
wanted
always miss
to
your
put
avatars and
in- this is-
participation.
Mhm.
Hi.
probably
Yeah, sorry I
end of
haven't
year
been.
2,
I
so
haven't
we're still
shown
a
up
year away.
to
The
Rob or
combat
Crumpet in
AI
like
wasn't
a
really
very
in
long
yet, So
time.
I asked for a very simple
That's because
combat
I've been
aggression code to
busy
get.
mapping. Here, I'll show
It
you real
was-
quick what I've
this
been
is how simple
doing.
it was. Every time an NPC got shot,
Okay.
So this is.
they would
I'm working
see
on
if
his
that
room right
person was
now
on the
because he
list of
wanted
someone
like an
who shot them.
aquarium.
If
So
they
I've been
weren't,
doing
they'd add
this
them to the list
instead.
with the amount of
But
damage they
I've
did.
basically
If they
been
were already on the
overhauling
list,
his
they'd
map.
just add the amount of damage.
So like
Sure, simple enough.
Whenever they're deciding who to attack,
I'm
they
finally
attack the person
adding
at the
like
top of the list.
vegetation and
That's
stuff
it.
like
That's
that.
all I wanted. Keep
This
in
is
mind,
his new living room
the
pretty
advantage
much.
of that
I'm still
basic
fixing it
AI,
up, but like
you can
look
make
at that.
lots of changes later. You
I
can
love
make
it.
them that
So this
it
is
has
his new
the one
living
at the
room.
top of the list if it's
And over
different
here,
from
I'm
the
gonna
other
add
person.
like
The damage has to
a little
exceed
dog
the damage of the person
attached
attacking
right
by a
here
certain amount
because this
before you
part
change
it's going to
target.
have like a
You can
waterfall that pulls
distance
into like
count. You can take whether you can
a
reach
little
them,
outdoor
potential,
sauna
you
pool
have
that
range
feeds
weapon
into the ocean.
all that comes later.
Well,
That's all.
I'm gonna put the
why-
ocean a little bit higher as
How
well.
could they do that?
So
if,
I'm
like,
adding like
for
a river
example,
that
like, a
meets
lot of
like
games
the
have to
ocean
load
and
your
stuff like that.
storage every single time you shoot a
Hi,
bullet.
hello as well. Then
Because I was thinking
um,
about like
I redid his
the
theater,
reasons why things like this aren't possible in other games.
his little theater room.
And
I'm still
I
gonna
don't
add
know,
more
'cause,
stuff,
like,
but
he's
like I
explaining
added
it
a
as
ton.
if, like,
I
it's actually
completely
really
changed
not
it
that
up,
big of
to
a
be
deal.
honest.
But I've been told for years
So I did that,
this is like
and
this
then
impossible tapestry that cannot be unwoven. This is the fabric of reality itself. Like the fucking majesty.
did you see the crime at the
and
Apple Store?
complexity
Yeah, I
of
saw
this
that.
Cannot be understated or cannot be
Does that make you
overstated.
an eyewitness?
And
Okay,
now
never mind.
I'm hearing a guy just be like, yeah, so
You
you
were
got like
making
a
a joke,
table
I was
and
like,
like
oh.
you just take into these things,
Oh.
it's whatever, right? What the fuck?
So right now, I'm doing that. I did finish.
It got put into
So
the
one thing he
programmer
liked was the on his old
production
map he made like
query
I
queue
had
and came
a
back with,
a
an estimate of
concrete
4
like
weeks.
underground pool and stuff like that. So I
pushed
completely
back,
redid it
saying
and like made a new
the
one
code
as
I asked
well.
for was very simple.
So
Oh,
I
only
accidentally
4
threw in
weeks?
rocks
Wow. That's pretty
into this
fast.
prefab. So let me fix this. Small rocks.
I've written
Yeah.
it before. Would take about 45 minutes.
And
it's
then
basically there's already a callback when you get hit.
rocks.
That's when you look to put them on the list. And there's a callback.
But yeah,
for
I've
a
just
call when
been
you
I've been
want to
doing
pick
a lot of
target.
mapping.
That's when you look at the list and see
Yeah.
what's
Sorry I
there.
haven't been around. I
That's
know
it.
Rob likes me hanging out and stuff, but
The programmer who it got signed to came to me
whenever
and said, I
you-
need 4 weeks.
whenever
And I'm
he
like,
starts
why?
that,
Why?
whenever
I
he
thought
starts the
a- I
stream,
thought a
I just like to
season
watch
lasted for
and I like
3
to get work
months.
done.
So
So
you're
pretty
telling me
much,
they can do it
yeah.
almost 2 months
A new
early?
swimming pool that he likes, including the little jacuzzi
Me
area.
through what you're gonna do. And he goes, you don't understand.
So what I'm gonna have,
I've
like for
coded this
example,
3
this
times.
part, I'm gonna have
Still walking
water
me through it.
feed
And
from
he wouldn't.
under, like
He left. He
there's
left.
gonna be an output right
The
here,
programmer came back, started.
and it'll feed out like an overflow
What
into there.
explain-
If he-
It'll be cool.
I can't
It'll
do
be
it.
really cool.
Explain why. I can't. No.
But yeah.
He says he needs 4 weeks. And
So
needs 4
right
weeks.
now,
I'm like, then I will do it.
I pretty
I'll have
much
it done
reduced
before
how many
lunch. He said,
rooms
"No, because
there's
no
gonna
one-
be as
then
well
people
for
will
now,
have to
since
support
I'm
you."
yeah.
I'm like,
I don't
let
know
me
looking
walk-
at,
I'm gonna walk you
like,
through what I
technically.
want. And you
but I appreciate Shun as an avatar.
Bro, this
Thank you
guy-
very much, then.
You know, like that meme?
But,
It's like the
yeah,
floor
pretty
is
much yeah.
whatever the fuck
So
and the
this is
dude's on the
Rob's room
wall?
right here, and
Bro, this dude is
pretty
just on the
much,
fucking ceiling.
I'm making it like
tell me why this takes 4
an
weeks.
underground
Yeah.
He looked at what I wrote,
aquarium.
which was about 10 lines of
But pretty
pseudocode
much
on
yeah.
the whiteboard, and he goes,
This is his map,
I'll come back.
like
He came
his
back about an
updated
hour later and
homeworld.
said, what about 2 weeks? And I said, do I have any
But, yeah.
options here?
What?
But
Fine.
I had to take a small
2
break
weeks.
from it because apparently
So
Zulfric
this is why games,
DMs
this is
me
why games
on
take so long
on
to
Twitter. I was,
develop.
and I was like, oh, if
Oh,
you're
how
doing
about
that, I need to
Sorry
get
for
this done then. So there's something I have
Leonard
to take
and
care
I
of
talk
first.
about features all the time, whether it's dialogue.
I was like,
Gee,
oh,
Wait, that's the end
oh.
of the story?
let's see.
I kind of want to know what happened.
system mechanics or
So
story,
one.
setting.
Then he wanted
we get
10.
very into it.
Okay.
Our voices may be raised.
Then
We're
25.
jumping out of our chairs to draw things on
waited 2
whiteboards.
weeks? Oh.
We're pacing back and forth. I know I've mentioned this
50.
before, but Anthony Davis showed up at our door and said, "You guys have to stop yelling.
25.
Everybody's getting nervous. It's like mom and dad are yelling at each other." Still don't know who he meant was mom, but we explained that's just us talking.
100,
We're not mad,
200,
but we're trying to tease apart exactly
300,
what to do, and we're getting into it. So,
400.
what do those 3 stories have to do with each other?
Then 500.
I'm starting to see in the industry, I shouldn't say starting,
Then he wants
in the last decade,
750.
the last quarter of my career, I'm
To
starting to see this
1,000.
rise of what I can only call development caution, an abundance of caution.
Are they cautious to do their job? Because it seems like they're cautious to do their job.
Of
Oh, wait.
adding estimates.
Huh?
Finally, somebody fucking says it.
Am I wait.
Yep. I knew it. Yeah, you know what? I knew it didn't take
I
that
don't
long to
think-
figure this
Oh,
shit
I
out.
see.
Yeah,
I see.
it
I see.
doesn't take a whole season to fix
The
a patch
1,000.
or to fix a stat. No, yeah,
Then he
okay.
wants 2,500.
This is what I like to see.
Wow. Wow.
Time estimates of
Wow.
wanting to go around and check with a lot of people to see if something's okay. Asking, should we do this? I'm not sure. Let's have a meeting.
Here's my.
Frequently, people would want to have a meeting to discuss something, and those were the very people who would say, we have too many meetings. I can't get any work done.
Okay. So, what? Too many meetings? I kind of understand that when you're trying to work. 50,000.
I mean, it says it all, right? It says it all.
Then he wants.
Now, caution can be a really good thing
Wait.
if it
Oh,
leads to
it's not-
less bugs.
Okay,
less
so
stress.
2,500.
Yeah.
Also, I get the fact that because games cost more now,
No,
people are approaching
2,500.
it with
My
this sense
bad.
of caution.
Then
because
5,000.
You're not just going to be out a little bit of money. You're going to be out a lot.
How far
of
can we
money
go
for
with
this
these
game.
ASMR readings?
No, right.
Uh,
I mean, I don't even know about
As long
that
as
because,
it's,
like, the
TOS
individual
friendly,
devs, they're
then
not
I-
losing any money. Yeah, they might.
I don't
get
see any
fired or
issues.
Something like that. But like, that's like on such a macro
But
level. I don't know if they could even
10,000.
affect that.
thing that worries
Lose
me,
their
though,
job, yeah, maybe.
is games can also be a lot
15,000.
worse because of caution.
Yeah.
And everybody who's cautious kind of denies that. They're like, no, we're reducing bugs. We're
20,000.
increasing work balance. People are less stressed. And I'm like, true, but but you're also taking a lot less risk.
25,000.
I think that at least two of the stories, having people's name on the board for who's responsible for fixing a bug has nothing to do with caution. It has everything to do
30,000.
with accountability and personal responsibility. And it's the same
35,000.
thing with the second story, is that they don't want to have people, and also it's the same thing with the third story too,
40,000.
in an indirect way, because people are complaining that they're being loud.
You want to be a
but, like, what are they
1,000 there?
really complaining
Well,
about? That they're being conspicuous.
because
Excuse me,
Silver
I had a
said
steak earlier.
if we could switch it to
Delicious,
bits, I was
by
like,
the
yeah,
way.
sure, that's easy. I mean, I just have to
That
change the
they're being
text.
conspicuous about working through their job.
But I was
So, like, in
surprised
every single circumstance,
why
I
he
don't
wanted
even know
me
if
to
this
switch
is
it to
caution.
bits.
This
I
seems
was like,
like,
oh,
have
you're
you ever
doing
had something
that?
that you,
I
like,
need to get
somebody
this done
wanted
for
to
you
do,
then.
and you
So
kept, like, throwing
I
roadblocks
have
in
a
front
bit of a
for,
deadline
like,
now.
reasons why you can't do it. Like, oh, you know, my car's having problems. I've got a headache.
Because
I don't really feel like going. I've got something to do. And
I
you're
was
always
like,
trying to, like, come up
you're
with a
you
solution for this, but you
you're
just don't wanna
setting this
do it,
up?
right?
It's like, oh
Yeah,
gosh,
but,
I
like,
have a
this is their
responsibility
job.
now.
Like
So
playing
I have to take
Undertale,
care
like
of
playing
this.
Cyberpunk, like playing Genshin. Yeah, yeah. Like
It's,
I know about this very well. I think
It's
yeah, I
kind
think
of
they're just
insane.
lazy and incompetent. I think that's really what it is.
Okay, so I have to do this again. Let's
Which
see.
in many games I think give them less charm.
One bit.
And yeah, even games
I'll
that
just
have
organize
jank
this later on.
have a lot of charm. My games have had jank.
10.
I mean, look at fucking Starfield. I mean, that's a great example. Starfield is janky as fuck,
25.
but people think it is very charming.
50.
I know people talk about jank in other games. You know, things where the
5.
AI acts in a bizarre way in certain circumstances, or NPCs say weird things or do weird
100.
things. It can be charming,
Yeah.
but things have changed, and I know
Oh shit! I put
games have
2,000.
gone from being
100.
an expression of an idea
300.
of like artwork from
400.
a particular person or group of people into a
Wait.
corporate-driven money.
Oh wait, you can't. Okay, so to give you an idea, no, actually I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say anything
Yeah,
about it
pretty much.
because I don't know if he has it like a secret for now. So
Okay.
just know I'm a bit under. I'm
And I get
under
it. There's a lot of money going into these.
a
In a way,
deadline.
though, I would argue they always were. You always
500.
were making these
Yeah.
with the idea that you know, like, I hope it
750.
sells a lot and we make money.
Yeah.
But now, designs are being driven by this. That's why we have microtransactions. It's why we have
1,000.
Well, the entire design of certain games is built around
758 and
microtransactions.
1000. Okay, so now I
Lost
can
Ark is a
do
great example of this. I like
2500.
Lost Ark a lot, but so many functionalities in the game are contextualized around spending money
Oops.
and incentivizing people to spend
5000.
money.
Then
What the fuck? I thought it was 10.
10,000.
I can see why. Yeah. And, yeah, doing a damn horse armor? Exactly, yeah.
So 10,000.
It's just a slot machine. Well, what I'm saying is, like, the game design is built entirely
15,000.
around getting people to spend money. So every system and every
20,000.
fundamental of the game is contextualized around the in-game shop.
Wait,
Pre-order.
I missed the
It's
number.
why we
Oh,
have
it's 25,000.
what we're starting to see lately, where games are,
25,000.
if you pay a little more, you can play it a few days or even a week early.
Then
Now you can't always get
30,000.
Which, by the way, I think that the 3-day early access stuff is one of the most painless ways that video games make extra money. I would rather have
That
early
is true.
access for any game than have microtransactions.
I did it for
Because
BDO.
early access is annoying
I was
for,
able
like,
to
2
hit
days,
level
and
cap
then it literally doesn't
like,
matter ever again.
before everyone was able to get in.
The
Like, I don't care.
publishers or the
It's
developers for
bad,
this,
but I'd
if
rather
people
have
did
that bad than
35,000.
another
do
bad.
it. It's like spam. If everybody stopped answering spam tomorrow, it would
40,000.
go away.
Yeah, it
But
would.
because a tiny percentage does, it's there for everybody to see.
50,000.
But
True.
so I'm not really talking about the money-driven part. I'm talking about how the caution
75,000.
is dampening down the ideas. It's why I'm gonna double down on this. I've always thought the indie space is a lot richer in
100,000.
ideas. Probably not money, certainly not money, but they're much richer in ideas because they. Take
I'll just
less,
have to auto rename these
they
later.
take
Yeah,
Do
it's
I-
less of a risk
Do I
for
even
them
have
to
an
fuck
auto
up.
rename tool?
they have less caution and take a lot more risk.
Oh, I don't have it
And
on this
unfortunately,
one.
what I see then
Cheats.
is
Okay, I'll just auto rename
AAAs
it
that
later.
dip into
So this is
indie
the one I
games
don't
for
have to worry
features.
about as much. The one I have to worry
By the
about
way, it's not just
is
publishers and developers
this
that I see
one.
all this caution with. I've seen
Let's see.
a huge rise in
But
caution
this is
in
one
game
tip.
journalism. It's become the
But I have to make a bank.
Here
Like, I have to set this up so that...
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Wait. What did I miss?
norm that no journalist wants to risk getting into an embargo situation where they're not given an early access code, so they can't write their
Right Trick
review.
came to an end. Yes, I saw that. I'd
Isn't that
100%
cute?
make this a new
Don't
Dawn.
we all love
I'm not.
access journalism?
I'm a very visual
Isn't that
person,
just
though.
so good for us, the consumer?
It's like I would use Udon
These
Shark,
earlier
but I'm
those
just
people,
I'm just too
they're worried
visual.
about not being invited to press events.
Let me contextualize that just a little bit for people that might not understand what's going
Oh
on.
my gosh, we had
So
a
what
huge
happens is, like, how many
decay.
of you guys feel like a lot of games get unfair ratings?
I mean,
like
I've been
they get
lacking
really high
streams
ratings
as
when they
well,
don't deserve
so
it? Why does that happen? And often, a lot of times, these really high
Okay,
ratings
let's
come
see.
from journalists in these big
Um,
places that are giving them to
I'm trying
games
to think
that
of
are
how
from
it is.
large studios,
So this is
okay?
our
Why
bank
does this
value.
happen? It's because the journalists
I
that
want to
give
make it so
positive
that when this
reviews
is
are going
disabled,
to be given preference
it'll go
potentially
back.
on getting access to future reviews. And because reviews on early access games
Start
and
to
being
make
able to get
changes
that
later
information
quickly
out
and
as
see.
quickly as possible is
I mean,
massively
for me, it's
profitable
CCAD as
and
well.
influential in their career. They are more willing to not
How do I-
provide a more
how do I
critical
set this up?
evaluation of a game.
So when I have
because
this
they don't want to
disabled,
lose
it'll go
future
back.
access to not only games, but then also like intangible
Trying to get this
things, like
case real
going
quick.
to events where you can
Okay,
network
so
with people that are in the industry and things
on
like that.
disable,
Because if you're constantly saying that the games are bad, maybe you don't get invited to that kind of stuff. And what it does is it creates a massive chilling effect in the entire gaming industry for like giving any sort of feedback that's authentic. And I do think that this is primarily an
Wait,
issue with
case
written
value?
journalism, and there are a number of YouTube
Huh?
content creators that do provide extremely fair and good reviews. Mortismal Gaming, Skill Up, Force Gaming, I think all provide
that's not good.
incredibly great reviews, and I watch all of their stuff. So I'm not saying that they're bad, or I don't really watch all of it, but if it's a game I like watching, I'll probably look at what they have to say. Like Skill Up, for example, like a really great example, Skill Up shit on Final Fantasy 16. But what about that review was
oh,
really
it
wrong,
changed
you know?
the sizing.
And people got really mad
So
at it.
125 to
And,
50.
like, that's the thing. And I do think like YouTube reviewers
So if I do this,
are less affected by this because they have more different. They're self-employed,
Oh
and they
gosh.
have more ways to make money
Wait.
than like an
Uh-oh.
individual
Not good.
journalist that just does reviews written, because you just can't make money on written media in the same way that you can with like a video. So that's like another problem, is that like the journalists that have to do like the written reviews that you see all the time on like Google
Why
and
is it like
Kotaku,
this?
IGN, etc., they're the ones who are most beholden to industry norms. You see what I'm saying?
Or, junkets,
So that's
I
what
think they're
happens.
called. So a lot of them have gone a lot more cautious in what they say.
Oh, did
I
it
really miss the
change?
reviews.
Oh my gosh, it must have
I'll name a
changed
couple,
here.
like Scorpia in the 80s and 90s, and Deathlock
It
in the 90s and early
did.
2000s.
I
Oh.
don't
Because-
remember either one of them.
Those two reviewers.
I mean, I
said
guess
what
I
they
don't
thought.
I don't need this
You put out a
grid laid
game,
out, to
they
be honest. I just
skewer
needed
you
to
for
go
all
back
things that go
here
wrong with it, But then
temporarily.
they praise you for everything that's right.
Okay,
with
let's
it.
see. Let's try
I
this
think
again.
that's also a problem with like with gaming
Okay,
content
so
creators in general.
on
Like, for
return,
example, whenever I
you
was
go and
talking
see
about Lies
this.
of P, IGN gave Starfield a 7 out of 10. I think for a Bethesda enjoyer, Starfield probably is a 7 out of 10. I do. Like, I think it's probably a 7 out of 10, sure. Like, I
Okay.
said it's a 5 or a 6, probably a 6
I have an
for
idea.
me.
Okay,
And
okay,
I'm not
okay.
a fan of those kinds of games. So I think that if it's somebody who does like them, then yeah, I think a 7 would be fine. I don't think that's off of the,
So
that's
don't
unfair or anything like that.
touch.
IGN
Sign
gives
note, which
everything
is
a 7, maybe. But
Okay,
like,
okay.
the point is that
I haven't coded in a while, so or
actually, what was the fucking
done
point?
this
Right.
in a while.
The point is that like
On
whenever you're providing a
disable,
review to an
We are
audience,
going to get
a lot of times people don't want to hear bad things about a good game, and people don't want to hear
Transform.
good things about a bad game. Like, for example, whenever I talk about the good
make
things that Diablo
return.
4 has, people don't want to hear about it. And whenever I talk about the bad things that something like Lies of P, like earlier, there were a lot of people that were like trying to
Is
counter
Lies
me
of
and,
P
like, say
even
that I was
good?
wrong about these things.
I saw people
And
like so
I think
hyped
this is
for
a
it,
very
but
common trait that
all of a
people
sudden
have,
it
is
just
that
like
people
fell off
want
the face
to
of the planet.
defend what they enjoy, and they want to attack what they don't enjoy. And that's the main focus that they have. It's not about pursuing an objective truth. It's not about understanding the game. It's about having their existing opinion be reinforced. They want to be told that the thing that they think, you're right.
So what's new?
No one wants to hear good things
Today
about
we're
New
just
World, that's
mapping,
right.
to be honest.
And no one wants to hear bad things about Classic
yeah.
WoW. Actually, maybe that one isn't as true. But definitely the New World example. No journalistic integrity. I think a lot of people just don't want to swim against the current, right? They don't want to go against the grain and cause themselves a bunch of unnecessary stress.
Now
No one
it's
wants to
sort
hear
of
bad things
like,
about PoE.
well,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
really like this, but they don't want to like really double down on it because it may be
That
something
community's
people don't
gotten
like.
better, though.
So like, let's say a journalist loves
Okay,
the
okay.
diversity in a
Let's
game.
see.
They go,
So
well,
clients, we're turning this off for now.
Yeah.
come across as being pandering, and also some people yell when
I just
someone
need to
talks about
switch.
So I
Just
just-
No,
need to
it's
see.
true,
Hold on.
right? Because like different people have different values. Like if somebody cares about diversity or representation or whatever, then they should be able to say it. But the problem is that there's a lot of people out there who don't like it, and
hello?
so then they're going to attack them. And it's like everybody has like. I'm
Scared
not
me.
saying that anybody is in the wrong for their opinion about a video game. I think that you should be able to look at objective
Why is
things,
that-
objective
Huh?
things that are wrong or right with a game. Like,
Game
for
app?
example, hitboxes. I think hitboxes are a problem that certain games have, and it is like objectively garbage in certain games, and there is no denying it. And then
Why
there's
does it
other
say
games
that?
like Remnant that have the best hitboxes in any game I've ever
What the
played.
heck? It's such
So-
a simple thing.
it just really
so why
depends.
is it
I
saying
think there
that?
are objective things, but many things in reviews are subjective.
Chat, I
I see
think
a
I'm
lot of
getting
the
sick.
passion drain out of game journalism, and they're really just trying to go for what
Why
kind,
does
what
it say
kind of review can I
that?
write that generates the most clicks.
Exactly.
I
And
don't understand.
I guess
Something
this
so
worries
simple.
me because
Why is
if
it
I see
saying
this
that?
everywhere, if I see this in publishers and developers and now
Mm-hmm.
new people entering the industry, they don't have this passion anymore.
Game
So-
object is already being
Well,
activated.
another
yeah.
reason why they don't have the
What?
passion is because they have to make 7 reviews a week. And they have to play a video game as much as they can in order to, like, think about it, right? You've got
the
to do
heck?
7, like, let's
I
say you
don't-
got to do
huh?
3 reviews in a week, right? So you're going to work 40 hours in the week. Can you play
What?
3 games to completion or
Okay,
to
what if I do
enough
this?
competency to provide a thorough review that is authentic to a viewer within 40 hours? And the answer is it depends on the game. With a game like Blasphemous,
So
I think
weird.
yes, you can probably hit that game for like 15 hours, and you can get
I'll
what
just
you
make an
need to get
on-off
out of it
button.
if you're proficient with Metroidvania games. But with something like Starfield, absolutely not. Something with Elden Ring, absolutely not. And also, again, it's not just making the game. It's then also writing the article, getting the article approved, editing the article. And so you have all the extra work that goes on top of it. And again, a lot of these reviewers aren't making the same kind of money that YouTube people are making. And I think
I'll
this
just
is
make it
actually
into
like
a list
huge
later.
problem.
I'll
And
switch it
I
to
understand that like
just need
written
one for now.
media is like a lot of YouTube
Scrap
essays
that.
are written media in spoken form, really. But the truth is that I think it's a problem that when was the last, here's a good question. When was the last
Yeah, it's kind of
piece
insane
written
that
media
we're reaching
that
that
was
point where
transformative and
that's starting to be the
meaningful
new norm.
for the gaming community? Like what, Gamergate? Something like that? Like 2000
Oh gosh,
14?
Gamergate.
So I think this is a huge problem. It's a massive issue. And the reason why is because written media, I think, is very important. Because written media is the purest form of a transmission of an idea. It takes away the, like, obviously there's a certain personality with writing that you have, or at least that you should have. Like, for example, if you read something that XQC writes on Twitter, you know it's from XQC, right? And a few other people, it's the same thing. Like Dante's on Twitter as well. I can think of many other ones. And I think this is an incredibly, by the way, this is an incredibly good thing. Having a voice in writing is incredibly important. But the truth is that a lot of people don't have that. And a lot of people, I'll just say it, a lot of people can't fucking read.
True.
Like, they can look at the words, they understand what the words
Spider-Man,
mean, but
see
they
you in
can't really
Wizard
fucking
with a
read.
gun?
And it's a massive problem.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Because people are not communicating through ideas. They're communicating through feelings, they're communicating through vibes, they're communicating through implications, and not really raw ideas.
You know, what's the moral of all this? I want to tell people, just go and make it. Make
What
what you
the
want.
hell?
You don't need a committee to sign
Yeah.
off on it. You can always go back and change it.
Well,
or if you
again, like, and I understand why reviewers are gun shy. Again,
Oh.
look at SkillUp's review of Final Fantasy 16. Nothing he said in that review, I think, is fundamentally wrong. Personally, I don't value the things that he values as much. However, did I say 14? I meant 16. But again, his review is absolutely true. And also another great example, somebody's got it in chat. True.
I don't know.
Actman's
Okay,
review
so
of Diablo 4.
I don't
People
know how
said
to shuffle
Actman,
stuff.
Actman doesn't know what he's talking about.
How do I
because he
even
didn't do
shuffle?
World Tier 4. Why would somebody do World Tier 4 if they've
How
dropped
would I
30
shuffle
or 40
a
hours
list?
onto the game and
What
they're
is that,
still not
Eric?
having fun?
It's me. Okay, you know what?
That's like
Let me try a
saying,
different
why didn't
approach.
you
I actually
finish your
never
plate
knew
of
how to
dog
do
shit?
this. Unity.
How can you say
How
that it's all
to
dog shit if you
shuffle
didn't eat the
a
entire plate
list.
of dog shit? When the truth is that anybody who actually played the game would know that it got even worse at that point.
Clever way
You
to
see what I'm saying?
shuffle
But
a
he got
list.
shit on so much, he made a follow-up video out of it. I defended him.
Is there
And
a
I
way
even
to
thought that some of the
shuffle
things, I
this?
disagreed with some of the things he said
Actually
about
don't
the
know.
Diablo 4 video. But there it is. The sunken cost fallacy binds players into getting their money's worth. It's more than that, but I think that's part of it.
make something and it turns out not to be good at all,
So it's like that's why people are gun shy about
How can I
providing
shuffle
reviews that go
lists?
against the grain.
unsalvageable, throw it away. But that rapid iteration to get to some really good idea is a lot better than just being so cautious that you basically creep up to a very mundane game.
There's a term for this, paralysis by analysis.
That doesn't show any kind
Well,
of passion in its development. People
hmm.
can tell. People can tell.
I have a few
So,
issues.
I
Okay,
started with
so
stories. Let me
the
end
thing is,
with those 3 stories,
I have to
and
shuffle like
how they kind of got resolved.
the number values
So-
on this, for example.
I didn't even try to do the whiteboard solution when I made
And how did that affect the bugs in the game?
Outer Worlds. What I did is I made my own
Hmm.
Confluence page.
Maybe I don't have to
called,
shuffle it.
like I was Tim Kane's top
Maybe I
10
can
or
just
something.
change the
It was in my
text.
Confluence space, and I wrote, here are the 10
But how would
biggest
okay? This is
things
something I
I
don't
want in your
normally
business.
work with.
And there were a few producers who
How would I
look at that page all the time. What was great about this solution, nobody could come and complain to me about it because it was in my Confluence.
Is there a way to shuffle
Own,
lists or like
personal, but public Confluence space. Also, I'd like to point out that anybody could go to
So you
Jira
remove the accountability.
how do
element.
I shuffle something?
at
I
any
actually
time
don't know.
and
Let me see.
say,
Is
what
there
are
a
the
way?
10 most
See,
highly prioritized bugs, and who are they assigned to? So we already had that whiteboard virtually, but somehow it was okay that it wasn't
Maybe I could do something. Let me see. Is there a way
All
to
the
shuffle
features.
something? I actually don't know.
for the combat
Accountability.
aggression code. I think I settled on 2 weeks, and I think it got done faster than that. Great, I got it.
How to do it in
I don't
Graph?
think I asked
Yeah,
for
I don't know
anything.
how to do it in Graph either.
I didn't go and specifically ask for anything because I realized that I was being viewed as some sort of ogre when I knew something could be done faster, and there was no solution to it. Which is
Huh?
why
Because I know
I know
there
what the
is.
solution to it is. Fire the people that are complaining
this,
and get people
but,
that know how to
like,
work.
How do I do
That's
it?
the fucking solution. People like that are absolute fucking cancer. And the moment that they're there,
I don't know.
everything that they touch.
Oh
and
shit! I
interact
never
with is
thought
going
about
to be
this.
worse. That's it.
How do I shuffle this?
Yeah,
years
get
ago
rid
I
of
started
them.
thinking, ooh, this is becoming a problem.
Hmm.
Same thing with Leonard and I yelling at each other. We just kept doing it. We're like, it's our office. We're shut the door. We're not mad at each
But
other.
a graph is a different
but
thing.
this is
Yeah,
way
that's the
we get
thing. I
things
don't know
done.
how. I don't even know how to like
Noted
visualize it.
That some people don't like it. We won't get things done like that.
How
with
would I
you.
do it?
Let me tell you. I think there were people who felt like they missed out on not.
There
being
has to be
part
like
of
a
those
way to do
conversations.
this.
Some
Yeah,
people
sure.
would come over. Charlie had his office right next door, and he would the lead designer on Outer Worlds, and he would come in sometimes and join in. Great. Other people didn't do that. You missed out, and I think you missed out on some really fun,
How would you? Oh my gosh! I actually don't
active,
know.
engaging conversations about game development. But that's the way things are going. So
Oh, this is like a random
I'm not sure I
integer
have a
between
great
1 and
solution
2,
other than
but
reminding people to be passionate. But I just kind of want to talk about this because it kind of ties into bigger teams.
let me pause this real quick. I can see this. Print shuffled lists. How are they setting this up? Wait, is it really that easy? Can I just do that? Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I think I have an idea.
Teams and longer development time.
Is that why I can't find it? It's because it's just
Bigger teams, more displacement of accountability. Longer development.
there's
time,
no okay.
less.
Wait.
Importance of working. Yeah, more blocking out tasks. Yep.
I'm learning something new today.
budget, just this whole game development.
Oh, I think Twitter's a great example. Elon fired like 80% of the people at Twitter. Works fucking fine. Yeah, I don't think they needed.
Why do
that
you
many
laugh
people.
like that? Did you guys see?
Caution. That's
Twitter used to be like worth $44 billion. Now it's
there.
worth only 8
got that
billion
off my chest.
or something like that. I was just like, geez.
What an incredible video. I'm so glad
Okay,
I watched
so
this. This guy, I'm
we have
so
our
glad to
lists.
see this.
Then
What great insight. I'll link it to you guys.
on
there you go.
enable.
There's the video. That is so fucking good. I think that honestly, I don't think it's caution.
Boot on.
I think it's just people that are trying to
Cool.
skirt accountability. And people don't want to be tied down to being at fault for anything going wrong. Happens to investors says only
True.
invest if the game deploys within 2 years and they need the investment. I don't know. Like, I mean, like that. How could I possibly
Please tell
know
me
that
it's
if,
as
like,
easy
that
as
example you're
this.
giving
Can I
me
just see
is,
this?
like one.
I
like,
hope this
one
works.
point in like a 100-point variable situation. How could I possibly make that decision? They disguise it as it's my anxiety, as if it's the employer's responsibility to deal with that. I think that there's always going to be a give and take with that kind of stuff, But at a
I don't
point
even know
where
if it
there's time
works.
dilation, it takes a 2 or 4 hour task into a 4-week task.
They made a
I
shuffle.
don't think that's acceptable. Scrutiny and accountability is one thing, but they nitpick others into paralysis by being cautious.
It's
and
not
defending
working though. What the heck?
snowflakes. I don't know. I think that's kind of like that sounds like a personal agenda
Why?
to me, man. Sounds like the same as discussion a few days ago about
It
being
should be that
outsourced to India and
easy.
whose fault it is. Yeah, definitely. On the other side of this happening, a psychopath businessman will make other people the fall guys.
Let
And
me
then make them
let me
avoid
look at the
responsibility of the
prefab that
cycle.
they
Yeah,
have.
but like
I'm
we
gonna
talk
open
about
up
how those
another
are bad
Unity
too, right? I
real
mean,
quick.
like I think everybody knows that's bad. But all I'm saying is that like we don't really hear a lot about.
The world came
Like,
out
it's
really
good to have
nice
somebody
though.
from the industry who
I like
actually
it.
worked in
I
game
actually like
development,
it.
has had multiple successes in game development. Say the thing that like I don't know, like whenever I see a bug
I
in
made
a
some.
game and it takes
I made a
like
few changes
6 weeks
on
to
this
fix,
as well,
or like
so it looks
3
even
months
better.
to fix, like I think that's
Hi,
bullshit.
hello.
I do. I think it's fucking
Okay,
bullshit.
I have to wait for
And I
the
don't think
Unity
it
to
should take
open up.
that long. I think they're lying. I think they're fucking lazy, and I don't think there's any excuse. Straight up, he's describing an office culture with toxic leadership in general. Well, I think that's not only like asking somebody to perform a task in a fast way. That's not toxic leadership. That's accountability. Like I think that sometimes people always.
Okay, let's see.
This is what happens, right? Is that
Udon
people
examples.
take any time that
I
they're
need
held
to
accountable
find.
for their bad behavior or bad actions as just toxic behavior. No,
Cube
sometimes
object
whenever
pool.
other people are hostile to you, it's because you deserve it. It's because you did the thing wrong,
Onstar.
and now
No, it's
other
not what I'm
people are
looking for.
suffering because
Array.
do your job is toxic. Get the fuck out of here. Rax today talked about implementing a small change in a Blizzard game takes weeks due to multi-platform approval, even if the development itself might only take a
They
day.
don't even use the
Really?
shuffle.
Okay,
How the
that's not true because look at World of
How in the
Warcraft.
hell
It's
do you
only on
shuffle?
PC and they take weeks and probably years to fix problems.
Oh,
How
I
many
know.
years was
I know who
Razor
has
the
one.
Untamed spawning extra ads after he died? 5
Isn't-
years?
It won't randomize the objects
Get the fuck
themselves,
outta
but
here.
the
No, it
pool
has
of
nothing to
objects
do with
should be shuffled.
multi-platform. It's again
That-
Blizzard. It's what I.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what
like
I'm.
this
That's what I
example.
want, but it didn't do it.
Obfuscate.
Okay, I have an idea.
Oh, well, that's not
I
really
know
what
one person I can look to see.
No.
We gotta go back to
There's
YouTube.
always a fucking excuse.
I don't. I've
People
never
think we
really
haven't worked in
used
large
a
corporations
list
in a while.
before, like list stuff, so I don't
So what's
know.
your argument? If you worked in a large corporation where there was a lot of bloat and people being
Okay.
hired to do
I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit. Where is it? Where is he? Videos. I don't need an admin list. I need to. Because he did something. An array shuffling. Here we go.
now. And this comes out with a lot of neat client things like about that because
Show me the
many
shuffling.
arrays have like do a specific thing with them, but like randomize them. Like say you have a deck of cards and you want to swap up the order of those cards. You can use utilities.shuffle to make.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Gosh dang it. This was the wrong one. Utilities. Shuffle. Oh my gosh. Sidetrack this.
Make that happen. So utilities.shuffle array, you just take whatever array that you have. I have
Oh, it's a game object array too. So not a pool. Pool's a little bit different. Let's grab this. Case.
Fuck me like the toad girl I am and make me rip it.
Yeah. High school. Thank you for 15 years. I greatly appreciate it. Mwah. Hierarchies. And Machina. And everyone. Hi. Hello. Sorry, I'm like, let's see. Case value. See, this is something I never really used the utilities before, so this is something I was not good with. So let's grab this. Wait, it didn't drag. Why?
a game object array here, and you pass that into here.
Oh, because I had it as integer. Oops, my bad. It's the case value.
And on interact, it will entirely rearrange the order of that array. You can do that with any kind of objects or components, but you can't do it with, like, say, strings, for example. That does not work. But you can also do it for int arrays specifically, so you can swap it down to int instead of t for type. You can swap it down
Okay.
to int, and then
I'm learning,
slide
I'm
in
learning.
the int array, and it will shuffle that list of numbers as well. Next, we have VRC object pool can now shuffle its spawn order. Just tells it to shuffle and spawn every time you click it. So we have our object pool, and this button right in the center just tells it to shuffle and spawn every time you
Wait, what?
with 5 cubes in it, and each one is just a normal pickup script. And this button right in the center just tells it to shuffle and spawn every time you click it. So we have our
Wait, so you do use the pool? What the wait, huh? Oh, okay. Okay, I see what's going on. No, wait. This isn't what I want, though.
our object pool variable that's public in the inspector and just dragged it in. Then we tell it to shuffle, and then we tell it to try to spawn each time. So if I hit play, you'll see that when we click on this button, it'll come in a different order each time. And then I have a button on the right that just resets all of them. So right here, I have a object pool with 5 cubes in it. Tells it to shuffle and spawn every time you click it. So we have our
So do I have
object
to use
pool
the object
variable
pool?
that's public in the inspector and just dragged it in. Then we tell it to shuffle, and then we tell it to try to spawn each time. So if I hit play, you'll see that when we click on this back to be every time. And for reference, my behavioral game object array, my behavior for resetting the pool is just a for loop that iterates through each one of them with the length of the object pool's pool game object array. And for each one, it tells the object pool itself to return that object, basically just turning it off. Lastly, we have Udon behaviors now have a disable interactive property.
Wait.
Click it. So we have normal pickup script. And this button right in the center just tells it to shuffle. We have VRC object pool can now shuffle its spawn order using VRC object pool array. You can do that with any kind of objects or components, but you can't do it with, like, say, strings, for example. That does not work.
I don't understand. Wait a minute. I'm so confused.
Do no work.
I've never
then you
used
need to
lists before.
understand that
I'm kind of
bloat and People
confused.
being hired to do no work is acceptable. I don't need to be in a corporation. I'm
Is
the
it really
fucking
just that
customer.
easy?
I don't need to be a
Oh
fucking
gosh, I have to
expert
drag it in
in
one by
making
one.
software to see that having to wait 3 months for a simple bug fix is fucking ridiculous. Enterprise developer, pull me up. Give me a second. Let me look at what you've got to say. What do you want? What do
Okay,
you want?
let's
You've
see.
been falling for 3 years. Come on. Let's go.
There has to be
Hey,
a better
obviously
way
I've
I
worked
can
in
do
big
this.
corporations
The
before.
issue I'm
No,
having
I
is
worked
I
in the
have to
government.
switch numbers between cases,
what?
which is the big
There
issue
were
I'm
a lot
having.
of things in the government that could have been done faster. And do you know
That's my
why
only
they weren't
issue,
done?
really.
It's because people weren't working. They went to work
Okay, that failed me.
and they weren't working. Issue with corporate development, you have 10 engineers and 20 managers. What's the point? The flip side
How do
is
I do
project
this?
managers who serve no purpose other than constantly asking, is it done yet? And not understanding what it actually takes to get something simple done. And do you remember what I said about why I would never make a game?
How would I do that?
It's because I don't know how to code a game. And I don't think that I could accurately tell people what to do and be in a leadership role without having any understanding of what I'm doing. 2 managers for every engineer.
Easiest ways to have the cases numbered and create an array of
happens
strings that let you shuffle.
regularly. So projects a mess, report an error or an issue with the game. You have to wait for 3 years
Oh,
of approval.
you know what? You are right. Maybe
don't
I
think
can get away
anybody's
with.
debating that.
I
think that's
I'm thinking.
actually the point that I'm making.
I'm trying to think of like the
Like,
best
that's the
method to
entire
do.
point
I know
I'm making.
exactly.
You're
Okay.
right. That's the thing. Yes, you're totally right. He's just saying why it takes so long. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I don't think
So
that's the
how
only
about
reason. I think some of them
this?
are fucking lazy too. Like, I'm not going to accept that all of them are actually super fucking
I need to make a
motivated
depot kit
and
for
they show
now.
up to work on time and they want to do their job and like it's all the upper
So
management's
say
fault.
we
I don't think it's
have.
all, that sounds like bullshit to me. But I understand that it's a group effort to fail. The set approval and the engineer didn't want to work. Yeah.
It doesn't let me shuffle the order of like
minutes, but I still have to wait from manager to approve something and to be at the same point. You're
that's the
right.
only issue I'm
And
having.
this is
It's
what I
not
said
shuffling
before
this
about
order.
being,
Like I
AAA
want it
games
to shuffle
being
this
too big to
order.
succeed. It's because like AAA games take so long to turn the ship and to be able to move around and actually like screw up. At least to start the fucking task, working in the car industry. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand for sure. Chatter's right. No, he is right. He's definitely right.
Oh,
Absolutely. It's also bad
Okay,
coding, which makes
wait.
fixing stuff a hassle, and it take 1 week instead of 15 minutes. On a PO or Scrum Master, you don't know how agile development works, Asmon? I don't know. Like, I think every job, every single thing that I've ever been involved in has incompetent people.
the
at
way
every level.
that
And I think to
Udon does
assume
it
that
isn't
there
it
are-
doing
there
it
are
in a
no
way I
incompetent
want it to
people
do
at
it.
the implementation level
I want to shuffle these
is
orders,
delusional.
which is the thing.
It doesn't matter if it's at Twitch.
see,
It doesn't matter
1,
if it's in World of Warcraft. It doesn't
2, 3,
matter if it's a group of friends. It doesn't matter
5,
anything.
and
There are always going to be people that
I'll
aren't
do, like,
pulling their weight,
75.
that aren't doing what they need to do, and that's just how it is.
that's where my issue is coming. I don't know
It's-
how to
it's that way
randomize
with the
these
government.
orders.
Like, there
This
were
is like
people
spawn
there
order.
You can also
that
do
would
it
be
for
on the
int arrays
phone with
specifically,
their
so you can swap
family
it
the
down
whole
to int
time,
instead of
not
T for
working.
type
I
even.
remember this, and this was such a massive fucking like reality check for me. Is that we had this part of our job, right? It actually was not our job, but we did this.
Oh my
because
Hi,
gosh.
Happy. Oh my
There's
gosh.
what the fuck
so
else are you
many
gonna do?
flaws.
And so,
I don't know
we
if
would
I
go
can
through the
handle them
garbage.
all.
Literally, we would go through the garbage. to make
Hi,
sure that
hello.
nobody threw away extra tax documents. That simple. And there was a person who was working there.
Thank you,
who
thank you.
Literally had Down syndrome. Like, it's not like they were like stupid.
I have
or
an idea.
something like that. They actually had Down syndrome. And the first thing that I thought is, why the fuck is somebody that actually has Down syndrome working on our tax documents? This is very unsettling. And then I watched them work. And while everybody else was talking to each other
It'll probably be.
and laughing, distracted,
It'll be Zoe.
the person
I
with
think so
Down
too.
syndrome
It's
was
just I don't.
looking at the paper,
I have an idea.
making
I have
sure
an
that
idea.
There were no tax documents thrown away. So yes, there are people that
That's
are
not number
incompetent
raise.
at every level.
Well,
So yes, I learned it. You know how to code to work,
I don't even-
making a game, bunch of crucial roles that need zero understanding on code. I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with it. I think that in order for you, I've never found a situation that not understanding, like it's actually like it's literally me being the
okay. So how about
like.
this?
Remember what I said the
On
other day about
stream.
how it's never a good thing that an artist doesn't understand the game that they're
Or,
making.
no,
art
no,
for?
no.
Like it's never a good thing, and it's probably neutral at worst and bad.
This could probably work.
realistically. And I think it's even
Mapping,
more the case for,
mapping.
like,
Hi,
other types of
hello.
engineers, etc. I practice what I preach. I think it's bad even then, because like the way I look at it is that, so like this goes back, right? So like
Yes.
I was in business
No.
school,
And
I was
I'll switch it
getting a
to so
degree in
it's
computer
easier
information
to
systems, which is
visualize.
primarily like process
So,
analysis and process
On
management.
start,
And so like in doing that, you go through a lot of flow charts and creating like workflow type stuff. And so
So
like,
what
the
if
way
I
that
do
visualize
this?
things,
On
especially with,
start,
like, making like I even did this with like making farming guides and stuff like that, CIS, yeah. Is like I see how
What?
the different dots
utilities,
fit together.
shuffle
And I
array.
know that yes, obviously you're not connected.
Oh, but you
you're
can't
not
do
directly
strings,
connected to
right?
that other dot, but down the line,
Dang it.
you know,
Okay.
5 different levels or pages below, these two things need to be on the same page. And if they're not,
Oh, this is
then
gonna be
it's a
kind of
problem.
scuffed, but
I'm sure
I'll
Grayson
just do
Steven
it.
Sharif is
Whatever.
creative director, you can do something like that. I'm sure Steven Sharif has extensive knowledge in programming after doing it and working with them for 5 years. I think that if you showed Steven Sharif the coding for the game, he might not understand every letter and every bracket, but he would understand. He would have a gist of what he's looking at. Like the point that I'm making is that a lot of people that are working at these different jobs don't have any fucking understanding of what they're doing. And I think it's true with the people that are boots on the ground, and I think it's also true with management. And you know what? I'll throw the other people a bone. I think it's even more true with management, because most of the people, it's so true that there's a term for it.
Well,
it's called the Peter Principle, and it refers to people that get promoted over and over and over until they reach a position of incompetence, which is why they stop getting promoted and they stay at a position that they are incompetent at. So I do think that
It's
you're
gonna be
right.
so
It's definitely
stupid.
true, but it's just
But
simply
if it
not the
works,
whole
then
story.
I'll take
Just
it.
wanted to get perspective on bugs and why sometimes something is as easy as 5 minutes takes one day. I don't have
How
a
the
problem with
fuck
5
do I
minutes
do
to one
this,
day.
though?
Sure, that can take time. I think I understand that there is a pipeline and a set of processes, and I think that having something happen in a day is completely
Okay, so
reasonable.
let's see. 3 and
Like, I'm talking
3.
about like multiple weeks
Value
or
rate.
like multiple days, like Shadowlands, right? Or like Diablo 4. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, this took a bit longer for it to come out. There's a lot of cases where corporate enforces dumb metrics of performance and people play the metrics instead of playing actually working. You're exactly right. That's true. It's especially true with the government too. My dad's like where my dad worked. My dad also worked for the IRS after he retired. He was like an executive at a publishing company, retired, did consulting, and then he worked for the IRS. And he said even in his department that people played the metrics like a game. People aren't doing their job, they're playing the game. And I think that's what happened with everybody. Like, I know I did that. Like, because I figured out whenever they would do quality review, and I paid more attention during quality review than whenever it wasn't quality review. Everybody did. I think Blizzard GMs are another good example of that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, they're min-maxing.
Is there a way I
Why
can
do
search
we
for
still
parents?
play vanilla World of Warcraft.
When making content about classic World of Warcraft, you quickly learn that people can't help but compare the classic game to the retail version of modern times.
Naturally.
In my experience, this behaviour only increases in frequency and the intensity of the reaction when there is either new content released for either version of the game,
Doesn't
or
seem
more
like
often,
it.
when one version of the game is perceived to be failing. This can be
Hi,
difficult to
Kamapua.
manage here on
Hello.
YouTube.
When is it not?
After all,
Maybe I
whilst
can-
I pull no punches when it comes
Gosh.
to sharing my strong personal preference for the earlier versions of WoW, I have no intention of ruining.
Why don't you have nameplates? What are you doing without nameplates? What the fuck is this? I swear to fucking God. Why the fuck do people not play with nameplates? Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway.
Other people's fun or shitting on the retail game as a cheap way to grow my channel. My personal issues with modern WoW are just that, personal. And whilst I stand by my belief that the game has moved in the wrong developmental
I actually
direction
don't
over
know.
the years, I don't resent other players for enjoying it. I would like to one day return to retail and check it out.
I don't hate retail either. Like, I don't like the direction the game's gone in, but like I don't actively hate it.
You shuffle the transform
wish
race,
that it
then
was
the fruit
different.
leaf. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying.
Sure, the
I'm
last thing I want
thinking
to do
about.
is foster an antagonistic environment.
I'm just trying to see if
for
there's
my
another way I
videos
can do
towards
this.
modern World of Warcraft. With that
You
being
should.
said,
So
I
value
think the
raise will
constant comparison
adjust.
of
We're
retail
gonna
and
shuffle the
classic
value raise.
is an inevitable consequence of having multiple versions of World of Warcraft available to players, especially considering you can play
And
them all
then
with just one subscription.
We'll use
People are
a
always going to
4.
compare their options in these circumstances, and even though, as I've just stated, you can play any available version of WoW, be it
So
vanilla
then
era
our
classic,
numbers raise.
hardcore,
We
path
get
classic, or
link.
retail with just one subscription, most people don't have the time, interest, or the
That's
energy to divide their gaming experience like that.
Yeah,
Real
game
life.
Yeah, I mean,
objects.
like, you can't play like hardcore WoW, or like you can't play classic WoW
Yeah,
seriously and
component.
probably also play retail unless you have like a lot of free
Let's
time.
not do component yet. Let's just do
That's
set
true.
name for now.
Responsibilities, commitments, and other leisure interests get in the way of that, and the need to therefore prioritize, to choose one version of the game over the rest, leads to people picking sides very quickly. Given that my
Oh
channel
gosh,
has largely
wait.
become a classic WoW channel, for now at least, I see this debate all the time, typically through the lens of people like myself who prefer classic, by which I mean vanilla era WoW,
Yeah.
over what came after. And before I get into the heart of this video, I want to make it clear that I understand that. I understand that my audience is primarily made up of people who prefer classic, especially vanilla WoW with its
I think, yeah, most people do. Like, I've looked at videos about like retail WoW, and like viewership for retail WoW videos are
Perhaps
so
like
low.
this?
So
Well,
Lucius
I don't know if
Malfoy
this
looking high elf
work or not.
models and
Oh,
one
let's
mechanic
find
boss
out.
fights.
Yeah, they could fix
So I
some of that.
appreciate that a lot of the feedback in this
they
retail
ever do
v
Classic
classic
Plus.
debate that I've seen in the last few months is
Wait.
weighted heavily in favour of classic on my channel. But still, I think it's interesting that this debate is even happening in the first
No,
place.
maybe
I wonder
yes.
why he
Okay.
ended that clip.
And
I wonder why that happened.
it's not shuffling. What the fuck?
place. I mean, is it not amazing that people to this day argue
I thought it would
only
shuffle.
a 20-year-old version of a game that hasn't seen any new content
Oh,
released
wait,
since
yes, maybe no.
2006, and which has been officially
Yes,
playable
maybe
again
no.
for 4 years,
Did it shuffle?
is a better game than the modern version, which has had all that
No,
time
yes,
to refine,
we did it.
innovate,
Oh my
and
gosh.
improve? I think so anyway.
We actually did
And
it.
I think it's
I think that there's some, like in some ways,
Okay,
the
we got our
texture of
shuffling.
something being rougher makes it more enjoyable. Like for
So I
example,
don't have to change the parent or anything.
I do think that Dark Souls 3 is a better game than
Okay.
Dark Souls 1 in a lot of ways, but I enjoy Dark Souls 1 more. I just do. I enjoyed PUBG
That's not as
more
obvious.
than
Uh
Warzone.
huh. Okay, we have our
Even
thing.
though
Okay.
Warzone is a better game
Good.
than PUBG
We
in
have-
every single way. I just enjoyed PUBG more.
worth asking ourselves why this is.
This is how the
Why
case
is it that
value
people
thinks it's
prefer
gonna
old
work.
school WoW over what we have today? And I've been asking myself that question a lot lately as I've leveled my rogue through old Azeroth and interacted with so many other players. And I wanted to make a video
Awesome.
about it.
Okay,
in the
this
hope
is
that we can
this is
perhaps
good. This
figure
is
out
good.
what makes
This is
vanilla
real
so
fucking
appealing
good.
to us, and
So
possibly
let's
apply that to the
pull
future
this
of
up
the game.
here.
All right, let's see what he
Plus,
thinks.
I really enjoy talking about the themes and mechanics which work together to make old Azeroth such an immersive and enjoyable place to be.
'Cause
So if that's your
These are
thing,
going to be the
great job.
values.
I
Alright.
think
Oh
if
my
you were
gosh,
to
I
ask
have to
100
do
classic
another
players why they
24.
prefer their version of WoW over retail, you'd likely
It's
get
because they suck at the game. That's why, obviously, right? That's clearly why. They're just old, bad
So I need
boomers
about-
that can't
I
handle,
believe it was.
a spell
was
with more
24.
than
It
a
was
5-second reaction time. Yeah, there's old men that can't keep up.
100 unique answers, but the central theme would remain consistent.
I need
and it's
turbo.
why I
unit.
prefer Classic 2. I think I can summarize it in one word, in fact. Adventure. Let me explain.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
I
see, I
like
think
that.
Keep
that this all
doing
comes
this
down
shit.
to the developmental direction that Blizzard took WoW in after Vanilla, compared to what inspired its original development. Vanilla WoW is at its core an online adventure role-playing game.
Yeah.
The focus is on making your own specific character based on the aesthetic and thematic preferences you have in fantasy games. And
I've always felt like I didn't like how in
Awesome.
Wrath of the Lich King they started this, how the character's narrative is decided for them. Now, Final Fantasy does this, and
Okay.
it's great, and I can respect it and appreciate
See,
it for what it
1,
is.
2, 3.
However, I
4,
kind
5,
of
6,
prefer
7, 8,
MMOs
9,
where
10,
the player
11, 12,
creates their
13,
own narrative
16, 17,
of
18,
where
19,
their
20,
character's
21,
coming
22,
from.
23,
and then being thrust out into a truly massive, vast world with an equal level of depth to explore on your own terms.
See.
You feel like a drop of water in an ocean, not just because of how
Wait,
big the
rename
world
wouldn't
is,
even
but
work
also
because I
because
have
of
to.
how many
Oh
intricate systems there are for
my
you to delve
gosh.
into,
I
and the
have to do
presence
it
of many other
manually.
players of all levels
I
that you
forgot.
see out in the world. The focus is on creating
I
your
think
own
that's
One.
actually another really big reason. It's like
Oh,
another one of those, I
great.
think, like accidental
10.
geniuses of classic WoW, is that a lot of zones have reasons for
Five.
higher level players to go back to them.
50.
Like, for example, you have people that are going to kill
Gosh, dang
Morladdam,
it,
or they're going to kill
75.
Morbent Fell in Duskwood, and you're going to see regularly people that are like level 40 maybe,
100.
right? Level 40 or level 35 in Duskwood. And
200.
it's like, oh shit, like I'm going to get there one day. And you go to
300.
Westfall and you see like
FT
a
is
level
the best
60
one. What do
riding
you mean
through
by that?
Westfall because they're going to get the buff
Wait, is
for
there something I don't know
CG.
about? Oh, how's that?
And like you're always seeing those players that you can aspire to be like. And I think for new players,
300.
that's actually a really cool feeling because it gives the
100.
game a scope and like a depth to
500.
it that a lot of MMOs don't have.
750. Thank you for telling me
an
that.
adventure right from the start and doing it your own
Or they
way.
have it in like an
To put
artificial
it
way.
simply, World of
Um,
Warcraft has never been a sandbox game, but
No,
the
it's
magic
not.
of vanilla is its ability
Is it
to
1000?
appear like a
It
sandbox
is
game,
1000.
whilst providing a satisfying, clear path of progression for your character. Now,
2500.
some people will already be saying that these are just words, that I'm just regurgitating the same praise for Classic that you've heard from 100 different people for
5,000.
years now. And that in reality, Vanilla WoW is a dated game packed full of inconvenient mechanics and
10,000.
gameplay elements. And to an extent,
They're right. It is. They're right. It's completely
15,000?
inconvenient.
Even in
There's
this?
a lot of
Oh, I
really
actually didn't
annoying
know
things
that.
to it, and there's a lot of really stupid stuff. But like the
20,000.
mastery over those stupid things and the reward for getting the mastery over it
30,000.
is very high. And I think also Vanilla WoW is an easy game. It's an easy
skipped
game
numbers.
that rewards
Fuck.
knowledge and preparation much
15,000,
more than
20,000,
individual player dexterity or reaction time.
25,000.
And because of that, it has a different audience of people that want to play it.
30,000.
Because a lot of people maybe don't want to play a game that's like super high
35,000.
reaction, super fast paced. Like, you know, you've got to be like reacting every second to
40,000.
Counter Strike. You know, they want to play a more laid back game where they can just like
50,000.
learn and gain knowledge, and that knowledge is power in the game.
75,000.
It's like D&D, yeah, something like that. So yeah, I think that kind of
100,000.
stuff is amazing. Yeah, they want to smoke while I play. Yeah, exactly. There it is.
Smoke
I
while
wanna
I play.
Smoke while I play. It's literally that simple. It's not people that are like, it's not that they're bad at video games.
I haven't
Like a lot
touched
of these
these,
people
by
are
the
probably good
way.
at video games, but they
This
don't want
or
to
the
have to be good
tables,
at video
because
games
this is
for
gonna be
8
like one of the
hours a
last
day.
stuff I
They just
work
want to
on.
play a game and chill.
Extent, I actually agree with that.
True.
Vanilla
true.
is full of inconveniences, but I personally think that's partly what makes it so good, especially in comparison to the increasingly.
I wish I could
streamlined,
just drag and drop
stripped-down
these
gameplay
numbers.
later.
But for
I
some
mean,
reason,
think
it
about
just
it.
does not let me.
Getting your first mount
Oh.
at level 40
Oh.
only feels
that
so
was my
great
mount.
because you've
Meh.
spent the last
I got
39
Whatever.
levels running around a massive world at a snail's pace.
Well, I
Getting
guess
your
let's just
hands
figure
on
out this
sweet
one
Well,
by
and
one.
it's also like
10.
that mounts were really expensive.
Let me just see this.
So like being able to afford a mount was a really big deal. Like just like for example, like I remember like getting your first mount was like huge. And I remember for me,
Fucked up
I
day,
hit
I
level
know.
40, I said fuck the mount.
25,000. 50.
I'm not gonna buy the mount. I'm gonna spend all of my gold on
75,
plate armor.
100.
Yeah, it might take me
200,
longer to get there,
300,
but fucking
400.
god damn it, whenever I get there, I'm gonna kill everything.
Got wrong.
And I just walked
500,
around, but I had full plate armor at like level
750,
41.
1,000.
Vanilla WoW.
Halfway through your
25,000.
leveling experience, like the
5,000,
Whirlwind Axe or Vanquish's Sword,
10,000,
only
Decisions
feels
can
great
attack in the
because
right
of how
15,000,
inconveniently long the time is it takes for you to
25,000,
level, and your need to
30,000,
constantly increase your power to match the tanky
45,000,
hard-hitting mobs you're picking
40,000,
against along the way.
50,000.
Yeah, vanilla WoW
75.
leveling is very hard. And it's not hard like skill based hard. It's just hard numerically. You take a lot of damage. The mobs do a lot of damage.
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have
So
tools
if
to
I remember
solve every
correctly,
problem the
in
mobs
order
give
for
you.
me to
And because of
synchronize
that,
this, I
getting
just have to
upgrades-
request
and it also is
serialization
really
if I remember
long.
correctly, alright?
And because it's so long
So
and
if I
hard,
do
it feels better
this,
to beat it. And it feels better to get through it.
Completing a labyrinthine dungeon like Maraudon, Sunken
I should be good.
Temple, or BRD
It does.
only feels like such a grand achievement because of the time and effort you need to spend putting a group together, getting to the instance, and then working your way to a huge expanse packed full of mobs.
because I do have to
designed
sync
for
this
speed and
later.
efficiency, but rather for immersion, exploration, and to fit into the overall world the game
That's
brings to life.
dude, that's exactly what I was saying earlier about dungeons
I should
in
make
Classic
it so
WoW.
that. Okay, no,
Dungeons
actually,
in Classic WoW
Yeah,
are
I
the
think it
best
should work.
dungeons Blizzard have
so
ever
whoever
made.
sets that,
Like, maybe I'm the only person that feels this way, but I don't get excited for new dungeons in WoW anymore because I know what they're gonna be. 7 trash packs a boss, and then 5 trash packs and a boss. And
I can
then
just get
5
my wife
trash
to help
packs,
me
maybe
test
a
it
mini
later.
boss and then a boss.
That's fine actually.
Like, they're so formulaic because every single dungeon is designed
Formulaic.
for Mythic Plus. It's so boring.
In short, like any great adventure, vanilla constantly throws inconvenient problems your way.
BRD
and lets
is
you
the best
design
Formulaic.
dungeon
your
ever
own
made.
solutions.
What a word.
And it does so in a way which feels consistent and authentic to an actual virtual world. There is no cutting corners here, no skipping the queue. When you play the game,
Yeah.
you are logging your character into what was designed first and foremost as a world, not a series of game modes tied loosely together in an open
Yeah,
environment.
you're going from menu to menu in order to, play the game and level your character up. There's no menu-based gameplay in vanilla. I think that's a huge thing. And also, like, I'm not sure if he's going to cover this. I think another big deal about vanilla WoW is that your progress, like, stays the same. There's not, like, a seasonal battle pass that, oh, well, I'm level 43, and if I don't get level 45 soon, then there's going to be like a leveling change and everybody's going to get automatically leveled up to 45 or automatically leveled down to like 0. like in the same way that other games have like these catch-up mechanisms all the time.
Environment like a glorified lobby game. This is what MMOs were
retail is a
originally
lobby
designed
game.
to be. Virtual worlds for players to quest and explore in, where the systems encouraged player interactions, socialization, and your own agency. Where your desire to run a dungeon or complete a quest or team up with another player wasn't based solely on whether it would result in a cost-effective, measurable increase in your character's power level relative to the time expenditure. This approach to design wasn't just limited to MMORPGs either, but is instead indicative of an older approach to game design overall. For example, if you were to look at another of my favourite games, Morrowind, released a couple of years before WoW, you can see the same approach.
I never
fast
played
travel
Morrowind.
systems, which have become standard in later Elder Scrolls games, are heavily limited. Character progression runs at a much slower pace, and there is no ever-present compass guiding you to your next objective. Adventure. That's what it was all about back then. And no, not just because we were kids, or because the internet was so much younger and less saturated with every manner of guide and forum post directing you to play the game the correct way. Instead, vanilla WoW and games like it feel refreshing and immersive for players now.
I think that a big factor actually was the fact that we didn't have the resources that we do now.
True.
And like, there was something magical about things in games back then because you didn't have as many resources to understand what the context was behind them. Whereas now, obviously, you can just look up how to get Corrupted Ashbringer, and, you know, you can look up, can you fish in between Eastern and Western Plaguelands and get Ashbringer? No? Okay, all right, I thought so. And you just automatically know. But, like, obviously now it's not the same, but I don't think that's, like, the whole story.
Now, because of design choices that still hold up 20
But it is
years
a factor.
later. So that's vanilla, and why I think it remains the preferred version of World of Warcraft for a good bunch of players. But what about retail? What makes it so different from the WoW of yesterday? And why did the retail game start to decline?
Well, here you can literally see why retail is different. Nobody plays retail WoW. Is he gonna log on to retail WoW? It looks like he is. And I'm pretty sure he might have add-ons whenever he does that. Actually, maybe not, because he just changed his UI. But in general, like, there's so many barriers to entry with retail WoW. It's no surprise that people don't want to play.
A bit of intimacy in this chat.
At least in
Wow.
terms of player count after the end of the classic trilogy. Well, to me, it comes back to that earlier point about inconvenience. You see, I made a case for why the inconveniences of vanilla are actually part of what makes the game great, at least most of the time. But sometimes, they're not. Sometimes...
Well, it's also that the inconveniences of the game are the difficulty rather than the game itself. Like, for example, the raids in Classic are really easy. But getting into the hardest thing about doing Naxxramas is zoning 40 people into Naxxramas. And if you can do that, you can probably clear the raid.
Inconvenience is just a
Yeah,
pain.
it's effort and
the degree to
preparation.
which you
Oh,
tolerate it in
gosh.
your leisure
Right.
activities
This
will
isn't done.
obviously vary from person to person.
As I can see,
having
I
to
can
travel
chat.
all the
Hi,
way from
hello.
Stormwind to Desolace,
Oh.
or from Orgrimmar to Blackrock Mountain, is just a pain in the arse, especially if you get ganked on the boat from Booty Bay.
It's just a pain
Vanilla
in the
requires a
ass.
certain tolerance, dare I say it.
You
even
played League of Legends
appreciation
again?
for
Oh my gosh.
pain.
My wife
Some
plays it
people
from time
quite
to time. She's always
understandably don't
suffering.
share. And unlike today, where we have the ability to compare vanilla to the modern game
Oh,
and
she's not
assess their
asleep.
differences with the benefit of hindsight,
She's not
back when it
asleep.
was
She
current
left
content,
PC. What the
Blizzard was
heck?
eagerly
She didn't
trying to draw
respond.
in more and more
Hey,
new
you said
players.
something.
These
Ooh.
issues were seen less as an essential component of creating an immersive virtual
Jeez,
fantasy
I'm not gonna
world.
lie, that
More
posted
flaws
way
which
better
should
than
be
it
deemed
should
This is
have.
one of the
But I don't know if I
reasons
should be
why,
happy or sad
I
that
think
my
Wrath of the
attempts
Lich
at
King
making a
wasn't as
meme
good as people
is
think it is. I think Wrath of the Lich King had
good or
peak
bad.
class design. But
I don't
in
know how I
terms
should
of
feel
the
about
way
it.
the game
I actually
played,
don't.
I think it was much more shitty, basically.
It still has traction.
Like, Wrath of the Lich King fixed a lot of the problems that made the game good. And Wrath of the Lich King was
I'm just gonna
whenever
double
Blizzard
down
started
and try to
catering
make
the
my
game
memes
to
become a
people that didn't
dream.
wanna play it. Burning Crusade was
Or not a
still
dream, but a
World of
reality.
Warcraft for World of Warcraft MMO players, Wrath of the Lich King is whenever they started trying to make the game more mainstream, and I think they took out the texture of the game that made it mean more
Ooh.
and made it feel better. Wrath is too
Be proud of
homogenized.
my
I don't know
memes.
about. I mean, I don't know. I think it,
shall.
I feel like classes
Okay, let's do
feel
this.
complete in Wrath of the Lich King. They do, but the class is only one
Gosh,
part
this
of the
game
game.
is so annoying.
should be ironed out.
Oh
as well with
my
the rest of its
gosh, wait a minute.
expansions. And that's what happened from as
It's not
early as
even
the Burning
these I have.
Crusade. I remember watching Preacher's Legacy of TBC video back in the day.
I've watched that video. I'm not even kidding, like 6 times. It's so good.
I've come to
Hearing
self-realization.
him
I have to
justifiably
edit this code
celebrate
even
the
more.
practical advantages of quest hubs, which became
Yeah.
commonplace in Outland compared to the disparate, scattered nature of questing in vanilla, which would often see you jump from zone to zone, completing a quest or two at a time before hitting a temporary barrier and needing to move on.
Yeah.
If you look at a vanilla dungeon like Zul'Farrak and realize how scattered the dungeon quests are, and then compare it to, say, Hellfire Ramparts,
How do you grab
and
the
Burning
text?
Crusade, where the quests are close by,
I just
you
want
can
the text
understand why
component.
This was considered a big improvement in terms.
It was a big
Is the
improvement.
text asset?
and
What is it called?
I think that, like, again, with Burning Crusade, there are probably no
No?
dungeons in Burning Crusade that I
Text.
think were, like, really good. I'm trying to think. Was there any
What is
dungeon
it
in Burning
called?
Crusade that I thought was
Yeah,
good?
text.
Shattered Halls, maybe? No, I like
So
the
okay, so it is
Durnhold
text
Keep.
asset.
Yeah, I actually really like
No?
Durnhold Keep, where you go back in time.
Oh
yeah, Return to
my
Hillspread. Yeah,
gosh.
that's actually not true. Yeah, I thought that one was incredible. Alcatraz,
What is this
I
component
didn't think
called?
Alcatraz was that great.
The
Shadow Lab
practicality
sucked.
at least. And TBC was just the start. Wrath of the Lich King was the expansion that really began the process of trying
Case
to
number.
solve the perceived
Yeah,
problems
exactly.
of World of Warcraft.
Yep, Wrath was it.
Interacting with players to form dungeon groups is tedious and
Wrath was the
time-consuming.
beginning of the end.
Add in LFD. Leveling is slow and annoying for most players. Add
What
in
the hell?
heirlooms to speed it up. And so it went on and on. With
How
each
do you
new
grab this
expansion,
text?
Heirlooms were such trash.
process of solving WoW's problems continued.
Oh,
Perhaps like
God.
Ironically,
this?
the
Here we go.
player base
Text.
eventually began to shrink at the same
It's
time.
hype.
And so we have
What
the
do you mean
game today.
instance? What
a
the
game
fuck?
stripped of as many inconvenient elements as possible. A game in which you can log in
Text.
on a character and without moving queue for literally any kind of content worth doing. And
By the way, isn't that shoulder pad only available at like higher
How do you get
levels than
this? How do you get
level
this?
61?
How do I grab it?
think you
I
can
actually
get
don't
that shoulder
know.
pad at level 61. But I don't know.
speaking of
Maybe I'm
what's
wrong
worth
about that.
doing, the game will tell you that too, directing you down one of a few paths which, due
What
to
the
the
fuck?
obsolescence of treating Azeroth like a virtual world to explore and
Wait,
adventure
I
in,
don't.
have become the objective ways to
Okay, I have an
correctly
idea
play
how
the
to figure
game.
out how to do this.
And all of this can, of course, be accomplished
Oh, I'll be right
from the
back.
comfort of your home city.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. They should have never added level boosts into the game. And they should have never added the WoW token into the game. And they should have never added faction changes into the game. All of these things made the game worse. You know what the funniest fucking thing of this retail thing is? The only person who's typing in trade are people selling carries.
City without the irritation of having to interact in any way with other players. I mean, why would you want to talk to people in a massively multiplayer game, right? Don't worry about it, you'll not need to speak to anyone unless you choose to say, try Mythic Plus or harder difficulties of raiding. But again,
And also,
Okay,
even
sorry,
then,
back.
you don't really talk to them.
How, okay,
I think
so
also the issue
right,
is
I was
that
looking for
classic
how
WoW
to grab
made
this.
people interact with each other. And I think you need to do that. Because most people that play MMOs, I think, are just kind of like,
Yeah.
they just kind of want to do their own thing
Peace.
and not talk to anybody or do anything. They just want to play the game by themselves, and that's it. You have to find a way to get people like that out of their shell. And I remember, like, my mom, who is like one of the most antisocial people I've ever known. She made friends in Vanilla WoW, and she never made any friends. after
Case
Wrath
makes
of the Lich
sense like some
King.
kind
And she
of
played the game up
sexuality.
until BFA. Like,
Okay,
she
I have an
quit,
idea.
So
Watch this. You ready?
she
How
got
to grab
Pathfinder
this real
to get
quick.
flying in Warlords of Draenor. Then they took it away from her in Legion, and she was like, all right, I'll get it again for Legion. It is what it is. BFA rolls around. They took away Pathfinder again. We don't get fooled again. Yeah, I'm not going to get this shit back again. I'm done. And that was it. Yeah, enough of that shit.
Because I
Why would
don't
you
know
bother
what
to
the
go
fuck
that far
the name
as a
of
new
this
player
is.
if you can experience every instance
What
Tales
I'm
offer
going to do
through
is-
LFD or LFR?
And she had tons of like stories of like her guild and like drama that would happen in her guild. And it was just like the typical WoW guild drama where it's like the wife of like the main
It doesn't
tank
work?
is
Oh
like a
my gosh.
moonkin that doesn't use moonkin form. And it's just like all this really stupid stuff. But you remember, like I remember one time, for
What
example,
the fuck is this?
I woke up for school, and this
Like
is like I was in 11th grade, so it was vanilla WoW, and she had just gotten up, and you know, as always, she had fucking like morning tea, smoking a
Can I
fucking
just do
cigarette,
this then?
and you know, got some toast, and she's all excited.
Will
She's
this
like, "Get ready
work?
to go."
I
I'm
actually
like,
don't
"Yeah."
know.
I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, "I'm getting ready to do Dire Maul." And I'm like, "Oh wow, that's exciting. You're gonna do everything?" She's like, "Yeah, we're doing a full run."
How do I grab
And
this?
I'm like, all right, have fun. And I didn't really think anything of it. So I went to school. I came back from school 8 hours later. Come back, and I'm like, hey. She's like, hey. I'm like, how's Dire Maul? She's like, it's going.
Wait,
And I'm
what
like,
if
all
I...
right, good luck. And she's like, yep. And I look there, and like everybody's just standing around doing nothing, right? Then I come out a little bit later on, and I'm like, so what's for dinner? What do you think about for dinner? She's like, I don't know. Like, just get whatever you want. I don't really care. Just figure something out. Like, I don't know. I'm
Oh,
still
like
here.
this.
I'm doing a dungeon.
I'm stupid.
And it like this point, it's been like fucking like 11 hours in Dire Maul. And I look at her, and everybody is dead. And it's the ramp up. I still remember this. It's the ramp up to the final tribute room for Dire Maul North. And she's just had enough. And I remember after that dungeon, she said, I will never do Dire Maul again in my life. She never did. She didn't even go back for Transmog. She didn't go
Set
back
name?
for like level 70.
How the
She
fuck did I just get
never
this
went back.
text? Oh my gosh, I'm actually
Good
gonna have
for
an
her.
aneurysm.
That's right. It was an 11. Probably
How did I
could've been a
grab it?
13-hour Dire
I have
Maul run.
actually
And
never
I
done this
still fucking
either. Oh
remember
my
that.
gosh, I'm
Like,
learning
what
new
story
stuff
do I
every
have
day.
that I remember from BFA?
Text, text. No.
Call outs incoming. That was really
What
funny.
the fuck
Mail
is
muncher?
it?
Yeah, but that's like a
Oh
stream.
my
thing.
gosh.
Whereas like the call outs incoming was like an
Text.
emergent thing that happened because
Is it
of player
UI
interaction.
text?
Salt would continue to flow
Set
until it piled up in
text.
dunes like
Oh
a
my
fucking
gosh,
Sahara
it's
desert.
UI
It's
text.
simple, really. Blizzard succeeded in their goal of solving WoW, as I put it.
UI
They cut out
text.
Well, they made
That's
they
hype.
made WoW appeal to people that don't like MMOs.
Time-consuming, tedious elements. They streamlined the game. They increased their focus on end-game content and made this easier to pick up and play. They made the game quicker and much.
Dude, if I would be so fucking mad at this guy. Fucking turns off his UI. He gets in front of the boss and starts attack. I would be so fucking mad.
more efficient, and in doing
Work.
so, they lost its magic, at least to players like me.
Yeah, it did.
In return for
Did.
what was thought to be a better user experience, they traded a lot of its depth, its immersion, and its ability to grip a player from level 1 and not let go. The
Yeah.
unparalleled historic.
Yeah, I hate this thing that like people are like, oh, the game gets good at a certain time. Dude, I was having fun playing vanilla WoW in like the first zone. It was immediately fun for me.
achievement of vanilla
Uh-oh,
WoW
that's not
was
good.
that
Yeah, the
Blizzard
game
succeeded
starts
in
at level
crafting
1.
an experience
Not
Oh, it's
max
because of
level.
this.
beyond
I
the
can
ordinary
disable
feeling of
this for
playing
now.
a video game. They made
And also, that's what makes it so casual. Because, like, let's say you're level 37, you know what you have to
It
do.
works.
Get level 38. So, like, if most people never hit level 60, problem solved. You don't need to add in-game content because people never get there.
made the world of Warcraft. A world. Vast and seamless, rich in lore that wasn't thrust in your face or course corrected at every turn. They
Yeah.
made
Okay,
a
okay.
place worthy of a true adventure.
We have a work in
And
progress.
then, over the
Oh
course of
gosh.
many years,
Oh
and
goodness, oh
often
my.
endorsed by the complaints and requests of players, they proceeded to gamify, for lack of a better word, every aspect of the world that they had so skillfully and lovingly created. Now, as I'm sure you can tell, it is very difficult for me to
So
not
now,
let my biases show when it
back
comes
here.
to vanilla. I know there is an equal or even greater portion of the World of Warcraft player base who view most, if not all, the changes made after vanilla with a more positive light than I do. Honestly,
there are some things that were good that were added. Like, I think that, for example, adding dual spec is just better. Yeah, I like I am a dual spec enjoyer. Let's see. Besides
Dual spec was
that,
cool.
what else did I really like?
I remember
Mounts not filling up your bag. I like being able to collect mounts. Guild banks. Yep, guild banks. And that's about it.
There are times when I agree with this, and there are many aspects
Barber?
of Modern WoW which
All right, hot take. I don't think they should have ever allowed you to change your character's appearance. How many of you guys remember seeing people and you could recognize the face and the hair of the character and you knew who it was? I'm serious.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. I'm actually serious. I don't think they should have ever allowed you to change your character's appearance. I know, it's stupid. It's really stupid, but I think, like, I do. I think so.
I miss as a classic
know.
player.
I know.
Such as the more competitive, fast-paced raids and dungeons, which I took so much joy in for many, many years. The
Okay,
game,
that's
in
fine.
many
It's
ways,
fine.
I had,
isn't
like,
so
a
much
bag
better
or
or
something.
worse,
It's like,
depending on which
what
version you
button was I
play. It's
pressing?
often just different. But like I said at the start of this video, most people don't have time to split equally between the different versions of WoW. And that means that the choice about what you prefer your game to be does need to be
5.
made on some level. The life and history of World of Warcraft often feels to me a little bit like a train journey. Each expansion is a different stop, and players choose which stop to get off at depending on their own
10,
preferences and what they would like
11,
to see. Some people are content to ride that train all the way to its final destination, wherever that might be, but some of us were happiest right back at the start. What I'm trying to say here is that everyone has their own idea of when WoW was at its best, when the blend of modernization and old school immersion was at its finest.
Vanilla WoW. That's
17.
whenever the game was the best. Everything after that was
18.
worse. TBC took a world this big
19.
and it made it this big.
20.
For some it's Wrath or TBC, for others it's MoP or even Legion. But for me and many other
Yeah.
players, World of Warcraft's design philosophy, the intentions of
that.
its developers, were never better than in vanilla.
Yep.
The
24.
original world
There it is.
they
True.
designed for us
True.
to explore and adventure through. And now,
100
almost
nostalgia,
20 years
0%.
later, that remains the case. And it's why to this day, despite its age, despite its inconveniences, and regardless of the lack of new content for it, so many of us
Awesome.
look to vanilla era WoW
That's right.
with fondness,
That's right.
and we're always ready
Not
to jump
awesome.
back in.
It didn't work. Why?
And I want to talk about ice cream.
This was a good time.
Ice cream is great.
I was here, by the way. This
Ice
is my
cream
first
one
ever
of my
BlizzCon.
favorite desserts.
I did the
Personally,
wrong thing.
I
I
love chocolate, and I love
Uh.
cookies and cream. Cookies and cream.
This is wrong.
actually
This is wrong.
my
You know why?
all-time
I'm still
favorite
grabbing
I
the
got
wrong
cookies
thing.
and cream ice cream downstairs.
I was supposed to grab this right here.
But I understand
Oh,
that for some of you,
Dang it.
That
your
guy.
favorite
Do you hear him?
flavor
Oh
vanilla.
my gosh.
Dude, this was nuts.
Hey
This was
everyone, thanks for watching.
absolutely
hope
I
you
was supposed to
enjoyed
grab
this.
whenever
Maybe
it
you
happened.
even agree with me on this. Who knows? When playing
Yeah.
old school WoW, I often find myself thinking about what makes it so great to me, and how the game has changed, and these thoughts always ultimately find their way
Oh,
into one of my videos.
dang it.
If you like this sort of content and you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot to
This
me.
is what I was supposed to
Alongside my
grab.
current fresh playthrough of Classic Era WoW on my rogue, I have plans to cover some of my favourite events, quests,
Did
and
you have the
lore in
live
the
reaction?
game.
Yeah, I
So if
recorded
that sounds
the,
like your
the
thing,
crowd. I
you
knew
might
it was
want
going
to
to
stick
happen.
around. I've also just moved house, by the way, which explains the pause in the video uploads. But this means that very soon I should be able to finally start streaming, which is something that I'm really looking forward to.
Smart.
And I hope that you stick around for that as well. But until the next episode, guys, be well, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
I think I can watch videos about how good Classic WoW was every day for the rest of my life, and I will never get tired of them. And, like, I don't know, I think back on the game, and I just had so much fun playing it. It was so enjoyable, and yeah, play hardcore. I don't think hardcore is going to be the same vibe, you know? Like, hardcore is a different type of game. And, like, I'm not saying that I'm not going to play hardcore ever. Like, I'll probably eventually play hardcore for sure. I think Vanilla WoW, it was a game that rewarded knowledge, expertise,
Stupidity.
way more than, like, skill and, like, dexterity. It rewarded people who knew what the dungeon was. Like, for example, like, it feels good whenever you're watching, like, there's the video, by the way, you want to give it a like. Volgren does really good videos. I've watched a number of them. He's actually kind of a smaller content creator, too. His video only has 131 likes. Now it's got 132. So make sure to give it a like if you enjoyed the video. I've got to say, being able to watch the hardcore WoW death videos and knowing what's going to happen feels really good. Right? Like, you have... You know what I feel like? I feel like Gandalf taking the Fellowship through the mines of Moria. It feels so fucking good.
What
that
the
you
fuck?
know the
Oh
ancient
my
text,
gosh,
you know what to do, you know the little things that can go wrong. It feels so fucking good, man.
Shifted down by 1.
Out here you don't.
See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Everybody knows what's gonna happen, right? Mario is gonna jump down and he's gonna die. And we all know it's gonna happen. And it's still gonna be good.
But anyone?
Jeez.
No way! Oh, I could feel that was gonna work.
What a troll.
Oh my god, that's fucking priceless. Oh, that felt.
Wow. I think he got banned for this? Really? It ain't
What a
Mario, bro.
troll.
Yeah,
Did you guys
that's
see what
Wario.
happened?
You're right, yeah. Been playing this.
So that's what he typed. Been playing this game for years. Can't believe I never knew Numlock opens your bags at once. So I am assuming that's your that's the auto walk button. And he made someone press it. What an absolute troll.
This game for years. Can't believe I never knew Numlock opens all your bags at once. Numlock makes you auto run.
Anyone?
What a troll.
That's so good. Bro, this reminds me of the you have been reported for AFK in Alterac Valley. Please type /AFK to remove this this note on your character, or or you may be subject to a penalty. Remember that? The emote? Yeah.
Gonna work. Oh my
And then you see
God,
like
that
5
fucking
people leave
What
the
a
DG.
troll.
Oh, that felt so good, dude.
Yeah, /AFK remove, yeah. /camp to make a campfire? Well, that doesn't really work because you still have a 20-second. Okay, wait a second. Move it up. This is a pretty hard quest, but they got 4 people. There's no reason for them to fail. There's literally no reason to fail.
It works.
They cannot fail.
I gotta hit him again, right? I gotta
They
hit Skull.
can't
hit both. You gotta hit.
I just hit Lathric and I'm.
Okay.
I'm
100,000,
just fucking
15,000,
sprinting out of bubble away.
175.
Get out. Go, 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 go.
Wait, why? What?
Best
why?
Mario
Why?
game
I'm
ever?
not,
Why
in
would
this,
you?
I'm not in this yet.
But what? Just what?
Why? What's the pet doing?
I haven't
dude?
played Mario
What
in
are
so
they-
long.
What?
Got aggro.
I
into
liked
a
Mario
fucking
Party.
Just kill it.
Does that
It's
count?
a level. It's an elite. It's not that big of a
100,000,
deal.
25.
I'm staying in stuff for now.
What the hell is going on,
Oh my god.
guys? What the fuck?
75, 30.
So,
What are they? What are
It
they?
He reset. He reset. He reset. Oh
works.
no! Never mind. He went back on the
Holy.
Oh, we're back.
fucking.
Bro, don't tell me that there's gonna be another compilation where a bird ends up wiping an entire group. First it was ZG, now it's BRD.
Oh, I have to change these numbers.
Are you
go,
fucking
go, go,
kidding
go,
me?
go, 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 go.
What are
Dang
they
it.
doing? I don't understand this at all. Why?
So maybe I should. Okay,
Use
so
hunters, netted.
maybe I should code it in
Hunters,
Yeah,
that.
just yeah,
What-
run,
what-
run,
what's
run, run.
their
Too many
best
mobs.
case
Too many mobs. Too
scenario?
many
Where are we
mobs.
going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where?
So
Where?
left, left,
Open the door.
left through the gate. Left through the gate. Left through the gate.
Are you okay?
I think I don't
I'm
want to
good, I'm
make
still- I'm
this
still up. I'm gonna open
too
the gate.
complicated
The priest is down. The
because
priest is going
there
down.
needs to be
The priest is
human.
going down.
Oh
Isn't
my
it-
god, they let him die!
So I think there should be human intervention in this, like for this chart. So what this chart does is when you press on it, it'll make the number disappear up there, right?
Okay, we keep running.
So what I'm thinking is I should make. I was thinking about when
I
a
love
person
how they
opens
have
a case,
fucking POVs for
the
this.
number will
Bro,
disappear.
he's so stressed.
Are you okay?
But I think I'm not going to do that.
Oh no, they lost the Chinese guy or Japan. I don't know what those are, but it's not fucking.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
it
I'll do
certainly
that.
Ain't American, brother. Bro, this dude is gone.
I
Two down.
think.
Freedom yourself. Freedom yourself. Freedom
Yeah,
yourself.
I fucking just.
I think that's
Oh
what
my
I'll
God.
do.
My bubble's not up.
Bubbles
I lay on
up.
hands. I'm gonna lay
Yeah,
on hands myself.
that's what I'm.
Oh god,
That's what
you
I'll
just
do.
lay on hands at like 30%? No. You use it 30%, God.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do
He's
that.
clicking it.
So someone will have to manually control stuff. So I'll make like a little
Amazing. I love
Yo,
this.
I'm trapped.
a little
trapped.
tower
God.
right
I
here,
don't know
or
what
like
to
a
do.
room where they
Wait,
can control all this stuff.
Yo, I'm trapped.
Oh, it's on
Trapped.
cooldown.
Oh my God. 5.
Or perhaps.
Oh,
Hmm.
he's counting himself, dude. He's counting himself down.
Just don't jump down.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do that.
Don't jump down. Don't jump down. They're gonna hit you. Oh,
my
you
God.
fell down.
Oh my. What did I do?
Bro,
Oh my
I
God.
love how
I
the only
don't-
person who survived is the one person
I think
who
it's
shouldn't
wild
have
people
been
are
there.
playing hardcore, knowing they
This guy
could
was,
lose
like, level
everything.
46. You had
I
no
wouldn't be able to do
business
it.
doing that quest. And he's
To be
the one
honest,
guy
I
who
wouldn't be
survived.
able to do it
Most
at all.
deserved death ever. It absolutely is, bro. That was the worst
Holy
thing that I've
boobs,
ever
what the
seen.
heck?
That was actually the worst thing. Total rat? No, he's not being a rat. What's he gonna do?
Whoa,
He was
sorry.
freaking out so much he fell off, dude.
I'm
That's
just on the
so
internet
sad.
right
Bob
now.
the hunter's pet first.
I'm just scrolling
and then
through
freeing
Twitter.
the banished rogue friend.
Whoa.
No, that's fine. Like, I didn't say that was a bad decision. They all had the quest done except the rogue. Oh my god. Fresh layer joined. Wait, what the hell is it? Wait, is he joining different layers? Oh god.
Wait, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Oh, bro, like,
Hello?
that's what you fucking
Hello?
get, man.
I'm hungry. Oh my gosh. I'm actually really hungry right now.
I can show you when
I
play
get on
Fresh
Twitter
Layer.
again reviewing.
Tab.
I can't help it. It's so fun.
GM, okay.
This is so nice. Oh, this is so
Oh,
nice.
is this
I
a
like
Kickstarter?
this. No
Oh,
repeating
like,
buttons
this guy's a
either,
Kickstarter.
which is nice. Uh-huh. Good. The text is kind of
Wait, the
small
GM
though.
froze him?
Are they not?
Oh my god. He ice blocked out of it, a GM debuff? That's so fucking amazing. Ice block GM debuff. Yeah, that's really fucking funny. Wow. We saw this one. We saw this one. So just for context, Bobka is a very well-known rogue and very big in a classic community. Rank 14.
Okay, that's better.
a very good
Wait,
player,
it's a little
this
bit
is the
too
top
big.
guild in the world, and they're clearing
There we go.
Naxxramas on hardcore servers.
Wait, actually, this is wrong as well. What's our highest? 100,000.
What? I tapped targeted.
So now I can...
I can go over it again, but
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Oh, shit. Okay, okay.
you gotta know those slimes, man. I actually think that people don't know the slimes. Because by the time that everybody in Classic WoW got to Nax,
Okay,
everybody was
so we
on
got that
fully stacked
taken care of.
WD-40 gear.
I don't need this on
Everybody
now,
had
but...
full 2.5. So like you could just face tank the slimes. But originally the plague slimes needed to be tanked by ranged. They still almost one-shot? They never one-shot me, I'll tell you that.
So, let me take care of this. Is... Or... Networking, get
Everybody knows
local
what's gonna
player.
happen, right? And we all know it's gonna happen, and it's still gonna be good.
And from there,
Oh no,
is
guys,
get
it's okay. He's got
his
blink. It's
master.
fine.
If you are a master, then you are going to shuffle it. So
No way.
branch. It's
Oh,
there.
bro. No way. I remember I had this capture device back in 2007.
Awesome. Okay.
It's just draining life. That's it.
Hey there. Do you want to know about Twitch Prime? Oh,
I thought that was the
you may
YouTube
be
video.
asking, what's Twitch Prime? Let me tell ya. When you connect your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you can get one free sub to any streamer on Twitch, every month. Yup,
No
and
way.
along with that, get yourself some Twitch loot. With Twitch loot, you can go ahead and get yourself some exclusive Twitch gear and your favorite games. And until April 30th, you can get yourself some Fortnite skins, with Twitch loot. So go ahead. Grab your Amazon account, grab a family or friend's Amazon Prime account, and link it to your Twitch account today.
Okay, I will.
No, I'm not.
You guys should use the Korean one. The Korean one's good too. Try the Korean one. Try the Korean.
Oh,
Do it,
there's
do
a
it,
fi-
do
oh,
it, do
is
it.
he actually gonna
Can't
lose?
believe this. I'm going to die.
Oh, he's gonna fall off. He's gonna walk off and die.
No, no! Oh my god!
In
Oh
cases,
my god, I got
arrays,
speared
and
on
we
the
should be good.
cliff.
Okay.
Seriously?
Rocks are the best. I mean, that was just bullshit, though. I mean, guys, that was just bullshit.
Then
Wasn't even a
grab
mock garage?
this.
Huh, looked like it to me.
Vi havde lidt et step i går, hvor jeg vil gerne loot noget quest item, der lå på jorden.
Oh, he's got retaliation.
Yeah.
Okay, there
Down.
you go. Oh, it's gonna aggro the other guy, right?
Castle mobs, 2 melee.
There you go. There you go.
Fuck,
Bandage,
we are-
bandage.
Ace controller.
Ned på HB,
There
Potter.
you go. There you go.
Boom.
Kill that guy.
Ned.
He's
Ja,
got
lige
it.
en
Dude,
hand
he's
frem.
got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Ja,
I don't
He's
want to
got it.
use
That's the two-handed
I don't
axe
want
from the level,
I don't-
and the icon looks like it's the two-handed axe. It's the quest reward from the Scarlet Monastery quest line in Desolus, right?
Jeg kan ikke komme, jeg har set
Bonebiter,
det. Kan du
yeah.
så kigge? Live nu.
Nej.
Jeg er kun op
So he's actually dead. He's dead. That's actually kind of
66
sad.
liv. Kom under vandet, kom under vandet.
Wait, what the fuck? You can go all the way down here? I didn't even know that. Oh my god. Bro, that paladin. Holy shit, bro. That paladin actually saved his ass. Wow.
Wow.
What a fucking play.
Jeg er helt gennem vandet.
That's so badass.
Try to LOS these if possible as well. I'll go kick this guy.
Actually, I don't even need this list anymore. Because we figured it out.
Be doing this. They're doing it wrong. They're massively doing it wrong.
Uh-oh, we're banished too. Oh no, don't die. Please don't die, Swag.
Oh, there's the lay on hands, I'm pretty sure. No, maybe it wasn't because he got his mana
I'm gonna
back.
blind-
Ooh, wow, bro. He got destroyed. Look at that. Wow.
Did you get like
No,
full
man.
credit?
Yeah, we have to run out, boys. We have to run.
Out. Yep. There you go. There you go.
I'm getting
Savage can get out.
blasted. Yeah,
He
that
can get out
sucks,
easy.
bro.
He can get. He's out easy. He's easy out.
Okay,
Easy
let's see.
out.
Shuffle.
we just have to run
Easy
out,
out.
boys,
Like,
or we
easy
leave
out.
group.
Get out. What are you doing?
We gotta run.
Go through the middle.
Go through them?
Yo, leave groups,
Now
everyone.
go through the middle.
Dude, this is so bad.
He's got a
I'm
pet.
kicking you guys out of the group.
No, you can't kick them out because then if you leave, you should make him lead and then kick everything and then leave.
I can't
Oh,
even click
fuck.
this now.
Bro.
No, man! Oh, dude, I'm fucking
Dude, use your
pissed
fucking
now.
Petri. What are you doing?
Fuck, dude.
What are you
I
doing?
might die too. I have a Elu in chat. I think I Elu now. Once I'm out of this.
Bro, this is making me mad. Is he gonna make it? I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think so. Nope. Yeah, I didn't think so.
No way! Are you kidding me, dude?
The Elune out only works whenever only one mob is attacking you. Because most mob swing timer is like 1.5 seconds. So unless the swing timer occurs at the exact same time, like it's just, yeah, he didn't macro it. Yeah, it's crazy how people don't do that. No, with macro you can? Is it that clean?
I am so hungry. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, maybe that is the case. I don't know. If you'd hit it 0.5 faster, you're right.
Uh-oh.
Bro, that was the most unnecessary death I've ever seen.
Fight this break. Hello?
I'm actually so mad that he died. I'm so fucking mad. There's no reason that could have happened. Or that
Why
should
did this
happen.
break? Huh?
We're out just like
Oh,
that,
because
chat?
this is it.
Just like that. They've got to fix this, bro. Like, they have
There we
to
go.
fix this. This is just like...
Oh, it did it. Oh.
They have to fix this fucking bridge.
Tja, da bin ich durch jemanden gefahren.
That's
Okay,
so
let's see.
dumb.
Nee.
Und Levitieren hat er nicht
750, 25
I-
cents. 750.
I really think they should fix that.
Oh,
I don't think that's
it
like,
works.
That's not like cool.
Oh my
if
gosh.
You can die to somebody. I just think that sucks, man.
I did a thing. Holy. Holy heavens, chat. Holy. What do you guys think of the world, by the way? Is it good? Is it bad?
Stupid fucking cat. That's what you
Non, mais
get.
vas-y, c'est trop le
Dude,
fil.
warlocks are the best class in the game, and
Oh, c'est bon, je lance.
dude, warlocks are so much better than druids. Like, dude, druids are so
Et
stupid.
gros,
Bro,
je joue pas.
they're actually such a joke.
Oh Jure.
This is so cool. I've actually never done something like this before.
Wow. That's what you get.
I like this. I really like this. Still planning to do the marble course thing? Sorry, I didn't see that.
Lost his character, bro. That's how bad bugs are. That
Not
goblin
today.
like, he
Today's
just
just
had enough,
mapping.
man. He didn't wanna
To
see
be
another
honest,
druid.
I'm just mapping
So
today.
somebody's gonna go into the lava, I guess.
Fira, what the fuck?
Oh, fuck you up.
Why is
Sarah,
this?
you look like a fucking Mortal Kombat
What
character.
the fuck? That's how 360 looks in first person.
Should I make a reset tower? I don't
Oh
think
my
so.
god, bro.
What the fuck? That freaked me out.
I'll just hold on to
Wait,
this
wait,
for now.
wait.
Wait,
Actually,
wait.
okay.
What?
Wait, oh my god.
What?
Ash?
What?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? So is that like a negative effect that can happen? I've
Okay.
never even seen that before.
So I think for the most part that is good though.
Goblin engineering failure. Don't use that. Help! Help! Why do you need help? You're an elite. Bro, you're an elite. These are non-elites. You should be able to kill them. What is this? Bro, come on. Come on, dude. Are you serious? You're just gonna die. No way.
Honestly,
No fucking way he's actually gonna live through this. Oh my
right.
God, he lived through it.
I have to do something still. Oh my gosh, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Wow.
Oh.
Just like his guild name. Not yet.
I
Fucking
forgot.
Eat, man. Eat! He says, come on. What the fuck? What in the fuck? Bro refused to eat, yeah. Actually, maybe he was still in combat there. Was he still in combat? I think he was. Yeah, so he was still
So
in combat.
right about
But he didn't know what he was in combat with. He had enough mana to where he could have concussive shotted and killed that mob so fast.
animator.
So he was even looking for what he was in. Yeah, he's still in combat.
Yo, hi. The Mr. Knows. Wait, what? Did you name change?
Dude, he could have easily done it. He easily could have
Hello?
killed this thing. Oh, I'm so mad.
Did you name
Pretty
change?
sure it's lag? Well, not game lag. Jesus. Jesus.
Where's my animator?
What a fucking... Dude. I don't understand how people do stuff like this. You know what's so funny? Is that, like, imagine what it's like for a person to die and then have me watch the death because it gets put in a compilation, and there's like 200,000 people that are like, bro, that guy really messed up. Yeah, that guy really fucked up there. Yeah, it's just so
let's see.
bad. I saw a picture, this was recent, maybe yesterday, maybe today, of Jeff Keighley, who actually went to the
Why is that
From
so
Software
loud?
offices. So it does seem like they're cooking something up. I think we're gonna get a new announcement from them very soon.
It has been 209 days since Elden Ring DLC was announced back in February earlier this
It's gotta
year.
be soon,
and since
right,
then,
guys?
it's been radio silence on all fronts.
Surely
a
it'll
little
be
more
soon.
than an acknowledgement of its existence by official.
Hey guys. Yep.
Surely.
Forget. You thought we did, but we didn't.
Sources.
Closed.
Speculate using every single little scrap of news, no matter how small,
Open.
to get an idea of what it's going to be like or when it's coming out. And today is another one of those days because we have more official sources talking about Elden Ring DLC and actually giving us a little window of when it might be coming out.
What
That
is that?
sounds very promising. Although to be fair, we are going to be putting on the tinfoil hats a little bit, but we're going to break all of that down right here. But before we get into that, if you want to stay up to date on all things Elden Ring, Armored Core, and From Software, and enjoy the lore and general discussion, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Close.
Now let's get into
Open.
it. Our discussion today is going to come from an interview between the CEO of
Open.
Bandai Namco EU and a games journal called GamesIndustry.biz. So the source here is quite literally as official as it gets. The article is titled Bandai Namco, Every Publisher Has to Focus More on Their Own Expertise. European boss
Open
Arnaud
to
Muller on maintaining
close.
momentum post
And
Elden Ring
then
and challenges of the market. And they've been hyping up this interview for quite a while on their website, with a few segments released beforehand
Out
related to
there.
Armored Core. And I'll touch on that more in a minute, but let's go ahead and just get straight into it. And
Awesome.
I was really happy to hear them say that they were going to keep investing into Armored Core.
So we have that.
I was kind of worried that because Armored Core didn't have like the crazy sale numbers that Elden Ring did, that people were going to be like, oh fuck, like it's like, well, let's not do this, let's just do more Souls-like games. But I'm so happy they're making more content for it.
and read it from top to bottom, at least the relevant parts. 2022 was a stellar year for Bandai Namco thanks to Elden Ring's critical and commercial
Okay, so we have
As a
that
result,
part.
2023
And then
was all going to be about maintaining that momentum. When we asked Bandai Namco Europe CEO Arnaud
Now I
Muller
need to
about
see.
how well the company has managed to rise to that challenge this year, he first points to Elden Ring's DLC, The Shadow of the Erd Tree, announced
There you go.
earlier this year and due to release soon.
So by
He also
default,
points to
you're
Armored
going to
Core 6, which he says is the current focus in Bandai Namco and From Software's relationship.
Oh, wrong one.
As we previously reported right after our interview with Muller at Gamescom, the firm expected Elden Ring's success to have widened Armored Core's
Is
audience,
okay.
and therefore anticipated the title to be a success. And it's
I think it did. I think that's what happened. There's a lot of people that probably tried, like, if Armored Core was made by some random developer, I probably would have played it anyway, but I would have been less likely to.
fair to say that it has been, with Armored Core 6 topping the UK box charts, the US monthly
Yeah, there you
charts,
go.
the European listings, and sitting among the bestsellers of the year globally. But From Software's title's continued success is not all there is to Bandai Namco's 2023, Muller wants to highlight. And the article then goes on to talk about the rest of Bandai Namco's
Pause.
catalog
And
that does not
then
include From Software. So even though that was a relatively short section of the article in the interview, we have a lot
I have to
break down
synchronize this
here.
as
First
well.
of all, it opened up talking about the year of 2023 as a whole for Bandai Namco. And the very first thing that the CEO mentions is Elden Ring DLC.
So
this
now-
sounds very familiar to what Bandai Namco was talking about a while back.
My
When they discussed their
behavior.
primary focus games for the year, and Elden Ring DLC
That
was at the
wasn't.
top of that list. Now that was back before Summer Games Fest, and was one of the reasons we were kind of
I saw a picture, this was recent, maybe yesterday, maybe today, of Jeff Keighley, who actually went to the From Software offices. So it does seem like they're cooking something up.
hyped up to potentially see it there.
There's a
But of
picture, it's on
course, we
Twitter,
didn't
it's on
see
Jeff's,
anything. Now that
Jeff's
can still
Twitter.
be their main focus without actually revealing anything to the public, which seems to be the case. But the common denominator here is 2023.
There's
Now
the
we've gone
pickup
the entire
and
year with basically no news. We're coming
object
up on the end
scene.
of September and only a few months left in the calendar year. So if Elden Ring DLC was actually going to release in 2023, theoretically we should have gotten a trailer by now.
Allow
Of course, since this isn't
manipulation. Yes.
I mean, y'all gotta remember, like, Elden Ring got announced in like 2018 or 2019 or something like that. And it was early 2019 if it was 2019. Like, this shit took a really long time. And I think the truth is, like, nobody is like that worried about like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like,
So
I don't want to see them rush it at all. Like, if it takes 2 years for the Elden Ring DLC to come out, okay.
Pickup.
That's fine. Yeah, just like whenever it's ready, I'll play it.
Pickup
Like,
use
I don't want to
set.
rush the game. Just when it's ready, it's ready.
DLC, they may not be wanting to put an entire marketing push behind
Set
it, and we'll talk about that more in a
Boolean
minute. But let's break down what
to
2023
string
means.
Yeah, sure.
Normally,
is
we'd all assume December 31st
Or
is the final cutoff date for 2023.
get
But when
I actually have no idea how big the DLC is going to be. Because, like, do y'all remember playing Elden Ring for the first time? And it was like, you're like, okay,
Then we need
this game is massive.
urinary
Holy
negate.
shit. And then you break an invisible wall. And then behind that invisible wall, there's another invisible wall. And then there's like a fucking gigantic
serialization.
passageway that's
And
like the size
from
of
here,
fucking half of Dark Souls 1. And then after that,
I
there's
need
an
to
entire new
make
zone.
it.
And you open up your map. Where is this on the map? There's a second fucking map. Wait, what the fuck? How did
Does this work?
happen?
Actually, I don't even know.
So, like, I hope that
I think I
the
have to
DLC
synchronize.
is
This is
the
gonna be
same
weird.
scope and
Okay.
size as the Dark Souls 2 DLC. I think Dark Souls 2 DLC and Bloodborne DLC, obviously the two best. Dark Souls 3 was also very good. Dark Souls 1 was okay. So yeah, I'm really hoping for something around the lines of Dark Souls 2. But like, fuck, they could release DLC that's the size of Dark Souls 2. Yeah, someone on the elevator. Yeah, the elevator in like the in Limgrave.
Oh, this is gonna be a little bit awkward. Okay.
The fiscal year for 2023 ends in March 31st.
Let's do this instead.
2024 on the calendar, which is entirely
Because we
possible to do
need
with
to
it
grab
Now, if that is the case, we've got a lot of key dates in that time frame, such
Yes.
as the 2-year anniversary of Elden Ring's release. And spring in general tends to be when From Software.
There is a good chance that they're going to announce something for Elden Ring on the anniversary. You know what was really cool, actually? This recently happened, is that Sekiro came out in 2019. By the way, 2019's Game of the Year, I would recommend Sekiro. It's a perfect game, one of the greatest games of all time. Recently broke 10 million sales. Yeah, From Software
Okay.
announced 2019
I think this should be good
Sekiro's hit
now.
has now reached another milestone, selling 10 million copies. It's
10
actually
copies.
so awesome, and that's what happens whenever you make an amazing good game. Is that like Sekiro, whenever it came out in 2019,
Okay.
it's still good. It didn't like fall
So
off
I should be
or
able.
anything. Like it's still good. It's the same as like you go back and
What?
you play Super Metroid, it's still good. You go back and you play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, it's still fucking good. God, that is amazing. So I never even talked about this, but yeah, recently Sekiro hit 10 million copies. So it's crazy how like the massive success of Elden Ring elevated not only Armored Core, but like probably also Sekiro too.
likes to release their games. Armored Core 6 being a pretty big
I
exception to that rule.
did the
But
wrong
for the past
thing.
decade, pretty much all of the main From Software games have released in the early parts
Oops.
of the
My
year.
bad.
So we have to
My
think
bad.
about the DLC
My
kinda
bad.
Bro, what is he thinking?
Yeah.
Doesn't he know jump attacks are in the game?
that. Are they going to be treating?
Okay, see now he's listening. It's smart guy.
it like a full game release and giving it a full marketing cycle, or is it just going to be another DLC? And there are some other questionable things in that first paragraph. Notably, they don't use any actual quotes from the CEO when talking about the DLC, and that may be because they discuss things that weren't
VRC Object Sync.
And because of that, we don't know if what's being said is actually from the CEO himself, specifically when they say that the DLC is due to be released soon. For all we know, that could just be an assumption on the
soon. Like, yeah, we're gonna be able to have travel to Mars soon. When? In about 40 to 50 years.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Interviewer's part. But given that this paragraph is
So grab that.
said by the CEO, there's a
NFL
pretty good
again.
chance there that they actually said that. But the question is, does soon mean before December 31st, or does soon also include all the way through March? Unfortunately, we don't have that answer. But let's shift to the second paragraph now, because we have a lot to extrapolate from that as well. This one mainly focused on Armored Core.
Huh?
But there is an
I
important
can't grab it.
takeaway. The very first sentence there reads, but he also points to Armored Core 6, which he says is the current focus in Bandai Namco and From Software's relationship. And that can mean a number of things. Because why would they mention Elden Ring DLC being their biggest focus for 2023, and then immediately in the next paragraph say that Armored Core 6 is their main focus? Then we know
What the
Armored
heck?
Core 6 is still getting support for the immediate future.
Huh?
In the same interview, he mentions that
Okay.
they want to take this IP further in the relationship with From Software. And when this quote was released a few weeks, he wanted...
Let me, Oh, yeah, dude, this actually made me so happy. I'm gonna read this again. It's a big step up in the franchise. We're not going to be able to match Elden Ring numbers, but we will way surpass what Armored Core previous games have done. We have a great game.
Oh, because
the gameplay, the
I am
battle system
stupid.
is very loyal to what From Software fans are used to, so we really want to take this IP further in the relationship with From Software. My expectation is that people who have discovered the game via Elden Ring will also enjoy Armored Core. I was so happy to hear this, because it goes against what happens with a lot of these like companies, right? Is that like the company only bases every decision off of like
Where's
their
my,
highest selling game ever.
where's my box
and they never try
collider?
to invest into like a smaller franchise or a smaller thing that could still have a very dedicated, great audience of people who love it for years. So like I think this is like such a logical, smart decision for them to be making. I'm so happy about this.
Take this IP further
What the
in
heck?
relationship with From Software. And when this quote was
Yes,
released
ma'am.
a few weeks back, I took
Uh,
that to mean DLC or a follow-up game like they've done with past Armored Core generations. And that still may be
I can't see my
the case,
collider.
but that could also
I'd really love to see a DLC for Armored Core. And I'd also really like to see, I mean, I hope they do like a patch, the same as they did with like the Coliseum patch in Elden Ring. I hope they have a matchmaking patch for Armored Core. Because right now, like the way that you have to like join lobbies
Oh,
to play against
it's
people,
the
kind of annoying and weird.
origin that's
And I
fucked
wish that you could
up.
just like click a button and get match made against somebody and just like immediately play. And just like have everything randomized.
also mean is that they want to
Shit.
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
considering
I see where the issue is now.
probably be smart. Now Bandai Namco's
Y'all remember back in
The
day
cases
where
are-
these guys would never stop casting? I remember playing this and it actually, I was so fucking mad.
job is to publish their games, including AC6, including
I hear
Elden Ring
Mancat
and Elden
rapping.
Ring DLC
Whoa.
whenever that comes. And
Shit.
So what that means is
Yeah.
whenever one of these games comes out, Bandai Namco gets revenue. And considering
Yeah,
that
of
Elden
course.
Ring DLC is going to sell massively, it's no wonder that would be their top priority. So if we entertain the idea
Yeah.
that Elden Ring DLC could release without a marketing push from Bandai Namco, meaning that From Software alone is working on the DLC and
Vision
pushing it out
scale.
to the markets,
Yeah, I
Bandai
don't
Namco
understand.
could still be focused
This
on
is
AC6
right.
and receive the cut from Elden Ring DLC. And in my opinion,
Scale.
that's what this sounds like the most, which might actually be the smartest play with all of this. To continue to market Armored Core to those fans.
What the
who are
heck?
already
Why isn't
paying
this
attention to
working?
Elden Ring, now that Armored Core 6 is already
I
released.
for
still want to do that tournament
FPS.
for Armored Core 6. I think, I mean, it sounds stupid, but like, I think about Armored Core every day. I do. I think about it every day. And yeah, not a time, at some point I need to do it, man. It's an amazing game, yeah.
At least there's no longer a conflict of interest,
With the
only
Roman
eyes
Empire?
to be gained. And not to mention Armored Core 6 has
Ace.
rave reviews, so in
Crap.
the meantime of waiting for Elden Ring DLC, it would be a great game to check out if they passed up on it. The only question I have is how much of that momentum is still remaining? Has it been too long? If they choose
What
to
the
not push Elden Ring
hell?
DLC in the marketing
Dude.
cycle, would it still have that same stopping power that the original game did? I think
Elden Ring DLC isn't going to sell as well as Elden
What
Ring.
the hell
Like,
happened to my
honestly not.
case?
Like, that's just
What?
the way DLC is. You're going to have a lot of people that played Elden
Hello?
Ring, and like the push is going to be like, I don't know. Like, I think if they
Oh
sold
my
DLC to half
gosh.
the people that bought the game, it would be a
That's
massive
what
success.
happened.
I'll be honest. Like, that's just how it is. But that doesn't mean that the game, that doesn't mean it's bad. Like, just because it doesn't do as well as, like, the base game release, I mean, fuck. Most games don't do that. I think Cyberpunk recently, right, with Phantom Liberty, that's like a major exception. And also, Cyberpunk with Phantom Liberty even didn't meet the same level of, like, fervor and
Why is the
excitement
pivot over
as
here?
the release of the game. It's just the difference was that the release of the game was very badly received, and Phantom Liberty wasn't.
So, but
Okay,
10 years
idea.
is a long time to wait. So
Use
we'll just have to
graphics
see. Give you my
key.
honest thoughts on when it'll release. I'm very divided. I can totally see them dropping a trailer any day now and having it release around November, which we had signs pointing to. But if I had to put
I
money
don't
on
know,
something, I
man.
would say a trailer at TGA in December and then the release around the 2 year.
I think we'll probably see a trailer at the Game Awards. Like, there's no way, bro. There's no way Jeff Keighley went all the way out to those offices if he's not feeling like something's gonna come out of it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's gotta be something going on.
Your anniversary in February. That is absolutely the safe bet, but it really still feels like so.
You want to hear some real copium? Maybe From Software making the tweet about Sekiro is because now that it's sold 10 million copies, they're finally going to make the Tom Away DLC. Yeah, and that's why they're talking about Sekiro again. Yep, that's right, guys. It's crazy, huh?
Why is this adding?
Yeah, for
far
sure.
away. I know we're still in
It's
the
real.
same month that Armored Core released, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved that game. It's my personal game of the year, but it didn't really have the lasting impression that Elden Ring did, due to
And it was
being
never
more of
going
a
to.
niche title, and that's something they even acknowledged in the interview. So
Yeah.
personally, I don't think there has to be much of a gap between these releases, as it's not really going to help it out much. Like I said, there's no longer that conflict of interest, but that's just my thoughts on it. But what do you make of all of this? How do you take this interview and what it shows us with their plans for the DLC? Now that we know Elden Ring DLC is next up on the list, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more going forward. People are going to be less scared to talk about it. And of course, whenever we find out, I'll be here to keep you guys up to date. Anyway though, guys, that is going to pretty much do it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe if you're new around here. And with all that, I will catch you in the next one.
I think that there's a very good chance that we get the DLC earlier, but like, I don't know if they're going to announce it and then release it in December. I feel like they're going to want to like push
I
the
had to
marketing for it. I think the
adjust the
earliest that we
office.
get it is like this summer coming up. It's going to be March. Yeah, like March at the earliest. Early meaning Q1 2024. Yeah, I mean, I think we're not going to get it probably for like, probably for 6 more months, right? At least 5 or 6 more months. Probably an announcement. Yeah, they'll probably have like a date or like a trailer in December, and then they'll have a date maybe then or like maybe a week or a month after that, and then we'll be able to play it. It'll be out after Classic Plus announcement. True.
Oh my gosh, I have to do all
The
this
War
again.
Chief is back. So this is the thing that I had wanted to talk about today, actually. This is actually like really, really big news, and I saw this whenever
No,
I
I
was
don't.
going to bed. I
Let's
would
see.
say, like, I don't know, like, my life's out of control, so I have no idea whenever anything happened ever. But it looks like Chris
I can see
Metzen.
this.
I'll
Okay,
read it.
I'm
Right?
gonna
Let's
do
just
this
read
instead.
it. We're excited to share that Chris Metzen has taken on a full-time role as executive creative director of the Warcraft universe. Right now, his main focus is supporting our Warcraft leadership in World of Warcraft leadership in crafting the next generation of adventures. Chris was instrumental in developing the foundations of the Warcraft universe, and we are thrilled for him to rejoin our teams in shaping what's to come. At BlizzCon, he and the team will be sharing what we've been working on. We hope to see you there. Now, I'm sorry to say, but I'm a little bit, like, I'm kind of happy about this. I am. I'm like, I don't know about soy facing,
Awesome.
right? I mean, if they announce Classic Plus, then you're going to
Okay,
get it, right?
I need to test this.
But until then, I'm still excited because here's the thing, right? Is that
I've got a
Chris
headache
Metzen
as well.
was the guy that drew all of the original fucking art. Like, this was the guy that whenever I go back and I'm like, remember whenever World of Warcraft used to be a manly
is
game
this?
for men?
Why-
I'm talking about Chris Metzen's art. That's basically it. So maybe some of the people at Blizzard finally got sick
Why
of
did
a
it do
story
this?
being about femboys and girls talking about how the war chief made them feel, or how their
Oh my
dad made them
gosh.
feel, and now finally we're gonna
I
get a
do
real
have to
goddamn
redo
fucking
this.
game.
I hate Ica. Ugh.
Now, look, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm gonna just say it. I'll believe it when I
Where
see
did it go?
I want to see it. I've been
Hello?
hoodwinked before,
I don't.
but it's at least nice to see. It's nice to see them.
Why is
trying,
it this
you know?
far?
Like that's it.
Oh
Calm down.
my
Yes,
gosh.
exactly. I
I'm
want
actually-
to see it. And like, look at.
Why
dude,
is the
these are so
orientation
good.
this far?
Holy fuck, man! Like I remember, dude. Oh my god.
Why is this far away?
It was so fucking good, man.
I actually don't understand.
It really was. And like you got this little manual and all of this stuff, like all of this stuff here was in the manual. It was fucking badass. Oh my god. It was a dark game with big hairy
I do
sweaty
this?
men trying to kill other big hairy sweaty men. And thank fucking god, it seems like maybe there's a chance of that coming back. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But yes, Chris Metzen is back to World of Warcraft. He is the executive creative director. I think this is kind of a big deal. I do. You think Metzen will have freedom he should have with the shareholders behind him? I think that they're like, if I was Blizzard, this is what I would be like.
Why is it like this?
I can't get any worse.
I don't understand. Why? Huh?
That's what I'd say.
How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, like, fuck. Just let him try. Let him see what happens.
I don't.
And it sounds like
Huh?
a fake position. That
I don't
sounds good, but
understand
no, there's a
this.
lot of executive creative directors with things. Like, I don't think this is weird at all. Like, trying to, like, direct the message and, like, the story of something like this. Think about any sort of, like, really big IP. Like, I think MCU is probably the best example. Like, of course they have somebody like this for the MCU. Of course they
Why
have
is it like
somebody like this
this?
for any sort of, like, a very large, like, creative universe like this. It's definitely a good thing. I have zero faith in Metzen. I have more faith in Metzen than I do in the current team. Okay? And I'm not hoping for amazing. I'm just settling for better. That's it. So yeah, I'm happy to see this. Do you think the main focus will be Classic Plus? I think that they should scrap retail completely. I think the game's completely gone off the rails. It went off the rails in Mists of Pandaria. Yeah, I think it went off the rails after in Cataclysm, right? Like, it's completely gone. Like, what the fuck is going on? There's too many things in the game. It's just bloated beyond repair. Make Classic Plus. Just redo it. Redo it. Your collection? Oh, my collection! My collection of items! No! Bro, it's not like I think they should delete retail. I don't think they should delete it.
Something messed
I
up?
just think they should invest into something that's for the
I just don't
future.
know what's
Like,
going
what
on
good
with
is a collection if nobody
So my
cares?
pivot's right here, but this case is right here.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know why.
And, what does Classic Plus mean? Classic Plus. So, let's talk about this, okay? BlizzCon best case scenario, okay? Metzen
Components.
comes out.
I
Announces.
turn what I missed? I'm trying to fix this. I don't know why the
Classic
object
Plus.
orientation changed.
Okay, that's immediately what happens. Now, for Classic Plus, I think that they should clean up a little bit of the graphics, like to make sure that like some of the like texturing
In the
that's like
battery?
obviously just like bugged out is fixed.
Objects.
But I actually don't think they should make the graphics really good. I don't think they should update the graphics for retail at all, or to retail. I think that they should just
Interested in
improve,
ICUS
like, a few
Gamer
texturing
Sub discount
problems,
code?
etc.,
It's
and then
IVR.
keep it the way
Use
it
it at
is. Like a good
gamersub.gg.
example of like what I mean
Ah, yes.
is like the Warp Stalker.
Gamer Sub. Ooh.
The Warp Stalker looks really nice.
You should say the
And
Korean
just
one.
have it like
Here, so you guys see what it sounds
that. And
like.
so then announces new raids, dungeons, zones. I also think that they should make.
Hey
Like, I mean,
there.
this is
Do
basically
you
it, by
want
the
to
way.
know
This is the whole
about
thing.
Twitch Prime?
Modernized dungeons for
Oh,
less time
you
wasted
may
in the
be
game.
asking, what's Twitch
Modernized
Prime?
dungeons
Let me tell ya. When you
No.
connect your Amazon account
what
to
I
your
really think
Twitch
they should
account,
do?
you can get one free sub
If
to
they
any
really
streamer
wanna
on
make-
Twitch
'cause, like-
every month.
So
Yup,
one thing-
and along
this
with
is,
that,
like, kinda
get
like
yourself
might be
some Twitch
confusing,
loot. With
but
Twitch loot,
I
you can
actually
go
think that they
ahead
should
and
do
get
two
yourself some
separate
exclusive
things.
Twitch gear and
So
your
I
favorite
think they should
games.
change
And
retail
until April
dungeons to
30th,
make them
you can
more
get yourself some
streamlined,
Fortnite
but I
skins
don't hold
with
on to that
Twitch
same
loot.
philosophy
So
for
go
Classic.
ahead. Grab your Amazon
they're
account,
fundamentally
grab a
different
family
games,
or
and I
friend's
think they cater
Amazon
to
Prime
different
account,
audiences.
and link it to your
So
Twitch
I
account
actually
today.
don't want to see any dungeons modernized. I'm gonna say something
하이
that
헬로
this might
에브리원
surprise a
I
lot
am
of people.
알커
I think
플리즈
the
투
Burning
미트 유
Crusade dungeons,
NA
only,
유즈
I
트위치
think,
프라임
genuinely great dungeons in WoW were the ones in Classic WoW. I don't think any of the
Why did
dungeons
it
in
do
like
that?
Burning Crusade or Wrath or Cataclysm really had the same like substance to them.
What the
that
hell happened with
original
this?
dungeons did. And so like whenever I think of like the greatest dungeons of all time, right? Greatest dungeons
Oh,
of all
I have it
time.
backwards.
BRD
Oops.
clears everything.
こんにちは私の名前は愛花です皆さんに感謝しま
After
す
that, Maradon is amazing.
Okay.
Let's see, Sunken Temple.
Let's see. Make transition, make transition.
Fuck, Dead Mines. Yep.
Transition.
Dead Mines. Dead Mines is very is actually
Open.
quite linear, but Zul'Farrak. Yep. ZF.
False.
I will say, I think Mechagon is so well designed and so good. I think Mechagon deserves to be on the list. I really do. I know people are gonna get upset about this because it's not a classic dungeon, but I really believe this. Uldaman, I'm not a big fan of Uldaman, honestly. Don't really like it a whole lot. Strat. I don't know how to spell it, but yeah, it's something like that. Let's see, like other greatest dungeons of all time. Court of Stars? Yeah, Court of Stars probably would be on there. Also, this is my opinion. Vault of the
Let's
Wardens,
see.
I think, should be on there.
Okay, sorry, I was looking at something.
Oculus?
Stretch?
No, I don't.
How
I
much
didn't really
stretch?
like
I'm
the
an
Oculus.
NDR. Here, I'll do this.
Scarlet Monastery.
I'll crack my back. I can't crack my back.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think Scarlet Monastery was that great of a
I
dungeon.
cracked my soul instead.
I don't. I think it was okay. But like, I think people like Scarlet
Oh.
Monastery because it gives really
Oh.
good gear. And also, like, there's not a
That
lot of questing
BNDR,
to
that's
do
not
at
how
like,
I
that
live
same
my life.
level. So like, Scarlet Monastery is like a fucking
It
saving
works.
grace.
Oh shit.
Of that time period. But like, yeah, it's nostalgic too. Like, yeah, like I don't know.
Okay,
I don't really
okay.
think it's like that amazing.
Let's shuffle.
In White Mane, yeah, true.
Oh.
It's very fragmented
Okay,
and linear
okay.
compared to the classic dungeons. I think there's one more classic dungeon I'm not thinking of that's like also insanely good. I'm not sure if it's Skullomance, if it deserves to be on the list. Maybe it does. Oh, LBRS. Yeah, there it is. So, these are the dungeons that are, in my opinion,
Grapple one
the
working
greatest
case.
dungeons
Next,
of
I
all
have to
time.
make it so that they respawn
And the
into their
majority of them
spot.
are in Classic WoW. And the reason why I think these dungeons are the greatest dungeons of all time, and why I think BRD clears every dungeon that's ever existed,
Okay, let's see.
and it was made in 2000, probably realistically
transform.
2003.
ストレッチングイズベストウィズアップルジャストライイットナウゲットサムアピジュズストレッチリアリーハードディスカバーイッツオールモストアズグッドアズザフタグローブ A ハードコア ARP セシュナダーズ
You go through the same bridges, like the bridge of Khazad-dûm in like Moria in Lord of the Rings and stuff like that.
Wait,
It's
ERP,
just,
what?
it feels like you're in a true city. You're in a real area. And like, yeah, it's really long and it's like a huge time commitment and it's not efficient and
Position,
you know, it's like, but like, think about how many different ways people play BRD. Some people play BRD to do Emperor runs. Some people do BRD in order to get to Molten Core and to complete that quest line. And the lava jump
On
run.
starts.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yo,
Everybody
fire.
does it. It's like literally a trial by fire. It's beautiful. I cannot express
Unless you are
how much I love it. So Yeah, BRD is greater than Raids. It's BRD is better than Raids. And then you have people that are doing the what do you call it? Like the SGC runs, Savage
Oh wait,
Gladiator
I already
chain,
have it right here.
the
Do I
chess
not?
piece, like the
Oh, I guess
arena
not.
runs. Then you have people that are
Yeah,
doing like
position.
experience runs, etc.
Or
A
not
Nixia
position.
quest, yeah. Like no, I mean I didn't forget it.
Master.
I was just going through the list. And then you die in BRD, and you run back, and you encounter an NPC that you can only talk to when you're dead, who gives you a key to open up the rest of BRD. It's beautiful. It's just it's so much better than anything
Yard
Blizzard's ever made.
Master. Yeah,
It's so good, and
transform.
it goes against every modern rule that WoW has. Yes. So first, you craft the legendary hammer
position.
of Ragnaros at the anvil in the heart of the fucking
Get
dwarven city.
Station.
And you have to go in there, and by that time that you go in there and you have all that gear, you can do it, and it's no big deal.
Of course I can hear you. Smile.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I heard you since you unmuted.
Like Maradon is, I think Maradon is amazing too.
Skip?
I really love I think that the dungeons in Classic
Why am I
WoW
skipping?
are just so good. LBRS and UBRS. LBRS is on the list.
Hey, Paraf, you
UBRS,
think I didn't notice?
I personally like LBRS more. I think
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
more dynamic and more interesting.
Sorry, everyone. I'm
but
being
they're both
schizophrenic
amazing.
right now.
Please do hardcore WoW, bro. If I keep talking about this, I might have to. Like, I'm
Oh, I
just,
have
I'm
your
getting
back,
so fucking
and your
pumped just
pussy,
talking
and
about
your
this.
crack.
So the thing is,
Oh.
like, again, going back to Metzen, right? Is that Metzen was there
You muted?
whenever these dungeons were made, right?
A certain
No,
someone.
it wasn't
I
there
won't
for
say their
this
name,
one.
but their
He was
name
there for
starts with
these, to
man
be
and
fair.
ends with cat.
So I want to see. I don't think that this is going to have anything to do with Metzen, by the way. I think the only thing that Metzen's going to be involved with is like making sure.
I heard
the
about
story and
the
narrative and
CGU
vibe
one.
of the game
Good
is
for her. Like she.
I don't think that's really
takes
his
a lot
only
to do.
job. But
It takes a lot of courage to do.
that's enough, right? Like that's all I want to see. But like that's why I want Classic Plus. What do you think of Shadowfang Keep? I think Shadowfang Keep
Boy?
is an amazing dungeon. I do. I really like
I
it.
could gonna unmute,
there's some
smile.
things about
Yeah,
Shadowfang
this is
Keep
just
that
a
I
voice
really,
changer.
really enjoy.
I'm
I
sorry
think,
to
like,
tell
they
you.
clearly tried to take a narrative after Legion.
Sun
Every
change,
plot
get
point
his
and every plot
master.
device that I can think of after Legion has been bad. Like, is there anything
So then we
that
are
was
going
good
to
after
make
after
a
Legion? Now, let me think.
custom
Ysera's return.
event.
I thought that was
I've
stupid.
been beating to an AI voice.
I don't
What
think
the
they should have
heck?
brought Ysera back.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll be honest, I don't think so. I think that was stupid. Yeah, they kind of did handle Sarfang pretty well. All things considered, yeah, I
Is that
think that I think they
transform
did.
and
I'll
that-
give them credit for that. It was okay. Sure.
This
Jaina and the Borealis arc, I think that was okay
AI
as well.
Katsuyuri.
Sire Denathrius, yeah, definitely. I like Sire Denathrius.
Get
Bon Swambi is base
transform.
2. You're right. Yeah, I guess there is a handful of them. All right. Yeah, okay. Rip the Drusvar story. Yeah, I remember that one
Set.
was pretty good as well. Nathanos dying. That was okay,
Fuck
but it wasn't like really that amazing. Garrosh and Shadowlands. Yeah, but that was like just a 1 minute cinematic. But yeah.
Set
Just
position,
overall, but like,
and,
I don't know. I think that
set.
the overall vibe of the game, like, I'm glad you guys bring these up because you're right. There have been some good high points in the story, even after that. But I don't know.
Set
I think that they should go back
rotation.
to.
Oh, I guess just do this. Set position and rotation.
Like, I remember there was like a story, and it was a story of how Tyrion and this orc kind of bonded. Like, there was a video I think
here.
Platinum WoW did about this, and I think this is like the best. Like, if you watch this video, where is it? This video right here
Okay.
is probably like an example of one of these like really small scale stories. That there's the video if you guys want to watch it
It's so
yourselves
fun.
at some point. It's so good that like Metzen did, and it's about how Tyrion and this orc basically find, you know, there's like this bond of camaraderie, and he actually ends up helping this orc escape, and in doing so, he gets exiled from the Silver Hand.
Awesome.
But
Okay.
the reason that he's allowed to let him escape, it's a Trig, yeah, a Trig. And I think that isn't a Trig still in the game? I think he is. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he
See.
lets him escape, and the reason he was able to do that is because it's like during some like war in the game, and it was just so incredibly well done. And like the way that the story
So,
was
Oh.
was created
I need to test this.
reminded me a lot of like, and this is like a very abstract analogy, but it reminded me of like Dark Souls 1 world, where like everything is connected and everything has like a place in the story, and once you see the greater story, the narrative makes sense. And I just want to go back to this. That's it. I just want to go. I want to go back to this. I think that what they should do is they should, like, I actually don't know how they should handle a lot of the Classic Plus stuff, and I'm waiting to kind of see what they're gonna do.
It was really nice.
I think people want new raids. I think they should make raids that are a little bit harder, but not a lot harder. Like Classic WoW is really popular because you can be a brain dead dumbass and you can still get all the best gear in the game just by raiding.
On their stream, on their stream.
Classic WoW is a game that is built. It is built with friction in mind. Now, there are some elements of friction in Classic WoW that I don't like. For example, I wish they had like dual spec or something like that. Just because, like, again, I think I'd play the game more if they had dual spec. I don't like having to respec and like the cost of that. But like, and like everybody has like their own thing,
so now,
of, like, what they'd want to see in the game, etc.
It
but
reset.
I would be fine, by the way, if they didn't really change hardly any of that stuff. I don't like really care that much. If they're adding new content, that's about it. Buff underperforming specs. Yeah, well, I think what they should do is like Rep Paladin is kind of good in PvP. I don't think Rep Paladin needs like a massive buff for PvP, but they should get Crusader Strike. They should get Crusader Strike the same way that like the Scarlet Monastery NPCs have it, where like every time it hits you, it makes you take more holy damage. And then like obviously on bosses, they have ramping damage, and then at the end they can fucking use Hammer of Wrath
I have that.
and like do crazy execute damage and compete with warriors, right? Because they should be able to. But like it should be a stacking debuff. Shamans are fucked. There's a lot of classes. Like obviously, I think Ellie Shaman, Moon Boy, and Rep Paladin are the three that really need help. And I do think that they should change some of those. Now, not dramatically, but they should just make them a little bit better, make them actually playable. And I also think that they should add inside of Classic WoW, they should add Mage Tower challenges.
So now I go for
They should do it. Because I think that's what old school RuneScape did, and they have so many of these, and I think it's massively successful. Why? Because old school
hello.
Think about how many different things that in Classic WoW, it's built around one player being able to do something really cool and succeed in it. Whether it's like the Inferno, or sorry, not the Inferno. That was those old school RuneScape.
Should I just
like, when you think about like Classic WoW, right? You have like soloing the Hunter quest line, being able to do jump runs in Dire Maul, doing solo mage AoE grinding, whether that's even in a dungeon. Soloing Dire Maul Tribute. Yeah, completing ATS. Now that's actually a group one, but it's a smaller group one. I think those are some of the main ones that I would really get to.
I actually am not. I'm a little bit of everything, but I'm all self-taught with everything. I'm like self-taught.
I don't think that they should bring. Okay, so I don't want to see achievements in Classic WoW Plus. Here's why: achievements direct gameplay, and I don't want to see achievements that direct gameplay. This comes as somebody who used to be number 2 in the entire region for achievement points. I don't want to see them in Classic WoW. I do, however, want to see cosmetics. I want to see a way. I think a Rep Paladin.
Is my phone going off? I'll be right back.
Ashbringer in Naxxramas should be able to go to the inevitable Scarlet Cathedral raid, 40-man raid, and whenever he defeats the Scarlet Massive Commander, he purifies Ashbringer at the altar, and it turns into the original Ashbringer. I want to see that. Yeah. Lore cosmetics would be nice? Yeah. Fuck yes. Absolutely. And you go down into like this fucking... it's like some weird like throne room, and like some like anvil is behind it. It's like
I don't even understand modding for Skyrim. So regards impressive.
And also I want to see, like, for example, Sunken Temple.
I guess like I'm what you would call like an all-rounder or a jack of all trades. Like I made all of this myself as well.
BRD, or not BRD. Fuck, why am I thinking about this? UBRS, how you can go into BWL.
Oh,
and at
wait,
the
my
end
cases.
Of Sunken Temple, you can go through a
I didn't know I
raid
did.
portal. Now, obviously,
Oops.
they'd have to make another way to get in it after you get like attuned or something. But like, you go through a raid portal and you actually go into the Emerald Dream itself. That would be fucking nuts, right? But like, when's that gonna happen? I don't know. Hopefully at BlizzCon. I'm very excited, man. I really am. Hopium? Absolute fucking complete hopium. Yes. You're very much right.
It's not crooked.
I'm very happy about this. Let me
You
go
just
ahead
need to get
and look at a few of these
an erection,
comments about Metzen coming
and it'll
back.
be straight.
This makes me think some of the reboot rumors are true. I can't wait for a classic reboot. Get that RPG back.
That's all you have to do.
Gives. Yep, you're right.
Now that's sounding like a very
anytime
deserved
if they make
flex.
a season of Mastery 2, I will
A
play it.
flex? What do you mean?
What's this? If Metzen can turn the tides, I think
I
it'll be lost forever. There's
okay,
hope, but
so
there's still
chat.
fool's hope.
Ever since I
think
adjusted
this
my
is probably
microphone,
the
Catman
fucking
always
Jesus.
thinks I'm like trying to talk
couldn't have said
sexual
it
or
better
something,
myself.
or like I'm airy,
Yeah,
quote unquote.
That's the way I feel.
Like AIRY,
2016,
not
which
like
is long
airy
after a lot
the
of people
meme.
tried to say the game was ruined. Yes,
So
but
whenever I
the
talk like
narrative
this,
of the
it
game,
somehow it gets
I don't
them
really think
roused
the
up.
narrative of the game was ruined until
You
until
are
BFA.
now.
Like I think the narrative in Legion was
Bro,
awesome.
I am out.
Yeah,
Why
it was
pull
totally
out when
okay
you
with
could
it.
go
No, I
all the
didn't
way
like
in?
some things
See,
in
something like
Legion.
that.
But overall, WoD was really rough. Well, WoD was obviously cut content. I do think so. Yeah.
Oh
WoD was
yes,
cut
I'm
content,
doing
and like that was it.
just on
Metzen was
purpose,
also not
just
creative
for
director
you.
back then. Yeah, there could be that too. You think Bobby Kotick will stop milking the players because of him?
Wow,
I don't
miss
really
out.
care
Well,
about
according to your
getting milked
clothes,
as long as the
and your
game is
admittedly
fun
hot
and the
voice,
game
can you
feels good
blame
to
us?
play. Yeah, I don't really give a shit
Paper
about
off.
Blizzard's been selling nostalgia for the last decade. Yep, smart. Keep selling it. Return of the King, I hope so. This will change absolutely nothing. Well, we're gonna find out really soon because like BlizzCon's
Okay.
coming out really soon, and then
So that
we'll
is
know.
done.
Here's how it'll go. Bobby, I have this really cool, fun idea. Does it buy me another yacht? Well, no, but get the
Then
fuck out
I
of my
have
office.
to
I don't
grab.
really. Bobby is confirmed.
I have to do all of this again.
Which could be as early as next month. There is that, and I think also
Dreadful. Absolutely
like Bobby
dreadful.
doesn't give a fuck what Metzen does. Bobby doesn't care. Like it has nothing
Why
to
don't
do
you
with
care,
him.
Bobby? Why don't
Like
you?
these are completely different. Like he's designing the narrative of the game. It has
Okay,
nothing to do with
so-
it. Common thread: Blizzard leaks is modern WoW just doesn't seem to resonate
Gosh
that much
dang
outside
it.
of Elite Raiders.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's because WoW is designed by Elite
oh my
Raiders
gosh,
for
okay.
Elite Raiders. But that's
One,
why every single person who's playing this game, like again, just look at retail WoW. Like, how can you tell that there's a retail
Oh,
WoW stream?
right. That's
if
what
you
I did.
can't understand what's
Turbo
happening on the screen,
rename.
then you're looking at retail WoW. Here, I'll give you an
Basis
example.
Value. Space number. Starting number is blank instead. So let's do this. What is it doing? Why?
So
let's see. 4. Six,
this is why
7.
the game is dying. Game saved or going in the saving direction. We're 1 3-minute cinematic away from finding out. Yep, there it is. And like, I don't really
12.
like. I'm not of this mindset where like I feel like the game has to have. Like, I don't need the game to be saved, or like I'm not looking to go back to play the game like 40 hours a day. I just want the game to be fun and to remind me of why I used to like playing it.
22,
I don't need it to change my life. I don't need it to do anything
24.
else. I just want it to
Okay,
be fun
so-
to play, and that's it. Man drank 7 liters of soda for 10 years? Well,
That's
a
insane.
lot.
Soda for 10 years. I can't even do that.
7 liters of soda every day for at least 10 years. This is what happened.
7 liters? How much is one of these? So he knocking down 7 of these bad boys a day? That dude's a fucking machine. Holy shit, I do like maybe 1 or maybe 2.
His kidneys.
See, 75, 35.
BA is a 48-year-old man presenting
Awesome.
to the
Okay.
emergency room with sudden onset weakness. The admitting nurse immediately notices that BA can't stand on his own. He sits in the chair.
My
limp
wife
like
made
a
it
rag
a
doll.
Twitter post.
BA was a dad living a normal life, but
Ew.
he had a habit rooted
Whatever
in
comment
excess.
my
When
wife
he was
makes,
30,
I must
he got a new job.
like
His
all of
office
it.
would stock free unlimited soda for employees to drink. The HR
I don't understand anything you're doing.
lady
Oh,
loved to
okay.
tout this
So
as a wonderful
I'm
benefit for
making
great
a
place to work.
game
Unfortunately
show
for BA,
world.
this availability would
So
inject
what I'm
dark
doing right now
tendencies
is I'm setting up the coding behind
Why,
stuff.
that's
So
Coke Zero, though. I thought
when
that was
these
supposed to
cases
be
are
healthy. What's
closed,
the-
for
I feel
example,
like if he drinks
I'm
that
making
many
it so
Coke Zeros,
whoever
he's
is in
probably gonna
control
be
of the
the
world
healthiest
can
person
shuffle
ever.
the numbers.
BA's
Yeah.
daily soda intake would gradually increase.
So each
He
case
loved the
number will
fizzy feel at
always
the
be a
back of
different
his
number
tongue
if
every
they
sip he
press
took. He thought
shuffle
he might have had
case.
a problem one day when he looked at his desk and
And
saw
so
empty soda cans
it's like,
everywhere. The most
have you
disturbing
seen
part of
Deal or No Deal or like Know of the Game?
What is up with the cup collection?
about this was
Okay.
that he had just cleaned up from the day before when there were
If not,
empties in
I'll
the
just explain it. So in
10
this
years
game
ago,
called Deal or
BA
No
was
Deal,
38. He
these
noticed that
cases
something
would
was
be
wrong.
closed.
Every day he'd wake up thirsty. He tried to quench that thirst by drinking
Yeah, it
his
wasn't.
normal
It was
morning
big.
soda.
Yeah, so
The
that's what
more
I'm
he drank,
making
the
basically.
thirstier
I'm
he
setting
got.
up all
Well,
of that right
this-
now.
This sounds like a Bible story. Yeah, this sounds like a story from like the Old Testament or something. What the
Bible
fuck?
story.
Bathroom for the 10th time in 2 hours.
Oh
BA
my
had no
God.
idea how he was urinating that much fluid because it was just so much more than the amount of liquid that he thought he drank.
What
His
the
stomach
fuck?
hurt. He was short of breath. He had a brain fog
Wait.
that would have him stutter and slur his words.
Oh
And then
No.
one day, BA
No, no,
woke
no,
up
no.
and he was in the hospital. The most recent memory he had was something that happened 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
His
That
wife
scared
told him
me.
that his coworkers found him unconscious at his desk. BA had had a diabetic coma. His blood sugar had been
What
sky
the
high for at
fuck?
least the last 3 months, and he was high in the hospital
Diabetic.
despite not eating anything before he finally woke up.
Oh
But not
my
only
Should be
that,
closed.
BA
I
also
mean,
had high blood
5
pressure
days a
and
week
high
around time,
cholesterol
2.5
because he was
hours.
placed on
Jeez.
medicines. Doctors here didn't know about
Wait, look,
BA's
they all
excessive sugar
closed.
drink
Oh my
consumption.
gosh.
No one told them about it because it was then a normal fact
Okay,
of life.
so now
He was
I
advised
have to
pursue
grab
healthier
a different
lifestyle
number.
with diet and exercise.
Yeah.
BA knew in the back of his mind that his soda habit may have been a focal point in this
Case
episode,
number.
but it wasn't
I love
so
how they're covering Coke as if we don't know what it is.
clear to him. He had been stressed at work recently and his eating habits weren't really that great. He cleaned up his diet, started working out. Instead of drinking regular soda, he'd elect for the zero sugar about half the time, even though he didn't really
Hi,
like it.
Laura.
Things
How
were
are
going
you?
great, but only for a while. BA eventually left that company and no longer had free soda at work. He found himself going to the warehouse club to purchase bulk packages for his own consumption, and he'd drink so
Jesus.
much that he'd burn an entire case in a single day. One day,
Let's see.
Oh my,
One.
dude, this guy is a fucking machine.
Oh, it's not even in order.
Oh my
Shit.
god, bro, that's how much soda I drink in like a week. Not a week, maybe like 5 days. Holy fuck.
Gosh.
BA wasn't
dang
feeling
it.
well. He thought maybe he had eaten something funny about a week ago when all of this started happening.
Yeah.
When he got out of bed that morning, it was hard to stand. He could feel a dull sensation, almost like a cramping in his calves, and he noticed that he was urinating very often again. He got up from his chair to go to the bathroom again, but he felt his legs go soft as he collapsed to the ground. Knowing that
Starting
something was
number
wrong, he
1.
calls for 911 and he's brought
Cases
to the
number.
emergency room where we are now.
Space. Oh my
At
God.
examination, the medical team noticed BA's profound muscle weakness. He told them that it happened
Why did it go
suddenly, but he
backwards?
hadn't been
Wait,
feeling well
what?
for at least a few days before.
Why did it
His
go
medical records
backwards?
showed his
By
history of
selection, by
diabetes,
hierarchy.
high blood pressure, and high
Um,
cholesterol. That's all they knew about.
What?
But
What the fuck is cholesterol? Fat? Just don't eat it. Don't eat. Who's eating fat?
It's just don't eat it, Smile.
Who's eating the fucking fat? That's disgusting.
Hi, Obsidian. Hi.
There's a few
Wow.
clues as to what's happening. A blood test finds that BA has hypokalemia. Hypo meaning low. Kali
One.
referring to potassium, or more formally kalium as shown by its symbol
And
on the
that.
periodic table of elements. And emia meaning presence
Two.
in blood. Low potassium presence in blood.
Okay.
It wasn't just a little low, it was life-threateningly low. But why is this a problem?
4.
That same blood test finds that BA not only has
5.
hyperglycemia, high sugar presence in blood, but that his kidneys are also shutting down. Wastes that are supposed to be filtered out by the kidneys
7,
are now detectable in high amounts in his
8,
blood. These
Jesus.
wastes aren't specific
9,
to soda consumption. They're a measure that his kidneys aren't working like they should
10,
be, but this wasn't his only problem. That blood test
11.
also indicates that parts of BA's muscles have been damaged and they're spilling their contents out. This is called rhabdomyolysis. Rhabdo meaning striped, or in this case striated, referring to the appearance of
This sucks.
meaning muscle, and lysis meaning a breaking down of. Striped muscle breakdown.
Is it playing Overwatch?
This is also life-threatening, and it's happening because of BA's hypokalemia. The human body has electrolytes everywhere. The electro prefix means that they're electrically charged, just like the plus and minus that you see on a battery. So they can be used to send signals throughout the body. The most abundant electrolyte outside of cells is sodium, but the most abundant electrolyte inside cells is potassium. When muscles contract, signals from the nerves arrive. Sodium from outside the muscle cell rushes in, initiating the contraction. The body needs balance because sodium is an electrolyte, meaning that it has an electrical charge. More of it flooding into the cell causes the positive charge to build up. To balance this, potassium, which is mostly inside cells, rushes out of the cell. Then calcium commits to the contraction by changing the shape of muscle proteins. When it's done, potassium flows back into the cell as part of relaxation. But in BA's case, it doesn't finish this way because he has hypokalemia. This could explain why his muscles are weak, because the signals to contract and relax aren't normal.
Isn't it crazy people figure this shit out? Like, yeah, it's really impressive they figure all this stuff out. Wow.
It can explain why his muscle is breaking down.
Sheesh. If you guys could hear the stuff I was hearing.
For contraction, it appears to dilate nearby blood vessels, helping more blood flow to the muscles. But when none of this is around anymore because of
What a colorful rainbow.
blood vessels don't get dilated.
Oh
The
gosh.
muscles start to have a lack of oxygen because less blood gets to the area. The muscles are very metabolically active. They need lots of oxygen, and without adequate blood supply, bad things can start to happen. But here's the problem. Shouldn't rhabdomyolysis cause BA's potassium to go up? Potassium is mostly inside cells, and his muscle cells are leaking their contents into his blood. Why does he have low potassium presence in blood then? Well,
you have to
might
hold
be
it
that his muscles
down.
haven't undergone this for long enough to leak enough potassium out, or there's
Okay,
another
let's see.
force inside
So
BA's
25, 75,
aggressively
500,
taking
40, whatever.
potassium out of his blood, outpacing any amount that could be added by
Look at it. It
rhabdomyolysis.
works.
This could suggest
Holy.
that BA has a problem that hasn't been documented
Okay.
by the medical
Bro, this shit is
Next,
fucking
I have to make a
crazy.
reset
Like,
button.
What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah, like what the hell is this guy in Port Topo and a worm in his brain? This is
We're making
nuts.
progress.
Like, just
Oh
from
my
soda?
gosh.
Probably not.
What could it be?
I'm so wet
The
right
medical
now.
team tells BA what they want to do. If he has low potassium
Yes, shuffle
presence in blood,
case.
then they're going to give him potassium. If his kidneys are failing because muscle proteins are gunking up his tubules, then pushing some intravenous fluids
Breast
through his body
color.
should help get water flowing through and should help flush out that muscle protein
Breast
while
color.
replenishing
I totally
his
understand
potassium.
that. Say both.
They'll collect his urine for the next 24 hours. If his kidneys are inappropriately wasting potassium, then this could explain to them what's
Hog
going on.
rest.
And they'll be
I
better
like
equipped
that.
to address the root cause of what's happening, but the
Oh
results wouldn't
gosh,
be
that's
so
horrible.
As the hours pass, BA gets thirsty. Often when someone is on IV fluids and the patient doesn't drink anything for several hours, they can complain of dry mouth and throat.
Yeah, sure.
This was happening to BA, but not only that, he was also having a massive headache. BA was admitted into the step-down unit where the entire medical team would check in with him in the morning.
Probably.
And throughout the day, the nurse might drop by one time in a shift.
Oh, but
The
it has to be
hospital was big and
highlighted.
busy, and he was in the part of the floor where there weren't that many people. His condition could descend into a medical emergency quickly, but that's why he was being monitored and he was in the hospital.
Right.
BA, frustrated and not feeling great, called his wife and asked her if she could bring him some drinks. If he needs fluids like the physician.
Bro, he's trying to get the soda brought into the oh my god, man. He trying to get soda
So it's like
while he's
gray?
in an IV.
And said he couldn't think of a
Sody
better
pop,
way to
yeah.
get some in his
It's like
body,
half a
and she
color.
brought it as he drank soda
Is
in
it that
his
one? I don't.
and the more he
I don't.
drank,
It's constituting that color
Bro,
change.
where were the nurses? How they let this shit happen?
BA's headache went away, his dry
That's
mouth
okay.
fixed, and his thirst quenched.
See? Soda's great. There it is.
and she brought it as he drank soda in his hospital room, and the more
Soda?
he drank, the thirstier he got. BA's headache went away, his dry mouth fixed,
So this
and
one's
his
the
thirst
reset
quenched.
one.
The next day,
This
at
one
morning
is
rounds,
the
the medical team finds that he still has hypokalemia, despite getting IV potassium. But when they look closer, they find that he had made a total of 4 gallons of urine in the last 24 hours.
That's a lot,
The medical team had only
right?
given BA about 1 gallon of intravenous fluids.
I feel
over
like
the
that's a
last 24
lot. Yeah.
hours for his kidney injury. If he urinated out 4 times that amount, the medical team has no idea where that came from. They talk more about this. Persistent, severe hypokalemia, like the one that...
Yeah, what was he lying? Like, where did the cans go? I don't understand this. How, like, where did they throw the cans away? Like, because even if he did lie about it, I mean, like, how did nobody see it?
It's
Like,
more for me a
What
grab.
can cause a problem called diabetes insipidus, which is different from the type 2 diabetes mellitus that he was diagnosed with years
Nope.
earlier.
I have to just do this. Okay, well, I gotta do this
Through, referring to
again.
the massive amounts of urine put out by someone who has this problem, as if water is passing right through them. And insipidus, from Latin in, meaning not, and sapidus,
Food on
meaning tasty.
behavior.
A pass-through of urine that isn't tasty, because back in the 1400s, when the word diabetes first appeared in English medical literature, they might have diagnosed problems of excess urine by tasting the patient.
Oh gosh.
look, you
Custom
got-
events.
you know,
Set position.
it is what it is.
That's why what we know as type 1 and type 2 diabetes today are called diabetes mellitus. Mellitus from Latin meaning
Cases.
pleasant tasting like honey due to the
Sheesh.
presence of sugar in the urine. Hypokalemia makes it harder for the kidneys to concentrate
Cases.
the urine because
Graph.
there's manipulation of electrolytes that happen in the kidneys during normal function. And without that correct balance, it's possible that BA's kidneys are just dehydrating himself, drawing on body water to force
Or-
unconcentrated urine through.
Jesus.
But BA is still
Get
weak. The medical team
link.
don't know why this is happening to him, and none of his problems are solved. If unchecked and uncared for, his hypokalemia
Get
can cause an
game
abnormal
object
heart rhythm to
get
suddenly appear and can devolve quickly into his heart,
index,
shaking in place, no longer actually
that's,
pumping blood to the rest of his body. Over the next couple days,
That escalated quickly. What the fuck?
Get
they tried giving
component.
BA some other electrolytes to
Get
see if anything would
type.
help. They tried stopping all IV fluids and were able to confirm
Get
that
type.
Like,
Food
I
on
don't even feel
behavior.
bad for this guy because, like, what are you doing bringing soda
Send.
into a fucking hospital?
Custom event.
What are you thinking? You fucking idiot.
that his kidneys were wasting all the potassium that they were
Food
trying
on
to give him, but
behavior.
nothing that they
What am
tried
I
to
listening to?
meaningfully replenish his potassium, stop his rhabdomyolysis, and help with his profound muscle weakness. One day, the medical student saw BA have a visitor. It was BA's wife, and she was carrying a large case of soda.
Yeah, that's how I'd feel too.
So what's the command called? Reset transform.
Mystery solved. Right there.
Into his room. Given that no one had bothered BA after morning rounds, and that he never really asked for any more help from the nurse throughout the day, no one
That looks
saw
like the
or paid
coding
any
in
attention to
Stormworks.
anything that he was
Oh, this one's
Standing
called
outside the door,
Udon.
peeking in, the student
It's
saw BA
provided by
drink
a
every
VR
single
chat.
can that was brought in by his wife. He had never seen
Transform.
excess to that degree. The student started getting some.
Bro, what the fuck?
So reset
Oh my God,
transform.
so much, man. Like I
Pieces.
can't really I can't really drink a lot or eat a lot of food. I just can't. It's just not in me. I'm a skinny guy and I don't really get into that. So it's just like insane whenever I hear people that like get into this stuff. You stay light, yeah, I'm skinny as fuck.
So now I save
ideas of what
this.
was happening, but
I'll
he
drag
didn't
this
wanna
back
go into the
here.
room to be confrontational, especially not
he's-
without the residents and the fellows around.
Yeah, I don't blame
And
him.
after reviewing his notes before going home for the night,
Bro, your soda intake is nearly
One,
as bad.
2,
My soda intake is not even in the
3.
same universe as this.
4.
This is 7 liters of raw soda. Like, I would say that I
5.
consume less than 2,
6,
and it's probably not every day.
7.
Now, is it bad?
8.
Yes, I would say that it's. I would say that the amount of soda that I drink is probably the most unhealthy thing that I do.
11.
Definitely. It is the most unhealthy thing that I do.
Wow.
2 is too much. 2 is
13.
massive. I mean, if you drink one of these,
14.
right? Like, I don't think, but do you drink
15.
water? Yes, I do. I've drank,
17.
like 2 cups of water today.
18.
Yeah, and I also had a bottle of water as well.
19.
Yeah. So, like, I do drink water.
20.
Soda has water in it? It does. Soda does have water in it. And so do the fountain drinks, which I like more that have water in it. So, yeah, I don't,
22.
I don't, and that's not flavored water. It's
23.
just normal, average water. 8 bottles of water is the norm? Dude, I don't think 8 bottles of water is normal. Like, that's insane. Like, I don't drink 8 bottles of water.
Let's go
What
ahead
the
and save
fuck?
this.
I'd say like 4. Yeah, 4 is reasonable.
Time to
Maybe
be a medicine
5,
chat.
but 8.
I go as a grapher. I'm a coder.
Housekeeping staff get an extra large bag to take all the cans out.
Oh,
the next
God.
morning, the student got to the hospital early. He had prepared notes and questions and printed out some studies that he looked up so he could present it to the medical team. All of this because he went beyond and coincidentally stumbled upon this key piece of information. And if you're a student too looking for help to finance your higher education, you can work with SoFi, a member FDIC bank who's a mobile-first personal finance company.
I'll say this, right, is like, I actually don't think my diet is as bad as people make it out to be.
Okay.
I don't. I think beef jerky is very healthy.
So hopefully
Beef
this
jerky is
works.
one of the
If not,
healthiest snacks that you can have.
Oh, it works! Oh
I
my
eat
gosh!
Chipotle a
Oh
lot,
my
and I
gosh,
think
chat!
Chipotle
Oh
is
my
quite healthy.
gosh!
It's high in sodium. No, it's not. It's 22% sodium. Yeah, that's not
That's
that bad.
cool.
What do you mean? That's a lot? No, it's not. You need 100% every day. What do you mean? How big is a serving though? Like, I don't know, like half the bag? You eat a lot of protein. Yeah, like because I looked up, like, all right, I'm gonna look it up right now. Huh? Diabetes. Okay. Let's look at how many of these symptoms I have. Pee a lot. No. Thirsty. No. Lose weight without trying. I have lost weight recently that's been because of stress, and I literally have not even been able to have time to eat. I'm very hungry. No. Have blurry vision. No. Have numb or tingling hands or feet. No. Feel very tired.
This
No.
position?
Have very
It's
dry
both.
skin. Actually,
Position and
yes, I do have
rotation.
dry skin, but I've always had dry skin, even when I was a kid. Early warning signs of diabetes. Let's see.
It's
here.
because I just had it
Slow
open.
healing
Very
sores.
nice. This automatically goes to
Absolutely
his.
not.
Oh, you know what? I
my
should
hand
do
open the
that.
other day.
You're right. I
This
should.
ring, it's already completely healed.
Oh my
This
gosh,
one's
you're
already
smart. You're so
completely
smart.
healed
Oh my
as
gosh.
well. Let's see.
I had to grab the
That's
animator though
totally
now.
fine.
Let's see. Animator. That's
Let's
actually
see
so
more.
smart. I didn't think about that.
Getting a lot of infections. What the fuck is an infection?
Let's see.
No.
It's like I have it grabbing case
Diabetes,
0.
fatigue, total lack of energy or fogginess to perform tasks you normally do.
So that's actually so smart. I didn't think about that. I forgot about that, if anything. So
I think that I drink a lot.
grab.
do get
We need to get another
And I do drink a lot,
components.
but the reason why is because
So
I'm
let's
talking all
type.
the time.
Grab the animator.
So like it's like I want to lubricate
wrong
my
one.
fucking mouth or my throat.
Animator.
Yeah, so it's like normally I don't do that at all.
Type animator.
Yeah, I don't have any of these symptoms. Like my mom, who
So
was like
animator,
massively fucking
set.
overweight, and she was
Set blue.
going, bro. She was 70,
Is open.
drinking it more
Set
soda
it
than me,
0.
smoking her own hand-rolled cigarettes, eating Taco Bell every fucking day, watching Ancient Aliens,
Oh no.
playing video
I can't do it
games.
like this. I have to do it by
70 years
this.
old, not even pre-diabetic.
Let's see.
Nothing. Yet, I mean, yeah.
It's a
I mean,
boolean
something
that I
else
have to
got her, but,
change.
like, what I'm saying
Animator.
is, like, I don't really worry
I have to set the
about
program variable.
I don't. That's the life. Yeah, that's life.
Or I have to
And,
send a command to reset it.
genetics, I mean, it could be. I mean, diabetes doesn't mean that you're healthy. I have type 1 diabetes, and I'm very healthy.
Hi.
Yeah, but diabetes isn't good to have, though. Like, I would say that diabetes is an L. Yeah.
I need to make a.
Like, it definitely is an L. Does your father have diabetes? He recently
Actually, I could just
like, he
attach it
went
to
the,
this
the
right
doctor,
here. Okay, idea.
His oxygen
Grab
was like
these
98,
three.
and his blood pressure was like 106
Place it
or
right
something
here.
like that, or 108. He doesn't take any blood pressure medication at all. He's 76. 98 is superhuman? No, it's not. 98 is normal.
Set
Anything
there.
below 95 is concerning. For his age, though, he's 76. Yeah. He only has 1.5
I can just do it
lungs,
like that. I don't have to
120
set up
over
an
80 is
extra
all.
thing. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
have to
usually
attach it
somewhere
to
around there.
set.
But like usually
Saving
anytime
a
that
lot
they
of
take my
time.
blood pressure, I'm like stressed out because I'm like, you know, at a doctor's office or
Try
something.
this.
And you know, it's a little bit
That's
higher
actually
for
such
that
a good
reason.
idea.
But
Oh my gosh, I
otherwise,
actually did
yeah,
not think
I
about
mean,
that.
like,
So if you just make the case not a
fucking
pickup,
fine, and,
pickable, you can only get
blood
the.
test. Yeah, they gave him a blood test. They said everything, unironically, was perfect.
Also, if you
He
just make
said
the
it's, like,
case
one of
it's
the
not
best tests he's ever
pickable,
had. It was-
you
it
can
was, like,
eliminate
maybe,
the
like,
get
2 or 3
position.
months ago.
The get
So
position,
he's never had this
the get
problem, and
position
he drinks
transform
soda,
is there,
like,
so I can.
he doesn't
So
drink soda the
what
way
I
I
did
do.
is I made
He
it
actually doesn't
on
really drink
start
hardly any
grab
soda.
its
He doesn't
own
drink a lot of soda at all.
position
And,
once, and it only
he has,
runs
like,
that
kind of a
once.
good diet, I would say.
So that
But he also is, like,
each
pretty
one of these
easy to learn.
cases has their own position saved, like a memory card, like as if it's on like a memory card, and the reset button just goes off whatever synced variable it is.
Student loans. Some people might not know this who aren't in America. It's the thing. It's like it's our new. It's like the new patch. For
But that's about
slavery,
it.
right? Because like you know they got rid of that, and so like now this is the new patched version
So
where it's like kind
50,
of the same thing, but it's like a little bit
100.
different.
So if I do
complicated
this,
to deal with. And I know some people might even be like, I don't even want to think about how I'm going to deal with that.
Yeah,
but
you just don't think
as
about
someone
it.
who has been through that medical education grinder for 8
Oh,
years after
the only
high
thing is
school,
they're gonna have to
counting the years of
reshuffle it.
training after,
But
I
like you know,
now
it's probably like
there are
because it doesn't close
opportunities
fast
to finance
enough.
that student debt at a lower
like a
rate, and
six-figure
SoFi
amount.
can
Oh
help
no,
with that. They
wait,
have
no, it's
competitive
it
rates
doesn't
that can save
reshuffle the button at all. It
thousands of
just
dollars
closes
thanks to
it.
flexible terms and
Don't
low
force you to take loan. You're right that
This
student
is so
loans
cool.
are
I've
helpful.
actually,
I don't
this is
know.
the first
I
time
feel
I've
like
actually,
it's like,
I've actually ever used a list like this.
I
So
think
this
it's
is
kinda the
nice
same
to
as, like,
know.
grooming,
I
right?
really like it.
Where like student loan, this is like a tangent, right? But like, like you're groomed as a child to think that you should go to college, right? And then you're basically trained your whole life to want to go to college and to want to invest yourself into doing this. So like, do you really blame somebody for being a product of 12 years of intensive like grooming? Do you really blame that person? It's like, yeah, to an extent, it's their fault. They still could have overcome that.
Oh, that's so
But I don't
cool.
think
This
it's
is so
only their
cool,
fault.
chat. I like this. I
Grooming is
really
a
like
wild
this.
analogy.
Holy. I really
People-
like this.
there's dog grooming as well. Like, there's grooming people for like a role at an office. Like, it's just a word.
low fixed or variable rates, no application or origination fees, and no prepayment penalties.
That's so
SoFi's
cool.
online application is simple, with access to live customer support 7 days a week, and there's perks like unemployment protection, provided that the loans are in good standing. There is a life after debt. where
To be
you
sure
can
it's synced.
focus on
Yeah,
your
the sync
exciting
part will come
financial
after
goals
it.
like
I'm like,
buying a home or starting a
I'm like
business.
already handling
Path to
the
now.
sync
You can
stuff
see your rates and
for the most
dominant
part.
Austin.
So this one right here should be
Commitment
synced.
at SoFi.com/chubbyemu, which is also the link at the very
Because I already
top
have
of the
object
description
syncs and stuff
below.
on it.
Thanks,
I also
SoFi,
have
for
it
sponsoring
so
this
that
Soda is
Boolean
carbonated and sweetened
is
water.
synced
It's
as well. So
originally
even when
made
it
the problem?
it does
It's
all this,
water.
it'll yeah.
See, he literally said it. It's water.
in the
So for the
1800s
most part,
contain
I
what are
have
now
that
classified
covered.
as controlled substances, but some products now have
So
another substance
like
that we know of,
when
caffeine.
it
Both the sweetening,
when
specifically
all of
from
this gets
sugar and
reset,
the caffeine explain everything happening to BA. Sugar is interesting because physically,
then
wherever it is,
yeah.
water will want to flow towards it. In the small science experiment, I
Hmm.
dissolve sugar in water and place it into a semi-permeable tube, meaning that only water and not sugar can flow in and out. I submerge the
Maybe I
tube in a
should
pool
do
of
one more
distilled
part.
water that has no sugar in it, and you'll see that water flows towards where there's sugar. That water flows into the tube. In the kidneys, huge excess sugar from drinking
It might
1 to
actually.
2
I think
gallons
there
of
might be an
cola
issue
every day
between
for
this
10 years
button
can make it hard
and
to reabsorb
the
water
cases.
because that water will want to stay with the sugar. This is documented to happen with others who have been
Hmm.
hospitalized for chronically consuming excess soda. But we
Because
know
I
it isn't
think
happening to BA
I
this time
think
because his urine was collected for 24 hours twice and excess sugar wasn't found.
when it
in that.
resets, it
The
might
other
go.
problem would be caffeine.
I don't
We
think the
know
positions
caffeine
are
is a
going to
stimulant,
sync.
but it works by blocking
And the
inhibition
reason
rather
for
than directly
that
stimulating the brain.
is
So
because,
that's why it's not
yeah,
considered
the
as
ownership.
block
That's what I was
the,
thinking just right now. I was actually just thinking
I thought
about
the way
that.
that caffeine worked is that there's like a like basically
So-
a fucking it's like a debuff that you get every time you wake
Yeah,
up.
I think I'll have to
and
do
once
that.
this debuff gets to a high enough amount of stacks, then you go to sleep.
Ownership.
And caffeine makes it to where like the debuff, you can't see the debuff. But then whenever the caffeine wears off, then you're like, wow, what the fuck? This debuff is way higher than whenever I started. Because it's not like it stops the debuff.
Shouldn't be
it just
too
stops
hard.
me realizing what the debuff is.
Because everything's working in
Like, that's what
local,
my
but because I'm taking
understanding
ownership,
of what
I already have the boolean set. It's just the
I
positions
don't
that
know.
I need to
Like, I
reset.
feel like I've drank so much caffeine in my
Get
life that I'm
clear.
immune to it. Like, I really don't think that I have any effect. Like, and actually, that's not even true. Because, like, I've drank.
Okay.
Like, y'all notice I've
So,
never
let me
like,
just
y'all
make sure
ever
this
see me drink
works
an
as
energy
well.
drink? A Monster. You ever see me crack open a Monster? Ever see me do anything like that? Do Prime Energy? No, I never do that. I never fucking do that. You know why? It's because it's disgusting. I don't want to drink those. Absolutely not.
Eh.
Yeah, it's
And the
just-
only
it's
other thing
bad for you.
I
Well, it's
think
not
might
that
be an
it's bad
issue
for me,
is
it's
the
just
case
too
number
much
values.
caffeine.
相川とてもクールで素晴らしいで
Yeah,
す。
yeah, it's just too much.
I'm cool and
Strong.
amazing.
You should check out my community tab for
What?
quiz questions on
Checks in the mail.
In the body, there's a chemical called adenosine. You may have heard of adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the molecule that our cells use for energy. Adenosine is also the building block for DNA and RNA, but by itself, adenosine is a depressant.
Okay.
It promotes sleep.
Let's see.
It dilates blood vessels, allowing more blood
So the
to
only,
flow through the brain
yeah,
and the
I think
heart.
the
It can
shelf line
also be
part
used
is
as
the only
medicine to
other
slow
issue I
down
might
the heart
have.
rhythm, helping get a normal beat. If caffeine blocks this inhibition,
Well, I
then
have it
that's why
set so
prevents
that
adenosine from promoting sleep, and caffeine constricts the blood vessels of the brain and the heart, and it can increase heart rate. Caffeine is a naturally occurring product, and it's even shaped like adenosine, but it's what it does in the kidneys that explains what's
maybe I have to
happening
take out
in the
ownership as well.
Caffeine
This is
can
turning
be
out
a
incredible.
diuretic. There's a similar chemical
I'm glad you
in the
like
same
it.
class of medicines
I'm
called
just doing coding
theophylline
part for the most
that's
part right
sometimes
now.
used in asthma that was once described
Because,
as
yeah,
the most
it's the
remarkable
coding that
diuretic
is going to
possessed
take me a
today.
while.
That's the
Enough
shit.
So
Diuretics
I
make
need
you,
to,
make you
I need to
piss,
take
right?
ownership. I don't think
Compared against
it's going
other
to sync
diuretics that are used
this.
for treating heart failure and was found
Yeah.
to be as effective. Today, it appears
I
that
think I have to sync it,
enables the
right?
kidneys to hold onto water by reabsorbing sodium under the same principle.
I don't
as
know,
sugar,
actually.
Because wherever sodium is,
Well, this
water will
text-
flow towards it. When this mechanism is blocked by chronically large amounts of caffeine, like in BA's case,
I actually
sodium
don't
stays
know.
in what becomes the urine, and it throws off the
This is
electrolyte
requesting
concentration,
serialization,
making
but you don't
less
have
amounts of
ownership
water leave
either.
the urine. As the amount of flow increases through his kidneys due
With
to
serialization,
diabetes
you choose if you
insipidus,
want.
it appears
So
that the
everyone's
kidneys
seeing.
have
It's better.
concentrated more potassium
To request
into the urine.
serialization means you're changing
버벨 헬린나 모데리테어 에거스나 드윈 아이언 겐텍 쿠이디치드 펜보 슈퍼핫
How it
What?
caused him to have excess urine, and explaining why muscle proteins were
So
floating around
requesting
the kidneys,
serialization
causing
is
the
okay.
kidneys to
How
shut
okay?
down.
So how do I explain it?
Nuts, what the fuck?
Let's take the case for example.
Yeah, 7
Okay.
liters.
So yeah, I
If
think the case is the
excess
best way to
soda
explain
consumption
it.
was the problem, and
So
soda is not
everything
necessary for
here
normal bodily
is
function,
local.
the answer would be to stop drinking
But this
soda.
is the only part
You might
that
hear in the news and
matters.
on websites and in
So
other places from
for
other
us,
people
if
about how
we
soda is bad for
so
you.
say
Next,
I
we'll
click
tell you
on
about
when I
diabetes,
press the
which is a
button,
big problem, one that was
or
encountered by
I
someone
reset
else
the
asking
transform,
about diet soda.
I am the
Or
one
worse,
doing
they'll
all
just
of
draw
this
some
work,
unrelated comparison
right?
without giving any whys. Well, BA's case is one of those
However,
detailed whys, and
Yeah.
don't
using
be
request
unaware that similar
serialization
cases have been
means
described and
that
published in literature
for other
multiple
people,
times.
I'm
So,
saying, hey, I
insulin
changed
resistance
this.
can come
So
from
only this
habitual
is going to
excess
change for
sugar.
them
I
to
can't
sync it up for
understand how
them.
big of a problem
That's
that
it.
is.
That's
Depending on
literally
what
it.
you do with your coffee, you can
So
get
only
it
the
too.
only the
Excess blood
boolean
sugar
and the
levels can
animator is
come from that
changing.
insulin
They don't have to go
resistance
through all of
diabetes,
this
or it
because
can
I
come
did all the work.
So
If that makes
blood
sense.
Sugar, what the fuck?
So the question is
So-
though, which
What
I
are
am
some things,
curious
like, if you
about
have high blood
is,
sugar, what is there like an indicator for
do
that?
I
Is a blood
have
test?
to
No, I
make
know
it?
that, but like, what are the indicators? Your blood
Do I
tastes
have to
sweet?
take ownership
Well, that would
of?
make sense. You drink your own piss? No.
I
You
think I have
die?
to take
Yeah, I can see
ownership as
that.
well.
Peeing a lot.
I'm pretty sure.
Sweet blood and urine. Frequent sleepiness.
No, I don't think
Bro,
so.
I
As
can
long
get
as the
some higher blood
serialization is
pressure,
there.
blood sugar then, bro. I need to
No.
fix my fucking sleep. Yeah. You get headaches.
I think I
stomach hurts,
do
maybe
have to take
vomiting?
ownership.
Oh, what the fuck?
No, I don't have to take ownership. It's just
What
I
the
have.
fuck?
There's
That's
no.
weird. There's
So
ants in your toilet?
I need
There
to.
are ants in
Okay.
your toilet? No, there's no ants in my fucking toilet. It's disgusting. My dad had diabetes, had to cut off his foot because it rotted. That's nasty. Feel like you're having a panic attack with high
Do you
blood
guys not
sugar?
see it?
High
I'm
blood
seeing
pressure?
an issue.
That's
I'm
nuts,
pretty sure
man.
I'm
Like,
seeing an issue here.
and this shit
So
happens to people. Oh my god.
okay, so this part, this is the one that
Skeeter loves
changes
you?
the
I love
value
Skeeter
of the
a lot.
numbers, right?
Directly from drinking massive
my
amounts
God.
of soda all at once, and it can cause fluid loss both from the urine.
Well,
and from
that's
watery
for the
stools and
objects
GI tract.
itself, but I'm talking about like a
Potassium
text
also
value.
released. Then a consistently elevated caffeine level for months to years. In this
This
case,
is different.
beyond
This
the
is a text
400
value.
milligram
It's not a game
recommendation,
object.
Not enough to be a huge caffeine
But I think
overload
with
leads
text
to
value,
hypokalemia,
huh?
nephrogenic diabetes insipidus,
my God.
polyuria, rhabdomyolysis, ending in
I'll have to
acute
test
kidney
it.
injury, sudden onset muscle weakness,
I'll have to test
and
it later.
electrolyte abnormalities. This can then precipitate into an arrhythmia of the heart, leading to sudden death if untreated.
I
because
actually
potassium
don't
is involved
know.
in heart muscle contraction. And
Definitely
not
need to
to
sync the
mention
shuffle.
kidney
Yeah,
damage would
that's what
come
I was
from
thinking
that
too. So I might have to
The amount
rework
of
this
people who
again.
get
Different ways to
sick
do it.
like
Can I
this
just?
from this amount of
Can I
soda
not
over
just do
this
it like
amount of time,
this?
it's not going to be that many people. Some people do have problems controlling themselves in this setting of gallons of soda every day for several years, but
Yeah.
that's not the majority. We're never going to have the
Ah.
actual number of people that this has happened to. Now, what about diet soda? Then there's no sugar. It would still have the caffeine to do what it did to BA.
This what I look at fucking soda is that
You have
this
seats for
might
it.
sound stupid. This is why
I don't.
know it's obviously
So I
not
do
good
have to
for
redo
you,
this.
is
You're
that
right.
you
See?
drink a soda, that
Okay,
shit's
so
brown
I have to
piss,
I have to
and
change
it's
these
either
cases
yellow or
again.
clear. Where'd
Or not the
brown shit
cases,
go?
but the
It's
cases
in you.
value.
Think about that.
But then how about diet caffeine-free
Redneck
soda?
logic?
Well,
I mean,
there
yeah.
was a study done looking at food questionnaire results from the 1970s and
Yeah, I
80s,
don't. Maybe I can change it from
194,000
right
people,
here.
and they found that there
Okay,
appeared
how
to be an
about okay?
association
I'll
of
do this. I'll do
kidney
this.
stone development
Oh,
in the
what-
groups that consume soda.
Aren't those things that
I
come
will
out of
make
your
it
dick?
so that it sinks in this one right here.
Pretty sure if I had one of those, I'd stop drinking soda. That would just be about it for me.
Wait, you can't even.
Remember, soda was different back in the United States.
Oh, you
in the 70s.
can. You can do a
Yeah.
string. Okay.
Real sugar to high fructose corn
So
syrup.
let's see.
And the
Nobody in my
Let's see.
family has like there's people in my family that
Face
have heart
value.
problems and stuff like that. But like nobody in my family on both sides, as far as I know,
And then text.
has any of these issues. So yet, I mean, like I'm talking about like it's like 30 people that I'm thinking
On
of.
each case might be enough.
So,
Mm-hmm.
do they live like you?
I have to do this again now.
I mean, I think that in some cases worse.
The artificial sweeteners are likely in different concentrations now than before. And those are just two things. The overall formulation is likely different now. There's simply a greater selection and availability of sodas today than back when this survey
Oh
was
shit! Wait,
So,
I'm.
take the study results with what you will. Type 2
Wait,
diabetes
this
and
might not
all its
work.
comorbidities like heart problems and nerve damage,
Ugh.
hypokalemia and all its consequences, and kidney stones are what we're thinking of
Or-
when speaking of excess
Hmm.
chronic soda ingestion. And think of at least kidney stones.
This could
from
work.
caffeine-free
The
diet.
other issue I'm
What about
having
those
is with the
artificial
shuffle.
sweeteners? I'm going to defer to
The
what
shuffling
the
part.
United States FDA said about it. Consumed reasonably and sparingly. I wouldn't spend any more time worrying about this. But the principle
Basically.
remains, if you don't need to put it in your body, don't put it in your body. When the medical team took repeat blood tests after BA was told to stop drinking soda in the hospital, and his wife was advised to stop enabling his habit in this institution, they found that his blood potassium
I have to
levels
do it right
started
here.
to normalize.
Yeah, no shit. Because you stopped drinking it. Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so I can put the
Kidney
I can
stone
put it
hurts
right
being out?
here.
Yeah, I've had 2 kidney stones from Gatorade. It's fucking terrible, bro. Oh my god.
His kidney function started to return
What
to
the
normal,
No.
and his
man?
muscle weakness went away. because the body is able to heal itself. Some baseline function was achieved again as BA was able to make a recovery. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself and be well.
If you think about
damn, bro, this
it,
shit
the
was
question is,
scary.
okay, so
What the fuck? Seriously, surprised went 10 years without any major issues? Yeah, and he's 40 fucking 8.
idea,
That's not young
idea,
at
idea.
all. Oh my god, high addicted to sugar. Finally, I quit drinking soda, lost a huge amount of weight. After he's shocked at how big of an effect it had. Wow. Eating 3 packets of ramen at once? Jesus Christ. I actually feel myself. Used to drink around 2 liters of soda every day for a few years. Had a 5-year break. Last year I started again. Recently been trying to quit. If I had unlimited soda in the office, I'd just drink as much as I could.
No.
Like, I don't know how people can just do
So in
that.
case value
Like, for me,
change, then you are going to get
like
this
my body
text.
just self-regulates.
You're going to set
Like I don't want to drink that much soda. Like I would. Yeah, like it just like I just turns off. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't want any more of it. It's sugar. It's addicting. I don't know, man. Wait till you're older. This will start to decline.
But then
I
on
don't
this
know.
one,
I have no idea. It's like training a muscle. It
Where
comes
is it?
shortly. Problem is as you age, your body's self-regulation ability degrades. Well, what I mean is like whenever I drink something. So this is kind of like a weird thing, and like it's kind of like a tangent, but like I don't really drink or eat things for enjoyment. Like I don't enjoy eating. I don't enjoy drinking things. I only do it because I have to. So like as soon as I can stop doing it, then I immediately
how do I do
stop
this
doing
part to get it across?
it. Like I don't like then drink water. Well, no, I like soda
So I'll set this.
more than
Okay,
water,
what if
right?
I do
don't
this?
enjoy
So
doing
it sets
anything. Like,
text.
if I never had to drink another drink in my life and I would just be fine, I would never do it. Because it's just a waste of fucking time. I gotta go to the store. I gotta get the drink.
Okay, I
gotta
have an
take it
idea.
back to the
Okay.
house. Oh my
So
god.
set the text, then
And
I'm
so,
grabbing a component,
yeah, you
but
don't
this time
comfort eat.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I do
grab
not
the
eat for comfort,
udon
and the reason
variable.
why is that I grew up with a lot of problems with my teeth. So like a lot
Type
of times
udon
whenever I would eat something
behavior.
or drink something,
So
it could make
grabbing
my
the
teeth hurt. So like I'm
grabbing that,
trained
that I
to
am going
not
to
eat
send
or
a
drink things for
custom
enjoyment. That's
event.
just the way that I'm programmed. I'm gonna call a stream at a
And
very
from
long time.
there,
yeah. I mean, it's just yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, exactly. If you're doing something that makes you feel like shit, you should have a break. Yeah, no, and that's the thing, bro. I woke up yesterday.
cases
It was like
value.
3 in the morning, and I was like, I might as well go to Whataburger, bro. There is nothing in my life that makes me want to cook my own food for myself than going to Whataburger, bro. That place sucks so bad. I don't know.
That's
how
an
people
event.
eat that shit. What a
Where
piece
sh-
of garbage. Like for real. Like I was like thinking I was eating it, and I was like, I don't want to deal with it at all.
I have an idea. I have an
No wonder
idea.
You were so fucking skinny back then. Yeah, I used to be 108 pounds, and now I'm like
Case-
100, and I weighed myself actually the other day. I'm like
Case
132,
value
135,
change. This should work
which
in
is good.
theory.
I had wanted to lose a little bit of weight. 'Cause, like, if
I
you
say
look
in
at my
theory.
stomach, right? Let me show you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab this then say get
I used to
text.
have a problem because I felt like my stomach was big, right? And it was like sticking out. I remember like now I don't have that issue at all. So I completely lost all the stomach fat entirely. Yeah. And so I don't have any more issues at all. And I did that. What did you do? I stopped eating as much food and I exercised more. And it worked. That was about it. Are you still eating once a day?
So this is gonna change it.
Yes,
Okay, so whatever I send, whatever I change it, then it's gonna grab this and reset itself again. And this should trigger the change
so
into a
I
public.
think I'm going to start eating a grain-based breakfast. I'm probably gonna do that.
I'm pretty sure this can
It's
work.
bullshit. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, like I'm talking about like a very small.
Does it
like,
serialize
grain-based,
only
like,
that
oatmeal bar or
only
something
to
like that. Nothing weird or anything like that. Oatmeal and fruit, nice easy breakfast. I ain't gonna eat no motherfucking fruit, man. You need to get
So
metabolism
then
at least
I
going in the
request
morning. I don't really
serialization
understand a
on
lot of this like
this
diet shit or any
because
of this medical stuff. This is a great video. Like I'm actually surprised
this
like,
should work.
This
This
video
should
ended
work.
with like the guy not dying or something.
Okay,
like
so
that.
here's the
7
idea.
liters of soda. I don't know how I could do that. Yeah,
Here
like,
is
it's
my
actually,
idea,
like,
chat.
fucking insane. So what are you doing making this inconvenient for drinking? Make it sound like you have something to do? I mean, like, I always got something to do.
So what I am telling,
The bananas, apples? I don't want to eat an apple, eat a banana.
what I'm
What about a
telling
smoothie? Would you drink
this
that? Yeah, I'd
command to
drink a
do
smoothie.
is, first
Do you ever
I'm telling
crave
it,
something like a
hey,
steak?
change
Or
the
is it basically
value.
eating once a
So
day?
like,
The
say
truth
this
is
one,
that I am a very skinny guy. I'm not burning a lot of
but
calories
only if you own it.
because I'm not actively exercising
Mhm.
and working. Really, like I'm not like moving around, working my body a lot, and I think that's like its own problem. But like with that
So
problem,
I'm telling it,
I
hey,
don't really need a
change
lot of food. I
the
don't because I'm
the
not
case
consuming a lot of
value,
calories.
or change the
Straight up.
text
Yeah, but at least 2
of
hours
the
after
case,
waking, you check out
right?
neuroscientist. Yeah, no, you're right.
So it
I'm
does
not
that.
saying, like,
It grabs the
second I wake up.
text
I'm just saying like
and
you
changes
know,
it.
usually
Then it sends out a
I will wait, like,
command
multiple, like,
that
maybe 8
says,
hours
hey,
after I
your
wake up to
value
I just
changed.
think I'm gonna stop doing that. So
And
working
because
out
we
at
have
the gym at all,
ownership,
I
it's
need
going
to, I
to
need to start just working out at home. Like I've started doing
it's
some
going to
exercises.
copy it and
Actually have had
change it to the new value.
it doesn't
That's the
like,
idea.
it's like
That's the
so I
idea.
moved a washing machine down. Like I moved some stuff out of my garage to throw it away because they had like a bulk trash pickup. This is like maybe a couple of months ago, and in the process of moving the washing machine, I think I hurt the middle of my back, and so I've been trying to kind of do like exercises at home, and I haven't been able to like really rest. And the reason why is because I've had to do stuff for my dad every day. So I don't think I've really recovered from the injury at all because I've just had to do like bend over, like move
So hopefully
things,
this works.
do
If
stuff to
not,
help him.
then
But, like,
we're
now
on
that
the
he's
right
doing a
track
bit
with
better,
it. Anyways.
like I'm gonna try to do like some rest and see if that's gonna help. And if it doesn't help, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start trying to like my dad obviously I think he has like 3 working vertebrae in his entire back. And so he's got some suggestions
Okay,
like exercises
so
to do them, so I'm probably gonna do those. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably just start doing other types of exercises as well. Because like
I'm
I've always
hungry.
been of
I
the
have a
mindset,
headache because
and,
I'm hungry.
This is probably bro science. Like I don't really know what I'm talking about, but like I think that the body is meant to move, and the body is meant to like process things. It's not meant to stay in a state of stasis and non-action. So if I'm feeling bad, the way that I work that off is I exercise or I do something like that to get rid of that feeling. So like whenever I was having problems with like I remember my leg, because I sat on my leg and I had convinced myself that
It's
I had a
something
blood
instant.
clot in
How
my
long
leg.
have I
I
been
went to the
streaming?
emergency room. I got an ultrasound. Obviously, I'm completely fine. There's nothing wrong. It was totally in my head. But anyway, you know, I would go out walking every single day, and I'd walk probably like 1.5 miles at a relatively brisk pace, right? Like I'm not saying like super
3 hours
fast.
and 15
but,
minutes?
like,
Okay,
would do
I can
this
probably
in,
end
like,
soon for
maybe
now.
15 minutes.
Myself food.
Maybe somewhere.
I think I
around
did
there,
a lot
right?
of
Like,
progress
I
today.
don't know. I'd have
I
to
mean,
think
it wasn't
about
it wasn't mapping stuff.
I always had a
More,
bruise. I didn't have
mostly
anything.
like
Did you have to pay for the
doing
ultrasound?
this.
Yeah, it was $420.
But
And yeah, and so blood clot's critical. I looked up a lot of it.
continuous
And,
variables.
yeah, I thought
The
it
wall
was pretty
text never
funny,
ends.
right? And yeah, American healthcare system, by the way. So yeah, exercise to keep the body healthy. Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's like as soon as
So
you
I'll
stop
have to
moving,
use the
as soon as
manual
you stop
variable though.
exercising,
You're right.
That's whenever people just kind of like fall apart and you know, really start to get
Well,
old. Like,
no, I
that's
don't
what
have to use the
happened,
manual
with,
variable
like, my
because it's
mom,
not.
for
We're not
example.
keeping track of points necessarily.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but there's obviously something going on with you. I really think you need to get it checked out. I did get
Well,
it
I guess
checked
we
out, and there
can.
wasn't anything going on with me.
I'll switch it out later.
It
I'll
was
switch it.
looked at by a doctor. I did a test because I thought the same thing because I was getting in my head. Yeah. Like I had can't you get insurance? I can. I think I actually do have insurance, but I just went up there on a whim and I didn't have it set up at the time. As soon as you get, yeah, and like I don't really think that's an issue, right? It's just that like that's why you should never self-diagnose. You made the right call. I
Self-diagnosis
think so
is
too.
always
Maybe you should
bad.
consider getting a second opinion if your instincts are telling you something is up. Well, the funny thing about it is that
Never
after they
self-diagnose.
told me that
Never
it
do it.
wasn't,
It's
the
usually
idea
bad.
of it went away and it never was an issue again. Like, for example, I thought I had clumps and lumps in my neck because of like just the way that I was feeling. And then I got it checked out by a doctor, and that feeling that I had completely went away. I don't feel like that at all. Like, I thought about it like a few days ago. It's like I never think about that. It's not even an issue. Right? Maybe you have mild hypochondria.
Yeah, I know it's good
think
for the
that
day.
it's,
Yeah,
I get worried,
I'll do that.
right? Because like I'm 33 now, and I think spectacular AI. I don't know. Well, they actually already have
Okay,
it, yeah.
let's see.
I'm
Hopefully this
33
idea
now,
works.
so,
If not,
like,
I'm SOL.
a lot of my
I'll just figure it out later.
a lot of my friends have had like health issues, and I've been so incredibly
Uh-oh,
lucky
that's not good.
that I haven't.
Something crashed.
Even though I live in probably worse conditions than anybody else. Right? And knock on wood.
That's
Yeah,
not
knock on
good.
wood, right? And Nadia's health issue. Yeah, okay, Cody,
Is
yeah,
it
good one.
this?
Huh?
I think it was
You got
this.
hypochondria, bro? Well, I think it's more that like I just worry that something is gonna go wrong because
see.
it's happened to other friends of mine, right? And it's just like it's one of those things that it's like, when's it gonna happen to me? I mean, am I crazy? Have you guys ever felt that way? Even if there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh,
Because like my health has always been kind
That's
of
the
a very
issue.
big advantage that I've had, right? Like I don't really get sick, I don't really get tired, I don't really have any
after a
health
shuffle?
problems.
I see, think so.
And
So,
like, I couldn't imagine living
I've
my
reached a
life
new
without
dilemma,
that.
and
that at
I
all,
just basically
right?
did work for
And
nothing.
it's
You know
a
why?
matter,
It's
a
grabbing the
type of, like,
value, not the
like
case
wealth
itself, which is
that
where
you
I'm trying to
can't
get
buy.
stuff.
You know, in a way you can buy it, but in a way you
I did this
can't.
for nothing.
And so it's like it's scary, man.
Gosh,
it is.
dang
You
it.
count your calories, you probably see that you're below the average. You probably skip breakfast. Yeah, I need to eat a bit more. I think I'm going to eat a bit more and probably get a bit.
It seemed kind of no. It is right. I just I had it I had it sending a command to the wrong thing though.
Actually, it's a funny thing you bring that up. There's another dead rat in the house. Bro, I smelled that bitch out and like I'm telling you, like it's crazy, bro. I smelled him out in 10 seconds. I got him, bro. I threw him out in the yard. Usually I throw him out in the street. But
Dang
it was
it.
daytime. I usually only throw them out in the street whenever nobody's out there. Let me link you guys this video. This is a great video, by the way. Like, for a medical analysis, I was actually really
Oh,
impressed with
okay.
this.
I can
What
just
the
fix
fuck?
this. This is
actually
easy
really
fix.
good. I'll link you guys the video. Give it a like if you liked it. This is great. What was I saying about, like, improving quality of life? I have.
Why did these change the
quality of my life
array?
is actually really, I think I have a very great quality of life.
Just make
Like, I
sure
thought
this
about
is not
getting
doing
another,
anything.
like mattress topper, but otherwise, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, everybody talks about like how unhealthy and bad things are for me.
I kind of have to
Why
edit
is
this
it
a
that I
little
feel
bit
good
more
all the
because of
time?
how I have it
You know
set
why
up.
I think it is?
Okay,
I think it's
so
because I don't eat a lot of food. And I think one of the biggest problems that people have is that they eat too much food. That's straight up what it is.
you don't need
They
to
eat
set
too much
the
food,
text
they
in the shuffle
overeat,
either if
they're
you're setting any.
overweight, and it's a massive issue.
Yeah, but it's local right now, which is
Yeah, I
why.
don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any drugs, I don't get into any of that stuff.
1, 2, 3.
You should invest in a good bed. Yeah, well, I don't know yet because, like, as I said, I had like that issue with my back, and so like I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do.
7.
But it's okay. I mean, I'll be fine. It's not a big deal. Is Final Fantasy 14 dying? Oh my god!
Oh right, you mean
Is
this
it over?
set
Bro,
text?
is the game
Yeah, you're right.
dead
You're right.
now?
Check it out. A lot of people have been putting up videos saying that, oh, it's dead, you
Wait.
know, all this shit's dead.
Uh-huh.
All right, look, man.
There's a lot of people
No, I
putting
do
out
need
videos
it.
like this, and a lot of
So,
people want me to react to this
gosh.
video or react to that video. And look, man, I don't
The
have
reason
time
why
to
I need
react
it
to
is
every
because
single fucking video
I'm changing the
about
value.
the game's population falling right now. You know why that is? I've played this game from the Stone Age, okay? This happens literally every single fucking expansion, man. It happens literally every single fucking expansion, okay? Every single expansion.
See that?
At the very last patch, people don't
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
shit anymore. This happens every expansion. This happened in Realm Reborn. Happened in Heaven's
Well, it
Word.
happens in WoW too. I mean, it happens in every game. Like, I think that's normal.
Happened in Stormblood. Happened in Endwalker or Shadowbringers. Happened in Endwalker. Bro, let me tell you this. If the game is gonna survive through COVID and drought and all that shit, this game is
Gosh, I
not going
fucked
anywhere,
everything
okay?
up.
Because that
I
gap
fucked everything
between
up.
Shiva and the next patch was fucking massive. All of the shit that people are saying, I've already said years and years ago, man. I was actually talking with Arthurs about this earlier today. I don't think people suffer from burnout from this game. A majority of people that say that they're burnt out from the game, I don't think that they're burnt out. I think that they're fucking
I
bored.
destroyed
You know why?
this.
The amount of
I should go
repeatable
eat.
shit that
I'm having a mental breakdown.
There's nothing wrong with stopping playing.
I'm having an
because you meet your
existential
goals
crisis
for an
trying to
expansion.
finish
I don't see
this.
why people try to, like, they always want to make a game this, like, thing, bro. There's this little fucking fly. It keeps flying around my fucking face. I hate this piece of shit. Where is he? Bro, it's so annoying. Yeah, it's like you just stop playing it for whatever reason. You're just bored, right? I mean, like, that's it. You meet your goals.
What the
and you
fuck
move
are
on.
these
There's nothing wrong with
cases?
that.
Wait,
The
what?
game's bad.
you can do is very minimal, and there's not very many different things. Okay, take the raid tiers for example. Don't get me wrong, I love the party finder. I love the party
This
finder.
is all
You can
fucked up.
do the party finder so much. Burnout is when you're just fucking completely done. Okay, now
Yeah.
this game, there's not enough to do in the game that will ever make anybody feel that way. So I really feel like that people are confusing burnout with boredom. You're just fucking bored, man. That's what it is. It's not burnout. It's not, oh, I need to take a break from my mental. No. It's you're fucking bored out of your fucking mind, man. You should go play Ion. You want to go play a shit ass game that you can burn out in? Go play Ion. Every single
That's
day.
my best advice too, is like if you're playing a game and you fucking hate the game and it's making you mad all the time, stop playing the fucking game. Just stop playing it. What are you doing? Like what are you doing playing a game that makes you mad all the time? It's so weird.
Minimum 5 hours. If you want to do all your dailies every single day, minimum 5 hours. This game, you don't have to log on. How the fuck do you get burnout from a game that you don't even have to log on to? This game is not a burnout game. Whenever people are like, "Man, I'm just burnt out," I'm like, "Of what? Of what? What is the overwhelming amount of things that you have to do that you actually get burnt out from?" So like, man, when people say they're burnt out, I just genuinely think that it's a possibility that they're not really burnt out, that they're confusing burnout for boredom. The reason why I want to talk about this now is because there's a lot of content creators saying, the game needs more stuff, there's nothing to do, play.
I really hope they don't listen to those people, because content creators play the game for a living, and their idea of what makes a good game and what content a game needs isn't really in line with what an average person wants. So whenever a content creator is like, yeah, we need more things to farm and more stuff to do, it's like you're speaking from the perspective of a person whose career is playing this game for 8 hours every single day professionally. That's just simply not a very good barometer to use to judge where a game should go. It's just not. And you see the way, you have competitive games like Valorant, where it's like kind of more complex than that. But whenever games like WoW is the best example of this, right? WoW doing all the
User
stuff in Legion,
press this
you're
button,
playing
get
WoW, there's
ownership,
nothing to do.
shuffle
Well, we'll
array.
give you something to do, right? Well, they sure did, and we didn't like that.
Sync result.
So I think letting people take a break from a game and not having to play
yeah,
it all
pretty
the time
much.
to maintain these arbitrary systems that are like whack-a-moles. I don't want to have to do that. Zereth Mortis was fun. Yeah, well, I thought Zereth Mortis was a great zone. I did, actually. I enjoyed it.
Pretty much.
Don't listen to content creators asking for more content just to do in the game. I think that, this isn't something that's, black or white, But in a general sense, I do think it's a very big problem. that you see a lot of people who are like they just want to play a game all day every day, and I don't think that it's healthy for a
Oh my
game
gosh.
to be that game. Like for example, like Lost Ark was that game for me, but the difference was that there was a finite amount of content that I could do in Lost Ark, and then after I finished that content, I felt really good that I finished that content, and it was over. Like Halls of Torment, same thing. Like I have all these achievements. They added new ones, but I did almost everything in Halls of Torment. It was really good, and it felt great to unlock and finish everything. Elden Ring, right? I mean, I did a lot of stuff there. I beat like almost every boss in the game. I really had a lot of fun. So it's just like, I just don't want people to continue trying to make video games these like endless pursuits that have 600 collectibles that you have to get to make yourself.
Oh, you mean
okay,
shuffle the array?
I don't want to have that in every game, and if it is in every game,
Okay,
I think that
I see what you
those
mean.
things are okay, but the problem is that having to maintain them is what I think really burns people out. Like for example, a new patch comes out, now you have to do everything. I think BDO has kind of avoided this problem.
I already have the
What
shuffling array
like, what
part,
is
which is
that
nice.
Content creators asking for things that only content.
Am I getting
creators or
ownership?
not only
I'm only getting
Like,
ownership
content
of
creators wanting more
this,
content
right?
for a game and
Of
more
the
things to
cases
do
themselves.
isn't always a good thing, because their experience of the game
And
is so
then
much
I set the
different than an average
text.
player's experience.
So I don't even need
It
the
doesn't mean
custom
don't listen to
event.
content creators, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. Like for example, Diablo 4,
Right?
I think content creators are right. So
I
like,
think?
there's clearly
I don't
a
know.
fucking spectrum
I'm
of
having a
this. It's not
meltdown.
black
Oh
and
my
white.
gosh, I'm
But
hungry.
in general, I do think that that's the yeah, that's the way I feel about it.
Players are dropping, and look guys, in this game is as popular as ever. This is the natural course of things. This always happens, and every single fucking expansion, people are fucking flipping out about it. Like, oh no, the game's dying. I really hope they do things next expansion. Let me
I
tell
mean,
you this. If the
works
next
here.
expansion is exactly like this expansion, it would still be a success. It would still be popular. People would
Then
still
on change to
play.
sync the
So
event.
this game is
So
not dying. It's not dead. It's
okay,
not going
so I have
anywhere,
a question
man. At
about
the end
that
of the
since
day,
you would know more
it
about it.
doesn't force you to log in. Now, granted,
Okay,
some of these
so
players aren't going to come back, but it is extremely new player friendly.
if I'm changing the
amount of
value, how
new
do
players
do
that
I
join
set the on
versus
change
the
on
players that
here,
quit because they
or
don't
do
have
I
anything to
do I
do?
change it
Dude,
from
there's so many new players that play this game. They're gonna come back,
because
man.
we
See
can't
this
send
here?
the
This-
okay, how do I
things
explain
that
this?
make Final
Okay,
Fantasy
so
14
string.
unappealing is the fact that the
I'll
game looks
I'll
like
grab this.
shit.
So see how you can do the new variable on change right here?
It just looks like shit.
How do you do it so
It's
that
that simple.
even if I change it from right
You look at
here,
New World,
it'll
New
do it
World
on the
looks
case
really
itself?
nice. It's not, but it looks really nice. I would say, and I know this is going to be an opinion that might upset some people.
Or can I just,
I think
or
World of
will this
Warcraft
literally
is
right
more
here, will
appealing
this
aesthetic
work
than
right
Final
here?
Fantasy 14.
Without this
Classic
part?
WoW does. I do. I
But
think
like
it
with
has a
doing
more
this
appealing
right here
aesthetic.
work.
So it's better style. Yeah, it's the lighting and everything. Yeah, I don't think I really think that it's a huge problem with the game. Because I was thinking to myself, because I was playing Final Fantasy 16, and I was doing like the hunts or whatever, and I was thinking to myself, would I
think set the
ever
program
leave my room
variable
if Final
on
Fantasy
external
14 looked
object
like
will
this?
trigger it?
Because like the game looking amazing, I think is
So
neat.
this will,
It's
if I don't
way
use notes, I'm not
underrated.
100%
And it's
confident.
not underrated.
Oh,
I think
okay,
for,
okay,
like,
okay.
serious gamers, it might be. But yeah, I really think that the graphics for Final Fantasy 14 are just incredibly dated. They are extremely dated, man. Like if I look at the new raid,
Okay, we'll give it a try
like,
then.
I don't think
Let's
this
see.
looks good. Straight up, I don't think this visually looks
Case
good.
bank. Instead of setting text.
Yeah.
We're gonna send it.
So yeah, it looks like a PS3 game. Yeah, exactly. And it's not like it's the worst thing ever. Like I'm not gonna not play the game because of that. But you can see where people, like for example, New World had a lot of people that
It's not even a
saw,
custom event.
like, oh wow, this game looks really cool. Let's try it out. And like that's its own problem. But
Udon
I
behavior.
don't think people are
Set
going to see this type
program
of a game
variable.
and then see the graphic style and the design and be appealed to it. And I also don't know if the Endwalker changes that they're planning whenever Dawnbringer or whatever it is comes out. I don't know if they're going to be enough. I really don't. Do you mean the style or the resolution and fidelity? I mean both. I think that there's a certain style of Final Fantasy that, this is going to sound like really kind of like a dumb way to explain it. But do you know like the backgrounds in cartoons? And how they're not supposed to move, and they have like more muted colors, and they're just meant to like sit still. I feel like it's like one of those background pieces in an old cartoon. Like the NPCs don't move like fluidly. They have all of like, I think a good example of this is like Ramua or something like that. And like, again, this is like an early boss, so they probably have improved this a bit, but it just doesn't really...
That's just enough.
It doesn't move and flow in a way that I think is interesting.
Okay, hopefully this works. If not, 10-10, it didn't work.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to explain it, but like, yeah. It's just a style. Yeah, it's very hard for me to come and like just explain it.
Goodness gracious. Oh my.
So I have to think about it a lot. Show an example of cartoon. I just want to think about it, and maybe I can come back with something in like a day or two.
Dip here is going to go all the way back up here next expansion. There's a lot of other content creators that are making videos about...
I doubt that the next expansion is going to sell as well as Endwalker will, or Endwalker did. I just don't think so. I think Endwalker came out during COVID, so a lot of people bought it because of that. Endwalker also came out whenever WoW was in like a historically bad.
This doesn't work. I'm just gonna end stream for now and just eat. I need a break.
Like, there's no way
I'll figure something out.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. It was a perfect storm, yeah.
There are problems with the game. You know, I've watched, you know, snippets here and there. I haven't really watched the whole video.
Yeah, I am.
Because I was gonna save it for
my
React,
goodness.
but because there's so many videos of it, I'm like, well,
let me
fuck
see,
it,
actually.
man. I can't watch them all. So I'm just gonna make a video. And I put this fucking picture in the background just because everybody else had the picture. Here, you want to put another picture?
Can't even
Yo,
test
let's
it,
put this
right?
one.
Okay.
Holy. At the end of an
Because I can't even get it to shuffle.
It is super ultra omega dead. Okay, and it happens all the time.
Here's the
And they
Dawn
always
chart.
come back.
Yep,
There's nothing wrong
that's the
with
one.
the game. The game is fine. Okay, now when I say there's nothing wrong with the game, I mean like, you know, nothing bad has happened. Like,
It's
all
my
things are
value.
natural. Now, are
I
there things
forgot.
wrong
Did
with the
my
game? Yes,
values
I think
shuffle?
we need more like raid fights. I think we need more like, you know, mid-core content. That's what this game lacks, is mid-core content, you know, but we're getting all of that in Dawn Trail. That's the thing that I can't understand why all these people are like, oh, I don't know, is Dawn Trail going to save the game? Dawn Trail is literally slated to have the most content that this game has ever seen. It
because
has...
they don't have any idea what content's in the expansion. They just think that the expansion
Yeah, I'm a visual worker.
not going to do well because it's a new story. Like, I don't think it's that complicated at all.
I'll eventually learn U Sharp one day, but now it's not the
Heaven's Born
time.
and A Realm Reborn were a weird time, but Stormblood...
Okay, I'm just gonna end for now.
So if Final Fantasy 14, like, I really feel stupid saying this because, like, I don't really play the game.
I hope
a
you
lot
all
right
enjoyed
now,
your
so,
stay.
like, what do I know? But what would get me to play the game more? What would make the game more interesting? I will tell you this.
Yeah.
If the game had the same graphics as Final
I'll
Fantasy
progress.
16,
I'll eventually get there. We made a lot of
because
work,
a massive
like
component of
a
the game
lot of
is
work.
player interactions. And player interactions
So
are
I'm
both
happy
feeling
with that.
better
We
whenever
got a
the
lot of
characters
work
look
done.
better. I
Like,
think it's a big reason. Like, you know, going
we're
to,
finally
like, those
getting to
nightclubs
this
and those
part,
different
you know?
social
It's like, it's
experiences,
really
seeing
nice.
people in town, that's like a massive fucking thing. And I do think that
But
it's
yeah,
problematic
so
with the graphics
I'm gonna end for now. See y'all not tomorrow maybe, but or maybe tonight. Who knows?
Why do they not have chat boxes?
But yeah,
Like, there's no reason not to have that. Let me think. Besides that, I think the
code is
combat
nice,
isn't
simple,
very
and
good.
clean. For me, it's a
I
lot
think
more
the combat is
complex.
probably the weakest point in Final Fantasy
But that's
14.
just me.
Like, there's like a 50 or 100 millisecond delay
Anyways,
between with every
I'll see
spell
y'all
you cast.
whenever.